Can you hear me now?
Faja, can you hear me?
But can you hear me regular? Yes, you can.
Do you want to?
Can you hear me loud?
Do you want to go and
South.
Hear me loud. Me softly.
Can you hear me? Because I am Morgan Freeman.
Bow, 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 down. Yeah.
Untimed.
What's up to something? In this video, I got my man Lord Hillman. One time. Two times.
3 times.
Hey, yo, Jade, you know you got the lyrics. Do, do, do.
And we're live.
So
Second round's here.
Hey.
You know just how we do. Danny, it's round 100 now, and we welcome you. The whole cast is here now. We got Mr. A-Town. Out to my left is Mr. Malave. One time. To my right it's Mr. Oh So Smooth. 2 times. Across from me, Miss Jade Phoenix. 3 times. And Danny, what about you? Went to
Catholic school,
nice,
baby.
Nice. You might as well start, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I have one. It's
Yay,
fun.
we're here!
We are live and in charge. Wait, what? Charge in charge.
Do you see? If you reference a theme song tonight, I am going to sing it.
Every time we reference a theme song, we have to cheer.
Of our days and our nights.
Dun, dun, dun.
Charles in charge of our wrongs and our rights. And I said, I want Charles in charge of me.
Then,
Bonk.
yay!
There'll be more.
Oh my God, yeah!
Yes.
Yay!
That was
No. Let's start the show. It's a rare condition in this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. Love and tradition of the grand design. Some people say it's even harder to find. Well, there must be some tiny clues inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out every scene. As the days go by, it's the bigger love of the family. A Miller Boyette production.
Yeah!
Come on!
Oh, Billy
Guys.
says cheers to the century mark.
Episode 100!
100.
Ya bitches! Ya bitches!
Oh, no.
Ya bitches! Guys, I'm so
You know what
excited!
that would mean, though? That would be 100.
Cheers to the messenger!
No, but we didn't start it. Did you say I started the first episode?
Yes.
Oh shit! All right.
The messenger's 100 years old.
Messenger is 100.
How do we not taste
Yo, wait. Gotta pour a little liquor.
100 times the messenger has gotten it right. Good for him. I'm proud of him.
Pour a little liquor.
He's working hard out here. He's working hard.
Cheers to the messenger! Alright, thank you.
All right.
Cheers to Podbean,
Cheers
to Podbean.
who has put all of our episodes on Podbean.
Yeah, all 100 episodes.
We have a whole server for ourselves. That's it. That's just right
Yeah,
there.
we
Just like all 100 of you.
And
Cheers to Podbean!
cheers to Omega Underground.
Oh my God!
And then all your stuff.
Cheers to
all
Oh yeah, all your stuff.
all my stuff. MrMalave.com.
MrMalave.com.
Cheers to Mr. Oh So Smooth! Who created this shit 100 episodes ago, you motherfucker,
I
you.
can't believe it.
I did.
It was you.
It was me.
I
Bro,
mean, even
bro.
if he does look like Jake from State Farm.
Bro.
Like Jake from State Farm.
Yeah, he does today with the khakis.
So if you have any
khakis.
problems,
Any problems.
Don't call him.
Let me call.
Don't call
Yeah,
him.
he's not gonna help
He's gonna
you.
say what the fuck
He's not gonna help you.
me
He's
for?
gonna
be
say
I'm gonna be
Google
like,
it.
So what kind of payroll system do you got?
Google it.
No, can't help you.
Never heard of that one.
No, it's not gonna happen.
Oh my God, guys! I don't even think we need to introduce ourselves. Everybody knows who we are. But in case you didn't,
But do they
But
really?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know,
They could be
Jade.
coming in for the first time.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
This could be
true.
the first
There'll be like 100
Really?
episodes.
Yeah.
Let's see what these guys
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people make
Episode.
it.
Oh my God.
With him.
Yes.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
not
yeah.
a lot of podcasts that make it to 100.
No, but we did it, motherfuckers.
Did it.
In case you didn't know, why don't we start to your to the top of the head of the table.
I'm at the head of the table.
Top of the head of
Let me
the
get
table.
He's the one
A
that-
black man.
Mista!
He's the
He's
He's the chocolate.
Who came episode 13?
Episode 13. At that
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
they didn't know what to call me, so I was just Mr. Black.
Mr.
And I
Black.
said, no,
Guess who's black?
I'm going to pick my name. And if you didn't
Black
know,
again.
You picked.
I picked
Black, Mr. Black at first.
'Cause I was
like, what do you want to be called? I don't know, Mr. Black.
Yeah, I was.
like, I guess.
It was
Yeah,
early.
whatever.
But
was early.
in case you didn't know, Mr. A-Town Ryan came from when I used to do radio at my college. Cheers to Kingsboro.
Cheers to Kingsboro. I went to Kingsboro. Oh, yeah.
To the radio
cheers.
station. That's what I called
And I
BCC.
started calling you Mr. I started calling you A-Town.
Yeah. On air.
A-Town.
On air. On air.
Back then, we used to do a lot of dumb shit in the studio. We did the Stitch. Stitch Boys.
Remember that?
It was a lot of fun. It was good
Stitch,
times.
yeah.
That's pretty gay.
Yeah.
Is that a little gay?
We were bored.
Yeah.
We
We
would
came
just,
from-
I just checked. Wait, I just checked.
I came from
little
class too,
Yeah.
and I just came
Picky
into.
do.
Yeah, we were doing the Stitch. It was a Stitch interview.
Yeah.
That's great.
It was hilarious. Good times. Good times.
Yeah.
Jen says, happy 100 episode, guys.
Hey!
Thanks, Jen.
Cheers. Damn, man. So that's how. Way back in KBCC.
Yeah.
Damn. I love KBCC.
That's
bro.
dope.
That school was
Great
4
college.
years, man. Out of,
If it was 4 years, I would have stood there, man. Hell yeah. Hell motherfucking yeah.
Long time ago.
but
Long time ago.
Damn.
it's only been 2 years, but it feels like forever.
So episode 13. What was the topic? Do you remember?
What was the topic?
Go back. Let's see.
Video
Let's go
games.
back. Wait, was it video? I
was
think
Let me
video.
pull it up.
It was
On
video
Podbean.
games.
Find it.
Cheers to
On
Podbean.
Find
I'm
out,
cheers it out of
because
Podbean. I got
Keep
that.
talking. Keep talking.
You can download the app on iOS
I
or
can go
Android.
on Podbean right now to make sure that all of our
If you are
What
just
was that
listening to our episodes or want to know how did it start and you hear how we progressed, just go to
Go to
Podbean.
Podbean. And we
bitches?
can find out the name of that episode. 'Cause I remember
it
I
was-
used to name all the episodes. I
it
still
was-
do,
You
but
still do.
I named the episodes.
Trying to think what was
Back
my-
then, I was like probably a little more creative.
What was my first topic too? I'm curious.
All right.
You can
let's-
find out.
We should've-
on Podbean.
We should have did this before, but you know what?
Yeah, we should've
You guys are not
researched it.
prepared.
And,
It all came up in the moment.
We
We're in the
didn't
moment right
research
now.
We're just riding that 100th wave.
Yeah, we were so.
We're just loving it.
keeping
We're just
it
loving it.
going.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So I gotta go way back.
Let's see who gets
Are
it
you
first.
scrolling already?
Back
I'm
into
scrolling.
time.
He's got to
I'm
go deep.
I'm on 44.
I'm on. Oh, so you're faster
Oh,
than me.
yeah.
I'm
you're
at
gonna
So
get
wait,
this.
21,
So then
19,
if he's on
14.
13.
I'm on
Okay, here we
24.
go. Episode 13, 3 lives, 1 sword, and a retarded twister. That was the first time
That was my-
Alex was on it.
Yeah.
That's right.
We was
That's
talking
great.
video
What-
games. He's
what-
like,
We were
dude,
talking
what video
games.
games?
Yep.
it was. What is it? Just
It was. I'll tell you exactly what
Yeah,
it says. It
all right.
says, with the newest member, Second Round's family, Mr. A-Town Ryan, discussing something we all grew up to, all love, and even hate. Video games. Yes, the Second Round is discussing our lives as gamers from baby steps to now big boy jumps.
nice.
We're bringing you classics and some not so much. So grab a controller, sit back, and get ready for episode lucky number 13. And then obviously don't forget to check us out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cheers to the description.
Yeah.
Dude, that was actually really nice.
Yeah, it was really
But
good.
I love the name, the 3 lives, 1 because we started talking about Twister and how
Yeah.
stupid you look when you play Twister. A retarded
bitches.
Twister, yeah. That is
That
the
What was my
great,
first
man.
topic then? If
Your
that was,
first topic
I'm pretty sure it was TV
is
related.
Daytown Ryan.
It had to be
first
TV
topic,
related.
from what I remember, would be this one: 90s humorous laughter.
Yes, 90s
It was
sitcoms.
the TV
Wow.
sitcoms. Yeah.
I love 90s sitcoms. It's as you've seen me singing I know almost every 90s sitcom. Don't test me, I will. In West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground. So who doesn't know that?
That was
Who
easy.
does-
Even I
yeah.
know that.
Well, you should have started it then. Jade.
But I knew from the baseline
No,
already.
because this is Alex's time, and it's Alex's
It-
time.
Yes,
I found
but I
Matt's
do
first
love.
episode.
I did.
Oh, I
love-
know. Wait. Were we talking like Superman and Daredevil
It was called Batman v Daredevil v Power Rangers v Superman.
Yeah.
That's when we that's yours.
Episode 37.
Yes.
37.
That's when he,
Episode 37 was Matt's first episode.
Hell yeah.
And we
in
shitted on that
JP's
movie.
bar. Cheers to JP.
Yes, that was at
That was one of our
bar.
many
Cheers to
locations
JP.
at
That was
the
at
time.
bar. They closed down.
We
sadly.
moved all over the place.
Who was the girl that was always like talking with
Michelle.
us?
Chick?
Michelle, yeah,
yeah.
she's always like came in. What are you guys talking about now? Who? You hear in the background?
And of course,
Who,
Charlie, the
Goku?
bartender. We
Charlie.
always gotta
Come
love Charlie.
on.
Gotta show love to Charlie.
Charlie
Charlie
yeah.
was the best
Billy
bartender.
says he wants you to sing the facts of life.
Trey.
After the train.
Game
Ga-
on.
Do you want the whole thing? You're gonna get the whole thing.
Oh, and Jen says your shirt is awesome, Matt.
And while he looks for
Goonies forever.
Do you know that movie's the same age as me?
Jesus.
Jesus.
And I'm the oldest.
Well,
Goddamn! Sing the song.
All right, so
I'm
this
32.
it's you take the good, you take the bad, you take the
Marvin!
Marvin, welcome,
Marvin. What's
Wait.
good, bro? How you feeling?
Baby.
All right, Marvin.
And I found Jade.
And
You found
go.
this?
What number am
I was singing the song.
I'm 80.
All right, I'll
Sing
sing.
that song.
You take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and then you have the facts of life. The facts of life.
The facts of life.
There's a time you gotta know and show something, the facts of life. The facts of life. When the world never seems to be living up to your dreams, and suddenly defending out the facts of life of all about you, all about you, do 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 do, all about you. It takes a lot to get them right when you're learning the facts of life. Oh, you learn. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
That's not 90s
You
though.
are
That's
the
80s.
whitest black person I know.
No, I just know every theme song. It don't matter if it was black television, white television.
What are we going to be able to fit over there?
So Jade's first episode was round 80, and it was the Malave Roulette Part 2.
That
Part
is true.
That is the Malave
dude.
Roulette Part 2 was
We
the first
haven't
time
played
Jade
that
came
in a
on.
while.
Yeah, I think part
That was the
3
last time. Yeah, it was the last time we played
time
it.
we
need to
played
come
it.
It was the last time we played it. And Jade's first ever episode that she hosted was called Summer Blockbusters with Harold.
Oh, with Harold B. Gibson.
What was my first episode?
Oof, let me go back.
You gotta go back.
I gotta go way back,
Back in the
now. You started at what, 37?
37.
Damn.
So you would probably be at. Ooh. Start talking, because I gotta. Look this up.
Yeah, he's
a
talking.
lot of stuff that he's got to go through.
Oh man, I
Yeah,
remember.
so-
I remember you kept putting like posts about like hinting Malave, hinting. And I was just
And you
like,
came in with like a burst.
Oh,
of
just, no, yeah, because the next episode, because you started with us, was yours.
Yeah.
That was your throw into the fire.
Yeah,
Which
you-
Like
was
you did with me.
Yeah, which was around 38. Cheers to Batman, Ben Affleck, and Tallulah. WrestleMania 32 predictions.
nice.
Wait, is that where the Infernal Joker Batman rivalry?
No, we know where that began.
That was my first
That
Who You Got
began.
challenge.
That became his first Who You Got
That
challenge.
was my first Who
Yeah,
You
this
Got
was
challenge.
this was
Marvin
our,
fucked me
this was
over
our
over
feelings
Batman.
about Batman v
Baby.
Superman,
Yes.
which he picked.
Sorry, Marvin.
Which
Sorry,
was so. So wait, the one before that though, what was our anticipation then? 37 was like our anticipation
Well,
for it.
this is when I really got into the fucking discussions. Like
Yeah.
we were talking about Pirates of the Caribbean 5, Paul McCartney. I don't know
Beer
why.
me, Blazer.
Indiana Jones 5, Annabelle 2. But that afterwards we
They're
talked
right here.
Daredevil season 2, Batman v Superman, Power Rangers, and just some insane shit.
Oh, we was all over the place.
Yo, these
Well, that
some
was-
of these really just go insane.
Yeah.
It gets-
We
it gets
just go
to-
ham.
Marvin!
When did Marvin first get here?
He showed up at the Who You Got challenge. The first, wasn't that the
I
first
think
time
that
you
was-
were
No,
there?
he met us at JP.
He was at JP's.
Oh, he did, but-
actually like 3
I
or
don't
4
know if
episodes
he would-
into me. He
I don't
wanted
know
to
if he
come
would
through,
be
and
on here
he was
talking,
actually
though.
playing. Well, he was actually talking
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit.
Was it summer movies? I don't remember.
It might have been Summer Blockbusters.
Was it?
You came to
Was it
JP's
Civil
bar
War?
though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Our
yes,
Founding
yes.
Fathers, Civil War.
Yeah, I
It
think-
might have
I think
been that
was-
one.
Coming attractions.
Yeah.
we had a lot.
Tomorrow, either way, being as we have reached round 100, there has been 100 rounds of insanity, of laughs, of horrible epic defeats of characters in a Who You Got challenge. I mean, it's,
Name calling.
It's oh yeah.
I remember the first episode I was on.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Your episode,
Well, let's talk about the
Mr.
first
Number
episode.
One.
The first episode.
What happened on the inaugural?
So the first episode was actually called "To a New Beginning and Deflated Footballs" because that's when Sirhan the Jet was with me, and we wanted to talk about the NFL draft.
How far we've come.
Well, so the description was we're embarking on a journey about deflated footballs, NFL, cheaters. For some reason, we were talking about cheaters. I don't know. America's team, Mortal Kombat, and drinking. But I do.
Nothing's really changed.
No, nothing's really changed.
We talk about all
but I
that.
do remember I told him in the beginning of the episode, don't talk about the draft. Let us, bring it up and just gaze into it. So I'm like, oh, Sirhan, so what's been going on with you? What's new? And he's just like, watching the NFL draft. And I was like, I guess we're going to go right into that then. And we had to talk about the NFL draft for a bit. As you can see, we have stopped talking about sports.
We allude,
We talk about it, but we don't really
We don't devote whole episodes
We don't
to
be like,
it.
oh, look, football's on. Well, I want to talk about this scandal.
We do have a lot of great names for episodes, though. There are some fucking funny ones.
What are notable mentions?
Notable mention episodes?
Yeah.
Let's see. I remember the first time Vic was on the phone with us. Cheers to Sin City.
Cheers to Sin City!
We love you, bud.
It was called "There's a Man on the Phone."
The man on the phone, you bitch.
Let's see. What was another good one? Oh, you remember when Dallas had his first episode? It was called "Antisocial" because it was about technology. That didn't do too.
Was I there?
God.
No.
I was
Those are like
exactly.
the fails.
Exactly.
But
Those
you
are the
weren't happy
fails.
with that episode.
Why wasn't I happy
about
about it?
either. You weren't there for my first episode either.
Sirhan's first episode was about football. It was called "It's Kickoff, You Jerk Off."
I remember that one. That was in
It's
the, when we was
kickoff,
in
you
the
jerk
Yeah, that's when we were in his
the
room.
little room. one
That's
of
when
our
we
many
first. That's
locations.
when Omega Underground first came in.
Yes.
Then we had then came Ears Are Alive with the Sound of Movies. That was yours.
Yes, it was.
About movie soundtracks.
soundtrack.
Then it was the first ever Who You Got challenge. That was
Yes.
round 21.
Round 21. Cheers to the Who You Got challenge.
Cheers.
Which you motherfuckers have.
Baby!
Sorry. Which Marvin has been a part of. Actually, everyone here is
Yes.
Danny and Marvin has been a part of the Who You Got challenge. And they have fucked people over, and they have actually took people to the promised land. High five.
More Marvin.
And
Way to go, guys.
More Marvin. Is
The first Who You Got
the
challenge.
first my first Who You Got challenge.
The first Who You Got challenge was crazy because we did all the conferences in one night.
Oh my
That
God.
shit
we did
took.
the whole
We
thing.
did the
Yeah,
whole
but
shit
it's two
one
parts,
night.
though, but it's
It
two
was,
parts.
Yeah, we're like, all right,
And
because
it
we
was-
didn't know
it
better.
was
So it
tough.
was what, Marvel versus DC.
Yeah.
I was what? It was me and
You and Dallas versus me and Vic.
yes, and we did the Marvel bracket.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, we're done. That shit took 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's like, let's
Oh
do the
my God.
DC bracket. That shit took another 2
Yeah.
hours. And
We,
then-
we,
and then
we knew it was going to take long, so we
who
took
was
breaks.
DC?
Yeah.
Matthew and Tommy?
I was
Nah, nah, it was
Matt
me.
wasn't there. It was me and Vic that were
Committed
Marvel.
to
We were
30
Marvel.
seconds. This is 21.
Garbage truck.
Garbage
Garbage
truck. Then we had many.
What did Matthew
we have many different crazy episodes. We did Family Feud.
Oh, yes.
We played the Family Feud. We
That
played the
was
second round
at
feud.
Matt and
And Sean's
house.
grandfather's house.
Yeah, that place.
That
Let
was
me tell you
great.
something. You've been there. That place is creepy as fuck.
Yeah, we played
That
the
shit
second
is.
round
That whole
feud
house
there.
is like a haunted house. Like there was moments when we used to go there where it was just us recording, and I'm like, do not leave me in this house by myself. That house
Yeah, I
was
remember
creepy.
saying that.
Remember we went upstairs? I'm like, he's like, where you going? Oh yeah, we're gonna go record
They had,
upstairs.
like, little
that shit
dogs,
was
like, it was
creepy
really
as
weird.
fuck. There was cats all over the place.
And
I'm
that's
like,
when we were talking about Star Wars. 'cause
Yes,
was
it
Star
was.
Wars
Yes,
month.
it was the
So you talking
inaugural.
about Star Wars in a creepy old house with dolls?
Yes, it was. It was.
That's actually
But
appropriate.
before that episode, we were talking Jessica Jones, the season, and it was called Jessica Jones Gives Us Bones.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
There are some pretty.
Cheers
good
to
names.
still Matt.
Yeah.
Cheers to still
I
Matt.
don't have a
Cheers to
beer.
Still Matt.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Do you need to be beard blazer?
Beer blazer.
Beer blazers down here, guy.
Is your Corona red?
Yes.
Yeah, she grenadine her Corona.
It's called
Yeah.
a bloody Corona or.
We had a lot of crazy
Is that a little gay? I think it is a little gay.
One of my favorite episodes, I will say, is round 35, which was hosted by Mr. Sin City, called Blood, Guts, and Sin City.
Nice.
I
Oh,
thought
yeah,
that was
I
a
just
that was
missed
that was
that
a that was a Halloween type of.
That was me
episode.
just saying like, nope, I didn't watch that. Nope, I didn't watch that.
We got,
nope, I
remember
didn't watch
remember the
that.
dark side of comedy when we talked about all the black comedians?
Yes, that was. I think that was my.
you-
and we never did the white guys.
It was
We never
originally
got-
supposed
it
to
was
be
supposed
called
be two
It's Comedy,
parts.
but a little dark, and he was like, "Yo, no."
No, but it was supposed to be another side with the white guys, and we never got to it.
Then I remember Route 58, which was hosted by me, was called Just Another White Shark, JAWS, Jaws,
Jaws.
because we spoke only Jaws.
That was great.
Now we had a lot of crazy moments. My favorite moment was, I think it was Dallas's episode. We was talking about comic book characters, heroes.
Oh, that was mine.
Oh, well, it was
we could be heroes?
Yeah, and when we had to identify ourselves with a
that was
hero.
mine.
I forgot who mine was. I forgot who yours was. But the one I will remember was Sirhan. All right. Can you tell us?
Considering he's like squeaking, I think he should say something.
So, okay. So, yeah, we had Sir and Jed on here. I'm cheers Sir and Jed. Cheers Sir and Jed. 'Cause he was here for a while. He was here for a while. And,
I feel bad. You're not
we all just discussed, well, I said Red Hood.
Yeah, okay.
And then I remember getting into it, and he was like, I mean, I would go with Iceman. And all of us just paused and died laughing.
I mean,
I
you
was
see the look on my face right
I
now.
was the initial one.
He didn't know that they made him gay.
You guys
so-
were quiet. I was the only one that was busting my ass off laughing.
Well, we kept quiet because we were like...
And I'm like, he doesn't know. That's the whole time I'm laughing. Like, he doesn't know.
Wait a minute.
So, and I felt bad because he's like, what are you guys talking about? So
We had to explain it to him.
So, because basically it's who you identify yourself with. So when he said it, I couldn't stop laughing. So Dallas had to say, yeah, he's gay now, because it was right after him.
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks after they announced that he was gay. And then he was like, no, I changed. I'm going to change. I'm like, no. I had to try to save him in a way. I'm like, you're identifying yourself before he was gay.
Before he came out of the
Before he
technically,
became a homo.
He was gay the whole
You
time.
were just like, you know what.
Val Kilmer, Iceman.
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer.
Val Kilmer, I know what he's talking
Yeah,
about. He's
Highway-
talking about fucking...
Highway to the danger zone.
Yeah, he's talking
Top
about...
Gun.
Yeah, Top Gun, because he was called Iceman.
It's a different Iceman. Okay.
Iceman as in the
Excellent.
superhero, but very, very,
Yeah.
very good
I watched it the
job.
other night. It was
Very
on
good
cable.
job.
Yeah.
He was on cable. Yeah, nice. It was on cable.
It was on cable. There's a cable.
There's a
We
cable.
don't call it
watches
cable
that.
anymore.
Not me.
We just
I
call
was
it
just
right.
watching it.
Now
on
it's
cable.
just TV.
It was on cable.
It was on cable. I was just thinking
I'm
channels.
going back
it was
90s,
on.
guys. I was just thinking about the 90s today. That's how I was coming over here.
So,
Prepping.
yeah.
That is the greatest.
So, considering I've only been here for 20 episodes, 20 rounds, honestly, I would have to say my favorite moment was when Fernando fucked you in the Who You Got challenge.
Yeah.
Because you died. I swear to
I
God,
went
think your
comatose.
soul left your body for 2 minutes.
I went comatose a little. I was
I'm
like,
pretty sure.
not my favorite moment.
I mean, because honestly, I was dying from that.
yeah,
I mean, there's been a lot of really great moments, but I think that one's epic.
Nah.
To me.
Nah, it's
Epic to
aight.
me.
It's aight.
Epic to me.
I would say that was an epic moment in the Who You Got challenge. It's
In
the
the
first
Who You
time
Got.
that's ever really
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
We'll get to Who You Got
I mean,
challenge moments
considering
later.
that
Yeah, we can
your
get into
episode
it.
was
No,
just
that's
as
the
good,
topic.
though.
We're getting
Your
into that.
episode was just
Not
as
yet.
good
Not
when
yet.
it came down to Alex screaming, "It's up to me."
It's on me.
Fucking asshole.
Hey man, the argument's won, man.
No, it wasn't.
The
It wasn't.
argument's
We'll
won.
get into that, but it's
The
it wasn't a
argument's
fucking
won.
argument.
The
You
argument's
dicked me.
won.
Save it.
Save.
She brought it up. I wanted to wait.
I like
I wanted to wait.
it. Train. Wow,
Oh,
that's a
but-
little train
Game on.
today.
One of our notorious moments is when we were homeless.
Oh, when we're in the car.
Second round, it was just me and Tom without a home, searching for a home, and so I was like, "Fuck, let's just do it in the car."
Yeah.
You know what? Let me rephrase that. Let us
Yeah.
record the
That's
episode.
okay.
That is
That's
that is a little
gay.
gay.
That might be a little
That
gay.
was very a little
I
bit.
just checked. That was a little good.
Ding, ding,
Let us
ding.
record the
Who's on top,
episode.
though?
It was the first episode
I
of.
don't know. You seem like more of a bottom.
You're a bottom.
I'm not. It was the first episode
That's not cool.
of the new year.
Because you're so
He would
smooth.
break me.
Exactly.
Can we not go? I'm trying to move. Keep it going.
Well, this is gay.
That's
That's
very
gay.
gay.
So
All right.
Does that
Wait,
make
so
you
you're in the
Iceman
bottom,
now?
you're the pillow bottom.
No, that's not.
Yeah, it was.
It was the first
peanut butter.
episode of the new year. You sons of bitches. What was the episode
I
called
wanted to
too?
fuck in the car.
Yeah,
New Year.
No.
It was called.
It was something and a cop car.
No,
I just
it
knew-
was. Keep talking about it.
All
I'll
right,
find
but
it.
so
Wait, is that
So
the
at
one
least
you
have
guys were
Vaseline
telling
or
me about
something
that
like-
you were up by the marina?
yeah, we were
By Rolling Roll
like
Star?
we were literally
around that, yeah.
And now that I think about it, it could have been a little gay if thinking about it.
yeah.
It could have been because we were next to the little motel they have
Oh my God!
in the parking lot.
That's definitely a little gay.
And it's just him with the laugh. I'm like, yeah, we're just
Best and Worst of 2015 with the Boys in Blue.
yeah, it not
We got pulled up on
yeah.
twice.
Yeah, so we're sitting there and we're talking about like the best of the year before, and all we hear is a knock, 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 and a light shines into the car. Roll down the window. Oh, mind you, this is all on air.
Yeah.
It's the cops. He's like, yeah, we got a call that you two people were in the car. I was like, look, we're recording an episode. You want to talk? And they're like, all right. So they let us go, and it was like,
mad quick.
It was like, yeah, we got to go.
They were like, nope.
Nope.
They were like, we aren't saying a fucking word to these guys.
Yeah, and then I forgot. Then we just drove around a while because again, we were mobile. So then the second time it happened,
Oh my god.
it was with Victor. Again, homeless.
Movie theater.
So he's like, yeah, we go to the movie theater. We go in the top parking lot. They can't mess with. I forgot what topic, which one that was.
That I don't.
But yeah, we're on the movie theater again.
Keep blocking
Knock,
you.
knock, knock.
It's okay.
It's like, we got a call. Yeah, you guys can't be. Oh, we're recording an episode. Want to talk? Nope. All right, kept it moving. And for some reason, we devolved into a conversation, ran about women.
Yes. Yes.
It was about women
Yes,
and
we did.
relationships.
Yeah.
And while I'm driving around,
Yeah, he was driving. We
all
were
the
still
chicks at
recording.
bay, and we're just recording, talking.
Oh,
shit.
it was called "Don't Laugh It Irks Us" because remember we were
Yeah,
supposed
shit
to try
that
to-
bothers us.
we were
Yeah,
supposed to
that's what
bother
it was.
us.
Things that bother us, and we just devolved into a rant about women. Shit, women.
Well, women bother us.
Women
sometimes.
bother.
Sorry, Jade.
That's fine. It's okay. You guys needed the female perspective.
It was hilarious.
That's
that
why
was.
I came around. And that's
Exactly.
why I stuck around.
It works.
It works. And we have
Blend.
Ashley now, so I have
Yes,
double
that's
the women power.
Dude, that's 4 boobs.
That's 4 boobs.
That's 4 boobies.
That's 4 boobies.
4 butt chicks.
4 butt cheeks.
Everybody here has 2 butt cheeks.
Well, we all have butt cheeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, what? You have something? You sit sideways like, yeah.
I use my hip.
I sit like this.
I sit like
No,
this.
you want to know what it is? He has a mono cheek. It's
Yeah. It's mine. It's right in the middle.
You got one cheek.
It's all the rage
It's right in the
now.
middle.
I got one butt cheek.
It's mono. I mean, the hole gets a little bit more excessive, but
And I
it's,
kind of like to sway. Yeah.
He fixed that crack.
in my
that.
chair, I'm
sway.
just kind of swaying.
swaying.
It's a good day, guys. It's a good day on the bus.
How you doing?
That's like like one of those clown things that you punch and it comes back.
Oh my god.
Oh man, that's really funny.
One of my favorite episodes was the Saturday Night Live episode.
That was fun. Yeah,
that was fun.
Which is actually not found on Podbean.
Right,
That's the
'cause
only episode because we
'cause
recorded it.
We recorded it on Facebook
Oh,
Live.
yeah,
the
well,
only
that's
one.
how it's supposed to be. It's live, so
It
it's
was
like,
live, so
There's no evidence. Wait, we have
It
no
was second
evidence.
round
Oh, there's
live.
evidence on Facebook, but otherwise there's
Yeah.
no.
no record- yeah.
My question is, being as I'm the
Second round live.
second newest rounder, because Ashley's the newest. When did you guys actually start simultaneously podcasting and going on Facebook Live? What episode did you do that?
Oof,
That
that was
was-
like 70s maybe.
That was way later because that's when we started using the tablet.
Yeah.
Like my phone.
That was when the tablet started getting used.
I think that was
Yeah, that
around
was like
second round
around
live.
the 70s.
That was
yeah.
way
I think
later.
second round live was like
That was
that was-
way later.
that was like the second
so
or third
for the most
time
part,
we went
you guys
live.
were only found on
It-
Podbean.
right, it was only found on
Around, like, the Power
Podbean.
Ranger movie. 'Cause you
No,
guys
I
set
think
it up.
no. The Power Ranger movie was this year. Last year we started.
We started, but like towards the end of last
Yeah, like
year.
end of last year when we were inside down here
Yeah, well, once we
Yeah.
came
in the cellar.
in the
Oh,
cellar,
no, not that.
that's
Anything
when
but
we
that,
started just
Spider-Man.
angling it.
Be careful, don't break your neck. Remember, it's third strike and you're out.
Yeah.
Call me out, motherfucker.
That was-
What?
Danny
Yeah, because you're
Danny
always
ran
breaking
away.
shit,
Hey,
bro.
I'm gonna watch this on Facebook.
You're always
And
breaking
interacting
shit.
us?
Yeah. Well, you made me come in because you said my name.
Well, you didn't have to come in. Just don't break anything.
You know, when I think about some really great episodes that happened with the show, I go all the way back to GameCon with our interviews.
Yes, those are-
Yes.
Oh, yo, there's certain people we have to get
Well,
back.
you guys are doing it, yeah.
Being a hype man guy.
Which is at the end of October.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys will be in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Press passes.
Cheers to GameCon.
Cheers to-
And make sure you guys link up with Party Nerds.
Nerds. Oh, yeah.
Yes,
And,
party nerds, definitely.
Definitely handle that shit with them. Get some interviews. Just like
Yeah,
we
we're
did.
gonna
We had a
do it.
lot
We
of
got
fun. Do
challenged
LARP.
there.
Do the LARP.
Yeah, LARP is cool.
We did LARP.
We got challenged. We got to get there. All
We
games.
got to get in touch with Howie and,
Howie.
and have him come on for
Yes.
the episode. Oh,
Howie is the man.
Oh, that game.
Oh, yeah, I
my
remember.
God,
yeah.
man, that was-
I
I'm
wasn't
still
there for that.
invested in my
wanna-
character.
Me
We
too.
got a pretty- we got
I
a
want to
pretty
know what
busy
happened to
October.
him.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have a pretty busy October.
October was
We
busy
have
last year,
Comic-Con
and there was
with
this
the You
year.
Got Challenge.
Yep.
That is your last for now.
Yep.
And then obviously we have to have the Mr. Oso Smooth send off for the Florida expansion.
That's right. I know what kind of an episode I'm doing too.
There we
so
go.
I'm really
I mean,
excited.
and then also there's a couple things that I was going to discuss with you guys off air because there's a lot of things in the works right now.
They all
brand new.
know.
Well, I'm hinting because I want them to pay attention. But there's a bunch of stuff that's actually coming up in October that we all need to be involved with. And we actually were personally invited.
Well, I won't be there.
Invited.
We'll make sure that you're there.
In
somehow.
1
I'll
week.
show up on my phone. Hey guys!
A week in October, I won't be here. But I'll be back.
It's the end of October.
Oh, you'll be here.
You'll be here.
I'll be here.
But, and then also, don't forget, next week we're tuning in with our favorite person, Billy.
Yeah, we're gonna be there.
The second round is the guest on Billy's new podcast. He's on one of our affiliates out in Long Island, Painted Black. And we're going to be their guests on Monday. They love the
Goddamn
second
right.
rounds.
Yeah, cheers to them.
Cheers.
And
Cheers.
their podcast
Absolutely.
show.
I
Cheers.
can't wait for that.
That's gonna be
It
fun.
It was
Great,
funny
guys.
enough. The people at my job were actually going to take me out on Monday for like my send off for work, and they were like, "Oh yeah, so we're going to go out. We're going to go drinking. We're going to have a good time." And I was just like, you know what? I think we're going to have to change the day. Which, by the way, Friday of Comic-Con, the 6th, we're going out to drink and shit because that's when they're taking me out.
I will make sure that I bring a change of clothes because I'm not showing up.
Bring a change of clothes.
I'm
I'll
showing
be
up
there.
in that cosplay. We're
I'll
going
be in
drinking.
Going drinking. We're going streaking.
Oh my god.
We're going streaking. What?
Billy said gangbang in Malave's pool.
Yeah! There's no pool.
Even though I'm the one that has the pool. So.
I am not gangbanging
I'm not
anybody.
gangbanging.
Had a pool.
And as we've already figured out, I'd be on the bottom. That's not
Hey,
for me.
can we not revisit that topic?
They said it. I
and
didn't
I
say
moved
it.
on.
No, but that's
He doesn't
moved
want
on.
that in his
I just-
energy field.
That-
When
I'm
did we
just
start
saying.
that whole little gay thing? Do you remember that? Like,
It
when
just
did we
kind of
really
crept up.
start
I
it?
think it was about I want to say 20 episodes ago. Maybe around
So when
20.
Jade
Probably
started.
when I
Like,
started.
probably
When
when
Jade
Jade
started, it was
started.
a little gay.
All of a
Because
sudden you
because
guys
we stopped.
started
You know why?
realizing-
You know why? Because we always just said gay shit without any filters.
Yeah.
Now that she came in, now she's like, we're like, oh man, she's a girl. So yeah, that's a little gay.
Yeah.
We can't be a little gay around a girl.
That doesn't make sense.
It does because
We
How does that make
can't,
sense?
can't be a little gay around girls.
Gay
We
around
can't
the
be a
dudes,
little gay
but not
around a girl.
But you want to know what makes the
Was that a little
what
gay?
makes it, the worst
I
thing
think that's a
ever?
little gay.
I am the most
think that's a little gay.
non-girly girl ever. Like,
still a girl.
I'm still a female. I mean, I still got the parts, but that doesn't mean I think like one. I don't.
Cheers to not
Cheers
thinking
to
like a
thinking like a
chick.
chick.
Yeah,
There
I
you go,
guess. We love you, ladies.
Yes,
we
yes.
care what you guys think. Girls
So if you're
think.
gay around the guys and she considers herself one of the guys, you should continue being gay.
Is that a little gay,
I
Marvin?
think so.
Actually, it's a little logical.
I think it is kind
It's
of
a trap. He's trying to make you the.
Yeah,
He
I
wants
know
you to
what
say something gay. Put your mouth on the
He's
bottle.
trying to get us like, yeah, maybe I should be a little more gay.
Like, you know what? Maybe we should be a little gay.
Shirt versus skins right now.
In a wrestling
Right
match.
now. In a battle
In a-
In a
royale.
little wrestling.
I'll
A battle
go
royale.
I don't want to fight him though. He's a baby.
Oh, he's on my team.
I'm not in it.
I got Jade.
No, I'm saying
Kick all your asses.
I'm not in it.
chocolate.
Sex of chocolate.
That's a chocolate.
chocolate.
He'll be like Mark Henry. Oh,
So
baby.
yeah, he's gonna be Mark Henry. Who's he gonna be? Enzo?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
yeah.
that's fucked up.
Couple of haters.
You're all a bunch of cup of haters. Couple of haters.
Jade.
Trade.
That's the third one.
People, hey, they're making money.
People moving,
It's
man.
Rosh Hashanah, so they got
It is.
some
It is
something.
rush hour. Yeah.
Bitches. Yeah, bitches. But yeah,
Hey,
man.
the game.
Hey, cheers with Danny
Cheers
and
to the game.
Cheers to the game.
It didn't even start
football.
yet. It's not even
Football.
started yet. So you,
And hockey. Hockey's back.
cheers to, yes, it is back.
Okay.
Can I just say something real quick on air? So fuck you,
Why me?
because
What did I do?
you fucking beat me.
Oh yeah. And I didn't even have my good players out.
Oh my god, fuck you!
But
And
I'm up against you.
I
this
just want to
week.
shout out to Jordan Howard for a
It's gonna be a good
.7.
game.
And you want to know what
So
the best
you can
part
go
about
fuck
it
yourself,
is?
and that's the reason
Our
why I now
quarterbacks
have
are
Melvin
actually
Gordon.
playing.
They're playing.
Playing each other, so
Good
I'm
trade,
like,
by the way.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that because I thought it was a good trade
You're gonna-
too.
you're gonna
It
destroy
made my
oh
team
my
better.
god! I showed Fernando that trade. He literally lost his shit.
I made a good trade.
He's like, "Fuck, Tommy, fuck."
Tell them the trade.
Let's see. I got rid of Julio Jones and Jarvis Allen, and I gained Melvin Gordon, Demaryius Thomas, and Jack Doyle.
I hate you.
So I was like, thanks, Z.
I warn people every year. Your actions
You're acting
affect
back to the
other
people, and you just made my
They don't-
team so
and they
much
don't
better.
fucking listen. Every year I say the same thing. Your actions
I don't even
affect
feel- I don't
other
even-
people.
But you know what?
And I just saw it. I was
needed
like,
that
of
running
course.
back. I got that running back. I
Fuck
lost
you.
Julio. It
Fuck
hurts
you.
a little bit, but
Fuck
hey, I
him.
got Demaryius
Fuck all
Thomas,
of
and
you.
that's not too bad. And I fixed my tight end problem.
You could have just called me, man.
We already made a trade. I don't
I
like
know.
the double trade.
Yeah.
Is that a little gay?
It doesn't do.
No backseas. That's what you're trying to say. No
That might be a little gay.
It
It might be a little gay. It might be a
So
little
I
gay.
also, you got hit with the bullshit trade too.
Oh my God, Joe Mo with these bullshit trades. How you gonna trade me Austin? He just got hurt. How you putting that in it? How you putting that in a trade?
Hey, I dropped one of my guys that's not coming back.
Yeah, well.
And you know what's funny? He got snatched.
Well,
Yeah,
Didn't you pick up
Sad.
Darren McFadden?
I did.
That's about enough for that.
Yeah.
anyway, moving on.
Yeah, because we was about to spend
How about we- how
2
about
hours
we-
talking fantasy football.
How about we talk
you-
about our show?
You know what?
So,
All right.
Tommy, I have a question for you. Being the person, you're kind of like Jesus of the second round.
Wow, thanks.
Actually,
Whoa.
he's God. He created it.
I
Jesus
would.
was
That
his
is
son.
true.
I'd be
He's
the
El
Lord and
Jefe.
Savior.
Sorry.
I'll give him El Jefe. You know, he's not
El Jefe.
Jesus.
Hey,
No
hey,
glasses
I'm
on
Ash
the
from
second
Evil Dead.
round.
El Jefe.
That's my
No
baby.
glasses.
What the fucking deal, bitch?
So
Hi, Eddie.
all I'm saying is that
It's
Eddie.
a-
So Tommy, what possessed you to start this show? That's what I want to know.
Actually,
because you brought all of us on, you talked to us about it,
That's
and like,
true. You stalked me at the
what
fucking
what
Comic-Con.
made you
I
think
did.
like,
I didn't
wanna
stalk you.
start-
That I would definitely not utilize
I
the
wanna
word
hear the
stalk.
origin. I want to hear.
That's
the
a little
origin
too
story.
much. I was
You-
staying in
you-
one
you-
section.
You definitely like followed me around a little bit.
I didn't move.
No, you did.
I stayed in the same spot. We were standing up there interviewing people.
No, you didn't. You were moving
Yeah.
around. I watched you.
I was there 2 days.
So was I.
But I didn't stalk. Let's not say that I stalked.
I didn't stalk Jen.
A little
I
bit.
did, and I'm fucking around.
No, but I remember actually me and Mr. A-Town Ryan, we were talking about doing a like a comedy sketch type of thing.
Early
recess
That was the first.
with
Yeah.
your your cousin
Who's in Florida? We're trying to have you.
Yeah, you gotta tell me so I
yeah,
can link up with
yeah.
him. I liked him. He was a good guy.
Yeah.
He would have definitely been great for the show. Yeah, but he moved.
That was the only reason why.
But
He
he
would have
moved.
been. He would have been on.
Yeah, he was mad cool though. I know he was
He would've
mad
moved.
cool.
He moved.
A-Town bloodline.
He would have been out.
And we had all these
Hey, I
ideas
can hit
and
up my
plans.
cousin.
And it was when we were in my apartment and we were talking about the Power Rangers skit.
Oh yes. Oh, you want to say it?
Yeah, you can say it.
All right. This was the idea for the Power Rangers sketch. Is that, you know, they live in a town. Angel Grove's a very small town,
In
and yet
Cali.
nobody realized that they were the Power Rangers.
For
example, nobody-
Not to get interrupt, but Austin St. John was announced for Comic-Con.
Oh,
The
really?
original
Nice.
Red Ranger and Billy and Zach are coming too.
What? Where is Kimberly and
She,
oh, man.
you know, she started
He's
doing
gonna-
it. She started doing
Tommy's
comedy.
gonna
I
do that?
saw her at her first one.
Yeah,
at
she
the
started.
Philadelphia
You know what it is?
Comic-Con.
The money.
be so great.
The moment the rest of them started telling me, you know how much money we make doing these
Well,
things?
yeah, he jumped in.
Austin St. John wasn't doing it.
No, Austin
And-
St. John was away. You guys gotta understand, he's a paramedic in the army. He works for the armed forces.
But the whole Power Rangers thing, even so, he would because he talked about it.
He
He's like-
didn't want to.
Yeah, he didn't want to.
Saban fucked
Then
him
That's
over.
why he
yeah,
left.
yeah, of course, yeah.
Saban fucked him over.
A
That's
lot.
why the original.
lot. They make
That's
a
why
lot.
a couple
I
of
can't
the
tell you
originals
because
left the
I don't
series.
personally know.
Yeah.
But they
But
make
I would
a
make a
lot.
lot.
They make a lot,
I'd
especially.
be like, I'm the green.
Give me
Ranger.
like 10,000 each show, 15,000.
Nah, it's
Dude,
more based
they
on
get
the
a cut
autograph.
from
Yeah,
every
yeah.
single autograph session. They get a cut.
There's hundreds of people.
They get a
that
cut of
use
that,
it.
and
How
it's
much is
say
per autograph?
it depends on the
But
person. Say
50
you're
to
making
like
$60
$100.
an autograph, they're getting like 70% of it.
Tell that story, Mr.
Yes,
A-Town
yes.
Ryan.
So yeah, the sketch, the sketch was that
Good money.
Tell that story, Mr. A-Town Ryan.
that we would be do a news crew that talks about the havoc that and the destruction caused every time the Megazords were summoned.
Oh, that would be cool.
So that same dock where the Dragon Zord would always come out, it would be a lonely dock worker complaining about how he can't feed his family because every day he tries to go to work. At least at every Saturday and every weekday at 3 o'clock, the same fucking dragon would come out of the docks and destroy his livelihood and fuck him over. And at the side, you'd see the Green Ranger hiding in the bushes, and Tommy would come out all green and yet known, and they'd interview him. So, what do you think about the havoc that these Power Rangers commit every day on our shores of Angel Grove? And it was gonna escalate from there. Like,
Yeah, we had a lot of actually really good ideas. We
We
had
should still
ideas about
implement.
the Disney in
Disney, was it Real World Disney? Disney in a
it was in the psych
rehab
the
clinic.
rehab
Disney
Disney
characters in a rehab
Yeah, we
clinic
had that idea.
I've seen that.
that they all think that they're cartoon characters, but they're actually real people. So they got, what was you, Pinocchio? You were going to Pinocchio.
It was Pinocchio, yeah. Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
It was like the Italian fucking
Italian dude.
Pinocchio.
Ariel's
And all he
obsessed
did
with
was
fish,
lie.
but she's really just
It's
fucking
Nocchio.
crazy. Mickey is actually
Nocchio.
Mickey Mouse is actually the head therapist.
Yeah, he's
And
the warden.
He's literally taking notes of their different delusions. Sleeping
Can we,
Beauty
like, please
has a
do
narcolepsy.
this?
We
problem.
had
really
these
wanna do
ideas like,
That
and they were
is-
really good.
Yeah.
Like,
But
we could enlist all of our cosplay friends and do this.
That was the idea too.
yeah,
to get
that was
people-
what we were doing because
Yeah.
we were figuring out we need to find actors,
Yeah.
we need to find people like this. We were trying to break it all down. Sadly, because with Claude While leaving,
He
it was a
moved,
little tough. And I remember we were all sitting there. We were talking. It was me, you, Dal, Vic, Surin, and I was like, "Yo, why don't we try to put this on air?"
Right.
Because I was listening to a show called How Did This Get Made, which is they make fun of movies.
Right.
And I was like, oh, this is pretty interesting. They're just sitting there talking. So I thought it would be pretty cool to just chill, record ourselves, because we can be funny people at times. We're
Right.
New Yorkers. We have to be funny. Or else people don't like us. Well, they don't like us anyway. But
They hate us because they ain't us.
they hate us because they ain't us. And it came down to where me and Sirhan first started it. Then Dal and Vic came on the second episode, then so on and so forth. And that's pretty much how it all started. It all started with a microphone, some pot, and if honestly you were listening to the first episode, a bowl of salad.
Yeah, cheers. Cheers to what started the origin in the
Cheers
mix.
to like tossing some salads for the first
My
episode.
beer fell in my salad during that episode.
Well, that's good dressing. That's a little good dressing.
Nah, if you knew me, man, I love my Italian dressing. So that beer falling in that ruined. Yeah, I drink it.
He's disgusting.
I do.
That is a little excessive, and I'm half Italian.
No, I go
pretty
insane. You got to see when I go to like at work if I go to lunch and I order a
So
salad,
I know
they
what
call
your
me
going
soup guy.
away gift is gonna
Hey,
be.
you want the soup?
I've gotten for
Hey, can
for
we
Secret
get the
Santa
one
at
man
work.
with the
Somebody
soup?
bought me a big ass bottle of Italian dressing. And it was the greatest thing ever. I was like, yes, I didn't need anything else. This is the greatest thing ever.
He's like, what you want? All right, cool.
A bottle of it.
Oh!
It was at JP.
You know what is funny about that episode?
We're back on.
You know the episode we lost is when we reviewed that trash ass movie from Justin and Kelly.
You remember when you unplugged it?
That was
that Justin and Kelly?
No, Justin and Kelly.
That was
Because
the one
that's
that
when
didn't
the
get
computer
recorded.
went
Yeah,
down.
because that was the one. Yeah, that was the one which.
Because we thought it was.
That's the
recorded, but
lost
it didn't.
episode.
Yes,
as
I
it
remember
should
that.
be.
That was fun though.
That,
That's fun.
it had to have been lost.
The Justin and Kelly.
Because
one was
this
good,
motherfucker said, "Hey, you know what we should do? We should watch a bad movie and review it."
A bad movie
How do
review.
you say
We
that?
haven't done one in a while.
We never did one.
Tommy,
We
do you
only did
save
one.
it as an MP3?
That was the worst time I ever spent.
Oh, because it's letting me do it.
Because I texted him this whole time. I was like,
Okay.
"What did you do to
Saving
me?" That movie was bad,
That movie was bad.
Yes.
and I
it was.
still want my life back.
It's alright. The songs didn't make sense.
I don't remember the songs. Thank God.
I did.
Yeah, because you liked it.
I liked it.
You liked it.
You liked it.
I did.
I don't know.
Watching it over again as an older adult, I was like, "What was I thinking?" But
You liked it.
the songs I got hooked to it because fuck you guys, just fuck you guys. All right.
So I want to
I'm
know.
glad that episode never came out because I sang on that one.
I want to know what was your favorite episode that we've done? Either the one you hosted or a topic that we've covered that you just loved. This also smooth?
When we did, wow, that's a lot.
100 of them.
100.
Well, 99. 99.
I gotta look back.
I had a lot of fun with that second round feud.
Yeah, that was.
I
feud?
yeah, we
had
did a family feud episode
in the haunted house.
I was the host.
My team won.
Your team won. It was It was you versus Vic.
Yeah, it was me.
It was supposed to keep continuing. We originally were supposed to also have a whose round is it anyway?
Yes,
we
yes.
never
Which
did
was
that.
was the who you which was whose line is it anyway?
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
gonna try that. Yeah, we had wow. We had a bunch.
We did what? Cards Against Humanity?
We did.
We did Cards
we
Against
did a couple
Humanity.
of Cards
We
Against
played
Humanity.
Kings.
We did Kings. Kings was funny.
Do
With
it.
the Never Have I Ever's and shit. That was great. Oh, what about the disaster movie one?
That was
16
yours.
minutes.
That was mine. That was
You
one of
like-
my favorite ones.
That was with Rick and the Madness.
Right. Yeah,
they
we were
came
talking
in.
disaster
They
movies.
came
Yeah,
in for that one. Yeah.
I remember that. That was.
We
really
had a
good.
lot of great guests on our show.
Yeah.
We've had some pretty awesome fucking guests, I would say.
Definitely. We have two of our permanent guests here with us today.
Yeah.
Our permanent guest. You like that one, guys?
We have the troublemaker.
The troublemaker who always like to entice people. Just There's what?
You
though?
can't let it go!
Though.
You son of a bitch! I got fucking blood, man! You fucking asshole!
Someone's bitter.
I didn't get to wail on him. last
You know
time.
what? I want to talk about it. Let's just talk.
No. We're gonna wait. I want to hear your favorite
We'll
episode.
talk about our Who You
okay.
Got challenges.
Your favorite
Yeah,
episodes.
yeah.
Your favorite episodes.
Favorite
Did you
episodes.
like my guest?
No, guests.
Oh, V. V did his thing.
What?
V definitely did his thing.
V did his thing.
Oh, I don't
Oh
remember
my
him.
god.
Oh, 'cause,
Yeah, I don't remember.
Black guy didn't.
Nah,
We
he
had
was
a
cool, dude. He
Power
was
Rangers
cool.
episode
The one
that we
time
didn't.
the
That
black guy
yo,
screwed
it
him
took us
over,
so
right?
long
Yeah,
to
I
do that
remember that.
episode.
Our
That was-
episode.
Black guy
Oh my
screwed
god,
black
that was
guy
episode
over.
47, the more phenomenal episode.
More phenomenal.
And-
We are more phenomenal.
We are more phenomenal.
Wait, what number was that?
47.
It took us 47 episodes.
More for
Meanwhile, before that, we would always talk about Power Rangers, and we'd always have to stop ourselves. Like, no, we're gonna do an episode on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And we
No,
never
it
did.
took us until we finally.
And it took us 2 hours, and we still had more. We had to stop ourselves.
Yeah, we had to stop.
I remember that we
kept-
had
we
to
kept
stop
going.
because we were like, "Yo, we gotta end it."
We
That
could
was
kept going.
that was back when we we didn't really go 2 hours. Like it wasn't.
We
like-
used to try to.
We used to try to stop. Man.
Yeah,
Like,
an
we
hour
were
and a
used to
half.
5.
Remember when we used to think we're gonna go an hour
Hour and a half. Oh shit! What was our longest episode? It wasn't. I think it
hours.
was a challenge.
We have gone 3 hours before.
3
No,
hours.
was it the one that we had at my place with all of
2
us
hours and
being
57 minutes.
Which episode?
there?
Episode 55, and it's a Who You Got Challenge presents.
The Tommy one?
No, oh, wait, what is this? This is a 3-hour episode. Second Rounds on Us presents.
We went long at yours too.
We did really long
Yeah.
at my house. We were there for like
we went
four
really long.
hours.
We have.
No, well, we
gone
were
3
there
hours.
for us, but recording time now. Then I was
Re-
full.
we have gone. No, we've never recorded 4 hours.
Yeah,
we have recorded 3 before.
I know
Oh
we.
my
had-
God.
I
Was
think
it
that
when
was
you
a
were-
Sin City's
Huh?
conference. Sin City's conference episode round 57 was 2 hours and 40 minutes.
So almost 3.
That was a
Jesus.
close one.
Wait, whose conference
What about
was
what
it that
you
we
were-
did at my house?
I forgot we had you at.
That was Matt's conference.
Matt, check that one because
What?
that one I know was a long.
All right,
one. We were at Mama Jade's house.
Okay, yeah.
Because every single one of us was there.
Yeah,
and,
everyone
and
was
Jen
there.
was there too.
And Christian was there.
And
Christian was
Christian.
definitely there.
Christian helped pick.
That's just 3.
Wapian.
That's 3.
I think my favorite episode was definitely Mr. Nobody Knows What's Gonna Happen.
Yeah, you remember that one?
Oh man, we got deep with
yes.
that episode.
Yeah, that was a good
That was
episode.
we was talking about my favorite movie, Mr. Nobody.
That was a great one.
Oh, I love that movie so much. I gotta watch it again. Just
Yeah.
to,
And Jade,
that's
have you
my
seen that
ultimate.
movie?
Oh, it's like
we did a
it's
movie,
really
so,
good.
So we had this thing like we would just review a movie. So Alex picked Mr. Nobody, and Tommy and I never really saw it.
No,
And then we finally saw it for the first time. This shit gets deep.
it gets mind-blowingly. It opens up your mind, and like we was able to do a full episode just getting down deep, man. Oh
Right.
man,
About like what is life.
life exactly.
Yeah.
The
That's
choices
the
we
first
make.
time we really got into like what is life.
Yeah,
Like,
it's-
We got really
What a-
deep into that episode. I remember we were all like, you got to know more of how we think as human beings
Yes.
on that episode.
the choices, how we talked about ourselves, the choices we made
Yep.
that brought us to the different points we are. Even now, even from that point since we've reviewed it, we've made choices to bring us back here or to other avenues in our lives.
Yeah, yep,
That's awesome.
definitely.
Yeah.
I'm
it was a
actually
really
kind
good
of
episode.
sad that I missed out on so much.
It was a really good episode.
But-
We've had some really, we've had a lot of really good episodes where we just kind of just was shooting the shit
Right.
and just we
Different
had just
topics we
good
wanted to
time.
get into.
The topics are insane because what the listeners, the second rounders don't know, I would assume they don't know actually, is every episode is hosted by a different member. And we're told prior what the episode is actually about, so we have at least a little bit of time to get prepared for it.
Yes.
But the episodes are not determined by
Blaine!
just everybody. Blaine,
I don't like that that's really that low.
the episode is not determined by everybody. Each episode is determined by one person who's hosting that time,
Yeah.
and everybody has no choice but to do that
Yes,
episode.
yes.
Yeah.
That was the main
And
rule
you
of
had
the
to
show.
get forced.
That happened.
You were
have
forced to
talk
do
about
that
it.
episode.
That happens, you guys.
It doesn't matter if you didn't want to do it, you had to do that episode.
Yes,
That
yes.
episode had to be done, and we've had issues where people would not show up
Yeah.
because they didn't want to do that episode. Those people are no longer here,
Yep.
but that's that's how
And it
works
wasn't
when
like the
comes to
topics were
episodes.
too crazy. They were like,
Just regular old
Regular
topics. Guys,
shit.
I mean,
I don't like
people
horror
were-
movies. I talked about talked about horror movies.
Spider
Chucky,
Danny,
poor Chucky.
Spider Danny.
That's how our episodes are decided.
Yeah.
Each person picks an episode.
Every week. That's
Every
why
week it changes.
That's why
Different
you
hosts.
hear the different people introduce the episode, start the episode.
Right, because you're the host.
We're the hosts. So in case you didn't figure it out yet,
that's why like it's fair when it comes to all this. Because originally in the beginning,
We have not done
we've
an
never
episode.
done an anime episode. Originally in the beginning, I was the one that used to choose the topics. Until eventually, when we had 4, I was like, why doesn't everybody just choose a topic?
Round robin
So
style.
so it's fair. You always get a chance to talk about what you want to talk about, and it obviously has worked since.
Yeah. God damn it. Jade, what was one of the topics you love to talk about? Like your favorite topic that you brought to the second round?
I mean, I don't think you guys. I did a little bit of research when I first came on the show, and whenever I get the chance to, I go back and I listen to previous episodes of before I came on. You guys didn't really talk about cosplay much until I came around.
We're not cosplayers.
Yeah, that's probably.
So
You
there's
know,
nothing
I
to
mean,
really
you
talk about.
mentioned conventions and the fun you'd have when you
Yeah.
were there, and of course the Who You Got challenge.
Cosplayers
But Cosplayers Month was the only time that you guys really got into like cosplay and cosplayers, and then I came along and you guys accepted me as one of your own, and then all of a sudden cosplay became something that we talk about fairly regularly.
Yeah.
You know, not just about Cosplayers Month. So I like that. I mean, because cosplay is a huge part of my life.
Well, that's the topic and the influence we wanted to have with you here. Because we that's
Just that?
No, well, there's other things. I mean, you have an
It
amazing
definitely
sound,
is
but
very interesting.
it definitely
and it's like,
diverse.
how do we get into that?
Yeah.
Like you guys did the NWO thing, but I mean, honestly, I want to cosplay.
I did
and
my
now
bootleg.
We have somebody we can
The first
talk
one where
about
we
that.
all
Right.
went to, I did my bootleg. Whatchamacallit?
And
Killer
that's
Croc.
what-
Killer
that's-
Croc. I was
Killer
Star
Croc.
Lord.
You and I still need to set a date and go.
Yeah.
I was Star Lord, Jen was Gamora, and Christian was Rocket Raccoon. Yeah,
That's great.
Yeah,
that's
I
cool.
mean, like, I have no problem. If you guys wanted to shoot the shit about cosplay all day, I could do that. You know? And I love the fact that we're so versatile. We can talk about movies, TV, video games, things that are happening in the world, things that are happening in our lives, and then just go right back into being conventions and awesome nerds.
Right.
I love that about us. I mean, you know, there's so much fluidity. There's very little. I mean, we're about as fluid as the beers we drink.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it keeps
Nice.
on rolling.
And it
As you
keeps
can
on
tell,
going.
what was the record of a second round episode that Marvin has went to the bathroom? What is it?
8.
8? Is it 8? I think it was like a
It
12.
had to be a challenge,
No,
right?
it was 8.
It was a challenge.
It was
Challenge.
8 times
8
that he went to
times.
pee. Yes,
Yes.
Jesus.
yes, that's a record.
That is a record.
That's a record in the
That is
second
definitely a
round.
record. But Jade, what was your...
Vic holds the record for most second round all arounds
Right,
in
in
a
a
challenge.
challenge.
I thought it was
You were
Matthew
getting
last
closer.
week.
I was
second.
getting very
That wasn't
close.
Matthew
It
last
was
week.
No,
close.
Vic had
Vic
a.
holds
has
it.
it.
I
He
remember
was
it was only
close.
like
I was
Brian.
like 4
He was
close.
close.
I was
Listening
like
on that
4.
one.
He was
at least
he was
4.
close.
An entire first round. What was the second?
He was
round?
very close.
But that's
It
not
was
even
our
my
shortest
fault, though.
Who
That
Got
was
challenge,
actually
no.
just
Yeah,
luck
it
of the
was just your
dice.
picks. You're right.
It was the luck of the dice, honestly.
Okay.
Like we can't pick the matchups. You know what I mean?
It's all about randomizing.
It's all the randomizer. So the randomize
yourself
fucks
that.
that up. But not Vic. He just picked bad characters. Sorry, Vic. Sorry.
I don't know. I would have to say, honestly, because again, I've only been here for 20 rounds. I'd say my favorite episode was the day we announced that I was here to stay.
Her inaugural episode.
My inaugural
The inaugural
episode.
The inauguration.
I mean, because before
of the
I was
first
just
lady.
here as a guest and somebody to have fun with, and that giggity. And then
Really?
they said, no,
This is
let's
really-
keep her. Let's totally keep her. And then I became the first lady of the second rounds, and I am very proud of that. Very proud of that.
Cheers to the first
Cheers.
lady of the second round.
Yes.
That, because
Clink,
here's the
clink,
thing.
clink,
Do you
clink,
realize now, like, I told you guys that when you met me, I've been in the cosplay community for about 14 years now.
God
give or
damn.
take. And the funny thing is everybody knew me by my cosplay, but now it's not only do they know me by my cosplaying, but they also know me by us. They're like, oh,
Goddamn
Jade, they're
right.
like, oh, Jade Phoenix, you know, she's a great cosplayer, but she's also on that podcast, Second Rounds. And I'm like, okay, so now my name is synonymous with it too.
That's a great thing.
That's a great thing.
I have to say, I think it's pretty awesome when we go to cons and people know who we are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Even in cosplay, people are like, oh wait, that's Jade's tattoos.
Cheers to Rocco.
Yeah,
Cheers to
yeah,
Rocco.
right,
Mr.
yeah.
Deadshot himself,
Yeah.
who has been on every
Yeah,
single.
and he knows who we are. And he was like, and he even said it to
yeah,
me.
he's
"Y'all
like,
still
again?
doing that challenge?"
Yeah, so yes, we are.
It's like, maybe you'll mess up my audio this time.
But yeah, you know, I mean, and our fans, our listeners, our people, they're very loyal.
Yeah,
They're very loyal.
that is 100% a fact.
That is-
We got a stable of good supporters.
We
Cheers
do.
to Johnny P.
Oh, Johnny
Cheers
P.
to Nick and
Mr.
Francis.
Nick and Francis.
Boy, don't forget
Yeah,
Bobby.
of course, I was about to get
Bobby!
Cheers to Bobby. Cheers to Bobby.
And Billy.
Billy!
Cheers to Jess.
Hey, Just
And
Jess.
Jess. Jess. Cheers to
and Frankie.
Fernando.
Fernando.
And Frankie.
We have
We
Frankie
have
and Nick.
Frankie.
Yes, of course.
Frankie and Nick.
Yeah, we said that first.
Yeah.
Do you know she moved to Pennsylvania?
Well,
yeah.
Philly.
Yeah.
Philly.
Go
Philly's
in
in
to Philly.
I don't call it Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is upstate to me.
Yeah, Pennsylvania,
I
Philly.
call it Philadelphia.
As New Yorkers,
Meanwhile, Philly's south.
we separate them.
Yeah.
I don't care where it is. I don't like it.
Don't forget Jay Powell.
Oh, I just...
Yeah,
we
we
said
said
Jay
Mr. Powell,
Powell,
Mr. Johnny P.
Cheers to the madness.
Cheers to the madness.
Cheers to the madness.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers to
Yeah,
Rick.
I don't want to forget. Cheers to Rick.
Cheers to
Cheers, Rick.
Vanessa.
Cheers to Vanessa, of course.
Vanessa. Of course.
Susan and Krista. She was on the.
Yeah.
She was the
Krista.
first ever guest
Yes.
on a Who You
yes,
Got
yes.
challenge.
That is
Cheers to
true.
Paulina Disney, even though...
Yes, from
Disney.
Miss
Looking
Disney
like a
all the
Disney
way
princess.
in
Texas.
Cheers to her.
Texas.
Cheers.
In Texas.
She-
And you know, honestly, on
great.
some real, let's not forget all of our Instagram followers. We
Yes.
love them.
a lot of them.
732 of
Yeah.
you, unless some of you are fake accounts. We don't know.
I tend to block those accounts when we get hit up. I'm like,
That's a
no,
lot. That's a
I
lot.
don't want new followers.
And
Nope.
all you
Goodbye.
guys,
Block.
if you have people that you think that would love us, just the
tell
way you
them.
do,
I'm trying to
just
get us
spread
a
the
foothold
word.
in Grenada,
Spread the
goddammit.
damn word.
My
all
cousin's in from
Because
Grenada.
You guys are going to be the
Dude,
reason we succeed.
we are
all
heard
right?
from different
So
states,
if you
yeah.
love us, you
So
want to hear
it's-
more
it
of
is
us, and
pretty
you want us
awesome.
to take over, no pun intended.
I'm trying to get us
Pun
big in
intended.
Come on,
Grenada.
get the plug.
Because my cousin
Plug.
came up and he's
Share our
obsessed with
shit.
all of that.
Straight up. Cheer-
comic stuff.
hashtag
So
share
I
our
already
shit.
said,
Hashtag
yo,
share
follow
shit.
us.
I mean, guys, you got to understand, we're international. We are listened to in Australia.
Turkey.
They're listened to in
Turkey.
Australia by my boys from the
In
BDC.
India.
What up
we
to
have
the
we have
BDC.
some listeners in India.
UK, a lot in the
We
UK,
have a lot in the
a
UK.
lot in Canada.
We have a couple in Puerto Rico.
Hey, Spanish people are cool.
Yeah, we got a couple in Puerto Rico. We got I mean, just go back stateside. I mean, we're also countrywide as
Yes,
well. I mean, we
yes,
got
yes, we
listeners
are.
in California.
We
We got
do.
listeners in Florida. I got a couple people that are in Texas right now that listen to us. Again, all my BDC, I love you.
People
Love the
actually
Warriors.
people actually know who we are in Florida. When I was in the process of trying to find somebody that was going to actually be my second host for the Florida edition, there was about I spoke to 12 people. 10 of them knew who we were.
Nice.
That's
And
awesome.
the best part was the one that got chosen didn't know who we were.
Ashley!
Cheers to Ashley.
Cheers, Ashley!
My vice president.
Keep in mind though, Ashley, out of all the 12 people, is the only one to listen to our stuff.
Good for her.
She did her research, and at that moment, I was like, "This is the person that needs to work with us."
Word.
And she knows her shit, as we seen
Yep.
on the Who You Got challenge.
She fucked you over.
She fucked me over,
Twilight Sparkle.
which is what you're supposed to do when it comes to this show. Not that way.
No, if
Um,
like I always said, if the argument works, you can get fucked over. Did the argument not work? Did I not fight for Raiden the first round? Was I not
Yeah.
fighting to
Yeah,
get
I
not to
understand
have
you were
her?
fighting for
All
it.
right, the argument worked for Vader. The good whole love shit and all that shit, that convinced me.
I don't think so.
It
Good
did.
versus evil
I don't
shit.
Good versus evil,
Not
man.
the way you did that. You were
Hey,
too much,
you know what it is?
It's on me.
Because it fell into place. That's what made it so
It
great.
wasn't that.
It
I don't
fell
think so.
into place that the argument worked and there was a chance to get you. Yes. There's a difference
Well, you
between
gotta keep
that
in mind from now
and there's a
on-
difference between just straight up fucking
Well, you got
Blunt man
fucked
beats
over
Black
hard.
Panther.
But-
But there's a difference. You can't argue
No, but
that.
that's okay because that was a buzzer.
No,
Yeah.
That was
Fernando
the
did
belt.
that to be pure.
That
And
was
but
the
even
belt.
after
That's
that,
okay.
But then he went all the way to the finals. That wasn't even the finals. That was the second round.
Well, I told you that I would have voted
Star Killer, really?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, from now on our Who You Got challenge, it can't be like that.
Sparkles made it to the
can't be-
finals.
it's cut.
You can't
Nah.
just be dicking people over because the one thing, if you go all the way back to our first ever Who You Got challenge, we really broke it down.
Yes,
and we
we
actually
did.
explained why these people would win.
And that's
and
what
it
won me over.
continued on doing that. This time, it was more of a sabotage.
Fernando did that on purpose.
No, but that's okay because it was just a buzzer.
It was a buzzer.
Again,
That was
that
okay.
Black Panther, I didn't mind losing. It's from then on.
It was when it got a little too much where you were just voting it to dick them over.
Yes.
That's where it's like,
Marvin.
all right, it's not
Yeah.
the point, and people will think we are.
Marvin.
Batman sucks.
No, but again, you had Neo.
Yeah.
That wasn't a problem.
Wait, that's
the whole
different.
point is people will listen to us and think we're idiots. And
Oh no, they
we,
can think we're idiots all day.
we don't want that.
We wanna
though.
show that
we want
we
them
have
to
these
actually know we know what we're
characters that
talking
make
about.
sense. Right.
Because if you look at all of our previous challenges, this is the worst one. This is sadly the worst challenge.
It is. It is.
And it's kind of
upsetting for me personally because I thought it should have been more interesting, especially with my last one. But whatever.
How do you not agree that this is going to be interesting?
It's not. It's
not.
really
you have
not.
the actress who plays Twilight
But I'm
Sparkle
not
there.
interviewing the actress that plays
says
Twilight
that you-
Sparkle.
How
And
do you
then,
say- how do
and
you
then
know?
That's
even if
one-
it is, that's one vote.
No, but again, if you guys remember how we
It's
do
just one
this,
vote.
Who You Got Challenge, this is why I'm going to bring it back to like our history.
Yeah.
Whenever we interview somebody for a Who You Got Challenge, we don't just go up to random people. We go up to cosplayers. This is why we became actually more popular in the cosplay scene. We go to the cosplayers. So I have to now walk around and hope somebody's dressed as a My Little Pony, and that's I can go up to them. Otherwise, I can't just go up to random people and just, hey, you have a brony
You
tattoo.
think you have it hard?
You have to explain it.
I have to
It's
dress
still
up
a
as
badass.
it.
Sorry, no,
But
don't.
you have
No,
to
I'm doing it.
you do have to explain it, but the whole point is that's not what this challenge was meant to be. This is not where it should have gone. It did whatever, it does it now. We make sure that never happens again. It has to be real. If you're making a pick, make a pick for real. If you have the bell, you can dick the person
sabotage,
over.
yes.
That's okay.
No.
That's why you have the belt.
Right.
Krista dicked me over with fucking Black Panther, Green Ranger.
Yes.
But that's okay. She had a legit reason,
Right.
and she
The same
buzzed
thing
it
with
out.
Marvin. He
but
dicked me over
but
Batman.
that's
He had a
fine. The
reason.
point of
Batman gets
we're-
dicked by a clown. Come on.
we're not supposed to dick each other over to get to this point so we can try to win.
Right.
Your challenge, we weren't trying to dick you over.
Of course not. We
went through the whole thing of why the person would win.
Exactly.
This is what a Who You Got challenge is about.
They went through the whole thing of why Princess Twilight Sparkles would
They
beat
did.
Darth
We
Vader.
did make
Did they
valid
not?
arguments.
I
Did
honestly
they not
don't-
make
I'll never accept that.
Because
as
look,
fact.
if
because
if
number
I
one,
had chose Twilight Sparkles in the first round,
I love
I'd understand it. But
No.
you saw me fighting.
Let it out, guys.
I was fighting to keep her. I was like, there's no reason why she should
you
lose
want to
the
know
race.
why it was sabotage?
Why it was
you wanna know
sabotage?
why it was
Why?
sabotage? Ashley admitted she dicked me. Jade admitted last episode that technically she went against her kind. So she dicked me. You dicked me
Because the argument won me
you were like,
over.
I'm not letting him get Darth Vader because you know if I had Darth Vader, it would be a
And you know
it would
what?
Be a fight.
And you know why I was able to do it? Because they gave me an argument to use.
It was a
They
bullshit.
gave
It
me
was-
an
it was a
argument
bunch of
that I
bullshit.
could justify.
It was a bunch of bullshit.
Did you not give a good argument
did.
about turning Luke
I
over?
did.
That argument
That's not
worked.
Luke.
Not Luke turning Darth over by
The whole
showing,
point is it was a fight.
appealing.
But that's
to,
not what
and
the
guess
challenge
what?
is
Twilight
about.
Sparkles does get busy.
It's not- I know she's
does.
powerful.
I-
Yeah,
I know
I didn't
she's
watch. I
powerful.
just wanted to
No,
look at something
I know
because I
she's
had
powerful.
to see to make sure I didn't dick you over.
Look, I know
she gets busy.
I know she's powerful. I know she can do a lot.
Fuck
But what I
that.
say
She
is
gets busy,
the
man.
reason that she was picked
Guys.
was the wrong reason. The reason that Blunt Man was picked was the wrong reason.
Right.
And
She shouldn't have made it in the finals.
And
I'll give you that.
What I want to
There's
say
no
is
reason Twilight Sparkles
that's
should have made
what
it to the finals.
the listeners, the second rounders need to understand is we've never done that before.
Yes.
This time we did it. Because when we tell people this, they're gonna be like, "Wait, what?"
Yep. They're gonna be
Like how did? Because
this
they know
happen?
what we do. They know the challenge.
Right.
How did Blunt Man get that far? By the way, I rewatched that movie. He wasn't the one that cut off Mark Hamill's hand.
Oh, it was
Motherfuckers!
It was crime.
Motherfuckers!
Damn. Okay, that was a mistake.
Motherfuckers!
Yeah.
Why'd you bring that up now?
That
I
was a
because I
mistake.
rewatched the
That was
movie.
the sole
I was
reason.
rewatching the movie.
That was the sole reason
And
why he made it
and
past
I'm saying-
Gabriel.
No.
Now
And the
you
reason-
both- now you both feel that way.
I'm
Now
rewatching
you
it,
both feel
and I'm
that
like,
way.
No, I was already that
I
way.
want to see if
Are
he
you
has the
fucking
force.
serious?
He did have the force, and when I explained what the lightsaber was, I was actually correct.
It was a bomb.
It was a bong. Yeah.
No, the lightsaber hold is a bong.
Right, but the thing is, like,
That's not a
thing.
bong. I was right what I was trying to explain. But it's okay, whatever.
Hey,
we,
listen,
we,
I made
we're
a
not
mistake
we're
with
not
one
perfect.
thing.
But
One thing.
we're not perfect. That's the point of us. We're not perfect.
I'm perfect.
You were wrong, so you weren't perfect.
I'm still infallible. No, I know.
But that was what I'm saying. I had to double check, and I remember when I watched it, I go, "Oh shit!"
Okay, so
That
one
wasn't the
mistake.
case.
I mean, but still.
Hey, it's all about the
don't
influence.
get
Think
mad.
about this.
It's okay.
I'm not mad.
We all make mistakes.
Right, right.
I'm shocked
it was-
that
listen,
Srilu even won.
So listen.
Me
That's
too.
a great fucking character.
I know. That's what's crazy about
I've been
it.
around
If
for
you
a
look
few
at our
You Got
challenges,
and
we
we've
had
gotten
good
some
characters.
great characters, right? So the hype around it, everything that surrounds
I
it, and
should've picked medium,
everyone
man.
loves. So
was like,
think about
I
it.
should've
Everyone
picked medium.
loves to be that person that controls things, like the power. That's why when you give that
I
person the
have
buzzer,
the power.
they get excited. Like Fernando got excited to dick you over and go, "Bing! I just
Bobby
changed your
wouldn't
fate."
dick me over.
Right? So think
Bobby
about it
wouldn't
that
say
way. That's what makes the Who You Got challenge so great. But That's what makes the guest. Sorry, I projected. That's what makes the guest like so important. Our guest here. So the Who You Got challenge, like this last one, I feel the problem was that like everyone was trying to be the person that had the
It was
power.
a sabotage.
So it was full sabotage.
It was full sabotage. We all technically tried to dick ourselves.
We should run around Comic-Con just playing BC Boys sabotage.
Except for me, because like I actually had a great breakdown.
Well, yeah, because we actually broke yours down correctly.
Yeah, I mean.
Cheers to Yoda, because
No.
No, guys.
Too soon.
But from now on, we know how. Like we said, we
Twilight should not have been Raiden, and Bloodman should not have beaten the one.
Well, all I'm saying is, from now on, we know how we want our challenges to go.
Right.
We just got to keep it consistent.
But with that, let's talk about the
Right,
good
we gotta
times.
learn. We
Let's
have
talk
to
about
learn
the good
sometimes.
times
The good
in the Who You Got
challenges.
challenge.
But we've had many good challenges.
So the Who You Got challenge, you said you started with Marvel versus DC.
That was right.
Right. And who won that one?
Doctor Doom.
Dr. Doom, and
was
that was
Dr.
you
Doom
that you
versus
shared it with
Darkseid?
Vic,
Darkseid.
right? You shared that one with Vic.
Why didn't Darkseid
Yeah,
beat
that
him?
was me and Vic.
I still say Darkseid should have won.
It doesn't
Well, it
matter.
comes down to
because
the
it's-
But that was
Comes
also
down
the
to
first time when we had a real hot debate when it was Doctor Doom versus Doctor Strange, and it was so hotly debated that we even brought it to Comic-Con that year,
Then
where
we double
we
checked.
would make them, and then we would say, all right, we got to know Doctor Doom versus Doctor Strange, because that was a very
Dr. Doom
like
versus Dr.
it
Strange.
went on. Yeah, it went on. Who did I pick? I think I don't even remember who I picked.
No, they were
But-
most of them. Anytime I mean, I remember when I asked because we were separated.
Yeah.
You and Dow went one way, me and Vic went the other way. They were picking Doom.
Yeah, they were picking. Yeah, but oh man, we went deep with that one. That was one of the. But what was the most highly debated to this day, where we just can't let it go?
Like a semifinals or the
No, in terms of
Final Four?
any
Just any
matchup where
Phoenix versus Dean.
Oh,
John Carnage was
right.
John
Phoenix
John
versus
Carnage
That's
Dean.
was
for
it.
him. I still think Dean's the
No,
man there.
Deadpool versus Batman. No, not
What?
Deadpool.
Wait,
What about the
hold
John
on.
No, it was
Wait,
Venom
wait,
Pool.
wait.
John Carnage was a
Hold
big
on.
debate.
Mediation.
No,
Mediation. Let's talk about the Dean Winchester versus Phoenix first.
So I did watch all those freaking seasons.
Good job. Cheers.
20 seasons that I
Cheers to
Cheers
Fifth
to
12.
Supernatural.
Unlucky number 13,
Fucking
Aaron.
seasons, yeah.
It's 12 seasons.
Watched it all.
Yo, it's been around since we've been in high school.
Yeah.
And the
It
way
used to air right after Smallville. That's how old that shit is.
Damn,
The
it's
way I
true.
see it, though, is that they're good against demons and all that shit that
Put it
God
this way,
created.
dude.
I feel like Phoenix was not created by God. How did they know how to defeat Phoenix?
It was a supernatural
No.
cosmic force.
Bullshit.
God is in that world. God is a supernatural cosmic force. He's the
But
creator of
she
everything.
could have been created by like the sister. And then how do you know how to beat
The
something
sister
that
wasn't
sister
around then.
created?
Yeah.
How
The
do you-
sister wasn't around
No,
then.
she was around from the beginning.
Greetings.
Yeah, but she
Mark.
wa-
Everybody say hi, Ashley.
Hey!
But the sister wasn't established until what, 2 seasons ago. So technically,
it was-
when we argued it, we was just saying, yo, the things this
That
guy,
wasn't brought up.
the things the guy he knows seal away, the things that he went against, she's perfect for that.
But Phoenix was ancient.
Exactly, and
No,
yeah, and they.
Phoenix Force is
So is
ancient,
Lucifer,
not Jade,
exactly,
right.
and that's what we
Exactly.
were using.
Force, though.
She
How do you beat the Force?
they defeated Lucifer, they defeated the archangels, the things that he went against.
Wait, I
It
thought
just
you were
happened
the
that she
one
was
for no God.
she was the perfect
We never considered her a god because
She wasn't
a god.
she can technically be
defeated. She wasn't, yeah.
So,
she
like, 'cause
was
that's what the one
inhabited,
thing.
yeah.
Like I remember when we first did the
Yeah.
the challenge, we
Oh,
were always
yeah.
wondering about killings, and that was why we were like, it's not about killing, it's about just defeat. That's why we came with the Deadpool thing with John Wick.
Yeah.
We were like, we were like, well, I mean, he's got to
defeat.
kill him, and that's why we were saying if he chops him up, he's technically
He's
defeated.
technically dead.
You know, he will come back,
he'll come
but
back.
he's
American
For the
Horror
moment,
Story kind
but
of
he-
thing.
No,
That's a good way to put it, actually.
Yeah.
Because remember, that woman was immortal, and what did it take to kill her? Chopping her up into
Yeah,
a
to
bunch
chop
of
her
little
up.
pieces and moving the pieces away.
Right,
Yeah.
and
It
eventually,
took both of them. It actually took both of them to kill those 2 women. They had to chop up both.
and if you even go back to like Superpower Beatdown when Batman fought Deadpool,
Yeah.
Batman beat Deadpool because he blew him up.
Yeah.
You had the body over here, the legs over here, the head was over here. Deadpool was still alive, but he was defeated. He was unable to continue the fight.
Right.
And that's why when it came to John Wick versus Deadpool,
Yeah.
John Wick can
Wrecked it over your
put
house.
him down to a point that he cannot fight right now. And that's where the defeat
The
came into
defeat
play.
happened. Yeah.
That's how we looked at it, and that's why we decided that way.
Yeah.
When it came to that, because
No, but
killings
that's-
would be totally
But
different.
that's when Deadpool's not being serious. when he gets
We
serious,
can't have this debate.
he could barely
now.
get
Yeah, we're
beaten
not.
by King.
Well, we're
Kong and
talking
shit.
about like our most
Oh, fuck
heated
that.
debates.
Now, all right. What's
Well,
yeah.
There was a lot, though. I mean,
Yeah.
there was
There's
some.
been, I mean, like seriously,
devil
I
debates.
went back and listened to your old challenges. That you guys, you went in.
Yeah, we did.
You guys went in.
Dude, Green Ranger versus Darth Maul.
That was a good one.
That was
How have you never gotten a ranger in any of the challenges? How come?
because he only picks 2.
Yeah.
There's only one of the 2.
I only pick one because I've never had a chance to get the White Ranger.
Thank you very much. He went far this time. No,
He should not have
went out
lost
of
to
the second
Sephiroth.
round.
Like I don't even know how y'all had.
Fucking
That was
Sephiroth
that was
lost. How does that
ridiculous. I
Who
thought
did
that
he
would have been
lose
his
to?
final. It should have been
who that
Sephiroth
is.
versus Yoda.
Deadpool. Oh, come on.
Yeah, no, there's no way White Ranger
Well,
beat
you
Sephiroth.
should have been here, Alex.
There was no way.
You
that was
should
happening.
have been
I was
here,
typing
Alex.
furiously like, you motherfuckers.
Everyone
You
knows.
That
Everyone
was done
knows.
so that
in the
no
Who
one
You
was
Got
gonna
challenge.
be here.
Huh?
No.
Because nobody could make it, and that's why.
What do you mean no one could
fuck
make
outta
it?
here.
We all said when the
He
challenge
couldn't
was.
make it.
I couldn't make it.
Well,
So
it was an emergency.
I had
You had
emergency.
special circumstances.
That's why I
Yeah,
made sure to
good
say,
excuse.
you motherfuckers.
You had a good
No,
excuse.
Ah!
we asked when is it, and they said 2 weeks from
No,
now.
we
and all of a
didn't.
sudden-
Nah, but we
No,
yeah,
the
they
week
did.
the week before we didn't say that. We said it was gonna happen. We fixed the order, and we said that
that
we
shit
wanted
was
this
fixed.
to
There was
be a
no
matter of-
way
You have no
Sephiroth
Yoda?
Yo
was
Yeah,
gonna
that
be
was fixed.
I would have like I thought it was gonna go down to Sephiroth versus Yoda, and that would have been a good fight.
Sephiroth.
But
Sephiroth.
White Ranger beats Sephiroth, really?
Okay, so you're looking
Really?
at the Power Ranger fan
Right.
asking why.
Exactly, and there you go, because there's no
They
legitimate
can
argument
vote.
you can make for the White Ranger.
I
to beat
gave a
Sephiroth.
legitimate
Do you
argument.
guys have
Saba.
any idea how hard it is sometimes in these challenges for me?
Because you got that love for both characters.
Because I'm like, I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, and then I'm a gigantic Power Rangers fan, which is how him and I even started talking.
This is correct.
And then on top of everything else, I love My Little Pony. I do.
This is correct.
I am a
Did you see
Pegasus
the new
nerd.
video I put up?
Yes,
No,
I did.
I didn't watch it.
That's a good video.
I don't wanna watch
Watch it. It's good.
Fuck you.
I didn't even know they were doing the movie.
I'm done
I
watching
actually
it.
might want to see the movie.
But like, then on top
It
of
looks-
that,
it looks-
sometimes we
the
throw
song
in,
was good.
like,
The song was
sometimes- fuck it. Sometimes we throw in some of my favorite video game characters, and I'm sitting there and I'm going, damn it. You know, it's hard.
And that's what the randomizer does to you.
It does, it does. It
puts
fucks you
characters
up.
Yeah,
together where
I'm
you're
just
just
like,
fuck. Like, I don't want this to happen. I
Yeah.
mean, don't get me wrong. When I had
Yeah,
John
but
Cena
deep
versus
down
Carnage,
inside,
and I
you know
got John
they're
Carnage,
supposed
it was
to
the
lose.
greatest moment ever.
Yeah,
I felt
like
so great.
Batman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no, that
Deep
one.
down, you know
what?
that-
That was the debate that really took us down because Vic
Who
was here.
was it?
was
Batman
Ven-
versus-
wasn't it Joker and Deadpool mixed together?
No.
No.
No, I
it
mean
was
Joker and
Venpool.
it was Venpool
We had Venpool
versus
versus
Batman.
Batman.
Versus Batman.
We had all voted Batman because of Sonics,
And he dinged him.
and he ding, fuck, and that was the first real.
Fuck over.
I think that was worse than Green
You
Ranger.
know what was
Green
crazy?
Ranger was like
you know
bad.
why it hurt?
Nah,
You
but
know
that
why it hurt?
Batman-
No, you know why it
No,
hurt
you
so
know what?
much?
Because that was his friend.
No,
Green
yeah.
Ranger hurt
This is why it hurt so
because
much.
she was pissed.
Yeah, she
was like,
Yeah.
he shouldn't even made it to the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
round.
She was
Fuck
angry.
that. So are you gonna ring the bell? Yes. Ding, ding, ding. What?
The
I
fact
love
that it
the Black
made
Panther.
the Batman thing so like it hurt so
That
much
was your,
because
that's your.
I brought him in there because as my friend because I know he shared like the same kind of like the same
you
kind of
didn't know.
topics we liked it and then I'm like I want him to be my guy for the Who You Got challenge and then out of nowhere, bing, and I'm like this guy, what? How can a friend do that to another friend? You know why? Because I found out quickly it was the Who You Got motherfucking challenge.
You learned the hard
that,
way.
It was at that moment.
So what
Malave
other
knew.
games have we played on this show besides the Who You
Cards
Got
Against
challenge?
Humanity.
Played Cards
I've
Against
never played it
Humanity.
before, and
Then
we played
there's
it
the
that
Malave
night.
Roulette.
Oh,
Malave
Malave
Roulette.
Roulette. Yes, you get 10 minutes to talk about what we had. What 6 topics?
Yeah.
Yes.
6 topics. 5 to 6 topics. We put it in the like I write them
The
down on a.
randomizer.
Do you remember the
I write
first?
them down.
Do you remember the first guest of the Malave Roulette?
Oh my God.
So it was me and you.
It was
Alex
me
wasn't
and you.
there.
Alex wasn't there.
Were you there for either?
It was
No.
No, Alex wasn't there
Alex
for
wasn't
any
there
of
for
that.
the
It was
second
me,
one
you,
either.
Sirhan, and Erhan.
Sirhan and Erhan. It was Sirhan and Erhan. That was horrible.
It was me and him going.
Yeah, it
You
was.
wanna know what the funniest part about it
Tommy
is,
and I
though?
would just talk
And
and
then
then
we'll just-
we go, so Sirhan, and he's like, well. She. And then he'll go on a thing.
Wait, I want to know what the funny.
The funniest part about that is what you guys don't realize is when you guys brought me on for the Malave Roulette was the first time I'd ever been on the show.
Yeah.
So imagine a female that's only met these guys once at a convention, spoke with them maybe several times online, not very often, just shows up in a random fucking basement
Yeah.
and just trust them not to like do dumb shit. You know,
That's how we roll.
That's how you roll.
That's how we roll.
You know, like
Well-
you have no idea. Like everybody was like, "Don't do it, don't do it." They're like, "Yo, they're gonna fucking like you're gonna end up on the news." I'm like, "How am I gonna end up on the fucking news? I could kill both of them. What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
And then,
I wasn't there. I'm like, oh yeah. She had
well,
that.
you were there. I was like,
Yeah, absolutely.
Maxie doesn't have that face.
you know, but they're I'm like, they should be more afraid of me. It's like they don't know me, and I'm being invited into their house,
Yeah.
like their place on their show. How do they know I'm not just some random psychopath who's just gonna go "Bleh" on the fucking screen? And they're like, you know what? You have a point. They should be afraid of you. I was like, okay.
Definitely.
But that's just like, that's what you do with the rounds. You come, you join, and you're family.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
'Cause we accepted you.
Yeah.
You accepted me.
Right away.
And you were the shit at the Malave roulette. So we're going for the
she was
first
really
one
good. She was really
with
good.
Certain and Erhan that we were kind of like, guys, you really have nothing else to say? Okay, we have 3 more minutes, so I guess we're going to keep talking about this, Tommy. You know?
And then you had me where we literally had to buzz.
We had to,
Yeah, we
yes,
had to
yes.
stop.
There were
Yeah.
times when we
Yeah.
went over and I'm like, I'm going to allow it. And
Yeah.
it was just like, wait, we can't allow all of this.
It was at that moment we knew Jade was the person that we wanted, that we've been looking for.
It's funny, though,
Because
because
she
right after
really,
that episode,
we were talking
we were
outside.
talking.
When you
You
left, me
left.
and him were talking.
we were talking literally, and if you guys are watching.
Alex knew he liked me when I knew about Sailor Moon.
Didn't I get Sailor Moon?
You did.
Yeah,
You did, you did. Yeah.
But then also, she likes her anime.
Yeah.
Right.
And Alex
Yeah.
was like, finally!
Thank you.
True.
Thank you. Like,
Finally.
right here, Marvin.
You had
Right here,
Vic,
motherfucker.
but
Right
no
here.
pick.
No,
Right
no,
here.
he-
The
Yeah,
funny
right.
thing
It
is,
was-
we
it
never
was
talk about
needed.
anime.
Because these motherfuckers would drive.
believe it. Talk about
I
anime.
accept the horror shit,
against
but
one.
God forbid I bring up Dragon Ball Z. I don't know
Oh,
nothing
no,
about it.
no, no.
Ah,
I'm
fuck y'all.
I watched it.
Fuck you. Death Note is as close as we got, which I did
don't
watch
even know
again.
about Rose Goku.
First of all, I'm watching Death Note.
Dude,
now.
I watched it over. It's
And
over.
oh my
Do
god.
you understand how bad that movie was
I'm-
now?
You know there's
I'm-
more
I
anime,
won't watch
right?
it again.
Just
I
not
won't.
Yo,
fucking
shut up. I'm not
Death
talking
Note.
about that. I'm talking about
That's
that
all
one,
they fucking
motherfucker.
watch.
Why don't you shut
Death
up,
Note.
Marvin?
All that shit.
Marvin,
Shut up, 'cause that's anime to me.
Shut up.
They
I
didn't
like
know.
Sailor
They didn't
Moon
know
and
Attack on
Pokemon.
Titan.
How do you not know it? Yeah, it was
No.
bad the first time.
No.
I tried to talk anime, and they was.
I don't know who's
like,
talking
fuck.
about.
Hey, listen, if you
They don't know
remember
Sephiroth.
when you
But
host
that's
an
video
episode, you can pick whatever
So-
topic
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah, but it's no point if you guys don't know. I'm talking to myself. I'm trying to be all inclusive.
I like Pokemon.
Fuck
That's
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
That's
was a
like
video game
bland.
before it was an anime.
Yeah.
I still consider it anime. I like Sailor Moon.
And you don't like Dragon Ball Z.
No, I don't.
If you like Sailor
I
Moon,
came
you
in too
have to
late.
like
Listen,
Dragon Ball
I
Z.
came in
They
too
came
late.
on at the same time.
Actually,
Came in
Dragon
too
Ball Z
late.
was first.
But in terms of when he would see him,
Yeah.
they were around the same
All
time.
I'm
Oh, what,
saying
last
is that
year I
if you want
watched,
to
like,
talk about
3 episodes and I was
anime,
done.
make it your fucking
Dragon Ball
topic.
Z.
Right?
And
like it.
you will talk about it.
I'll try.
No, you won't. You be like, ah.
Well,
And I
it's
would be
not
talking
my
to
fault.
myself.
If you
Well, you know
force
what?
me to watch a
They
few
can't grab
episodes,
balls.
then I'll watch it.
There's a lot. There's a
Well,
lot of
actually,
episodes.
And I-
if
It
you're
is.
gone, honestly,
I didn't like it.
if anything
Even he was
happens,
telling
if
me,
we could-
he's
me
like,
and
your
Alice could
mindset
literally
is
just
not
talk
good
all
enough
day
for that
about
type of
anime
show
on one
because
of our dual sets.
it
Like,
takes too long to get.
I'm gonna
an
give
hour
you
off.
some anime.
You gotta be
You gotta
As a
like
gateway
that.
drug.
I just never. I was
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna, the same way I got you
I
in
started to
Ready Player
decide
One,
right
Oh my
which
God, that
we
book.
will.
Nah,
Damn,
I
can we
couldn't
do it in time?
I couldn't do
Oh, I
it.
don't know.
I don't think we'll do it in time.
I can finish by
Do what?
next week.
Ready Player One.
Ready Player One.
I'm
'cause
almost finished.
I wanted to do a book review.
Yeah, I can finish by
I don't know
next
if you'll
week.
get it done
I'm
before.
almost
We'll
finished.
see, but I'm gonna give you some gateway anime. Some
Gateway anime
gateway
drugs.
anime
Do it.
Wait a
where
minute.
it's not no super
Wait a
long
minute. I
episodes.
only smoke weed. It's not a gateway drug.
Anime
I said anime.
is a drug, trust
Anime
me.
is a drug.
Yeah, right.
Once it
I'm gonna
gets
give
in
you.
your system,
I'll-
you're like,
you know what?
anime.
Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia. I'll give you those two.
Oh, I don't think he's gonna like My Hero Academia.
Yeah,
Look, man, I watched
It's
Death
good.
Note. I did it. I loved it.
you don't like it. You
You
would
know
like
what?
it.
Maybe,
But it took-
maybe
you know how
should
long
give
it
him-
took to
maybe
get
you
me
should
to
give him
watch Death
Bleach.
Note?
Give him.
Hell no, I'm not giving him
No.
Bleach.
Why not?
That's
Too
heavy
much?
drugs,
What
man.
about Naruto?
That's heavy drugs,
He
man.
might like Naruto.
That's heavy
Alright.
drugs, man. Come on,
Something
come on
bloody.
now.
I tried
feel like
Naruto.
Matthew likes that bloody
I
shit.
tried
like
Naruto.
He likes the bloody
I-
shit?
Tokyo,
Blood
Tokyo
the
Ghoul.
Last Vampire. Make him watch that.
I could give you blood.
What the fuck is
Ghoul.
going on
It's the
here?
horror movie
Tokyo
genre.
Ghoul would be a good one.
Horror
And
anime
it's short.
genre.
It's
And
short.
it's
It's
short.
only
You can
two-
get into that.
Yo, you should watch New Girl. It's a good show.
Yo, I love
I
New
love
Girl,
New
Oh,
bro.
did you guys hear that? Okay, everybody here's watched Riverdale, right? Really?
No.
What
You
the
guys
fuck is
should.
that?
No.
It's the new.
It's
like,
Archie,
The
it's like Archie.
adaptation of the Archie comics.
I'm
but it's
okay.
Dark
You know what
with
Gracie
murder
calls it?
Nah.
She calls
and
it
sex.
Glee without the songs.
Okay, whatever.
That's what she watches it.
What?
She calls it Glee without the songs. Oh, Riverdale.
You know what? Screw you guys. But I
Hey,
love that show.
Gracie.
I love that show.
CW superheroes. That's all
Okay,
I'm about.
anyways, but they're
Yeah,
actually,
me too.
as a companion to this show, because it did
Riverdale.
so well, they're going to re-release Sabrina the Teenage Witch, but as a horror
No.
series.
Oh, they're gonna redo the series.
They're going to redo the whole
Oh,
series,
I got
but
scared.
it's going to be horror.
I got scared. I thought they were gonna do.
So, like,
mental-
they're saying that it's going to be, like, extremely creepy, all, like, very, like, horror-esque, and it's going to be a good... I'm, like,
Salem,
actually, I was reading up on it.
They'll probably ruin it.
It would probably ruin the story, but they're focusing more on not so kitschy witchy and more witchy. Which is good.
Like
make
Charmed, like a little
Worse
more
than
Charmed.
Charmed.
Like
Worse than
enhanced
Charmed.
Why don't they just call it something else?
Because I like.
No,
okay.
it's Sabrina the
More
Teenage Witch
Salem.
did have.
Salem was good.
Salem
The,
was
the
really
original
Salem was
comic
really
had a
good.
certain thing.
Like Scream Queens. and
Okay,
shit.
Nicholas
Yeah.
Federico
Spring
says you need to watch Vampire Hunter D or Fist of the North
Oh,
Star.
that's my
It's
uncle.
heavy drugs, man.
Heavy
Nice.
drugs.
Heavy
Yeah.
drugs, man.
Wait, what?
But
You watch anime?
See?
My uncle watches anime.
Told you, man. We're a big community
to
out
get on
there.
that shit.
Oh my
You know
God.
how big the
I
anime
didn't know
is?
that. I didn't know. I'm learning something new today. Nick watches. all
That's the
right.
old school. He knows the old. He
My
knows
uncle
the
watches
old.
The other one you
anime.
said Fist and which one?
Fist of the North Star
That's
and-
like one of
No,
the
what
best
was the other
animes
one?
ever.
Vampire Hunter
Vampire
D.
Hunter D.
No,
Wow.
D has solo
I
movies.
didn't know
Oh,
that.
wait,
Yeah.
you
I have
actually
movies,
really
you
like
can watch that.
Akira.
Okay.
You've never seen Akira? That's even that's beyond
No,
anime.
I've
though.
seen.
That's
I
beyond
haven't seen
anime. That's not even that's
Tetsuo.
it's similar like watching Ghost in the Shell.
Stop yelling at me.
Hey,
God,
look, man, we
your
try.
uncle has
He's
responded,
gone. We
yes,
get
I
into
watch
anime, and I don't want you to be
Wow.
left out.
That's
I want you to get in
shot.
to get into the gateway
Stop
drug.
yelling at me.
All right, they're all on Netflix.
I didn't know that. My uncle
This
watches
is our
anime.
chance.
You know I'm the cool uncle.
He is a cool uncle. He's
Look. Now that they're separated, we can prey on the weaker one.
Why would you?
One
Tell
of
me
us.
don't go.
One of us.
Tell me
One
don't
of us.
go.
You can start singing theme songs and
I
shit.
told you this.
No,
Yes,
Kokoro
yes,
hikare
yes.
san san nagedishi el karoni hate nasiani korea so
2 weeks after I
Oh,
leave,
my
Matthew Malave has exited.
ureta
You wanna know
awai
what's gonna be? The best
zubaza.
part is we'll get him into it, and then for WinterCon, he'll dress up as one of the
Oh
characters.
yes, it's a
I don't
plan
have
is
hair to
coming
spike it
together.
up.
It's called a wig!
Plan is coming
You know
together.
which one? Berserk.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Berserk, and it's short.
We could
Watch that.
feed
Watch
you
that,
into
Tommy.
the horror
That
stuff.
one is really fun.
I got too much.
Don't be
things to worry
surprised if
about right now.
Ashley's
Ashley's
not.
gonna do it. Ashley,
Exactly.
I
You
know
don't
you're still
think.
watching. You make him do it.
Yo, right? We're separating them before they had a united front that I couldn't break.
We gotta be like, yo,
We got
Alex,
him now.
Alex,
No!
we're the lions, man.
We got him.
Finally separated the weak from the herd.
Why?
You're the weak.
You're the wounded buffalo.
We're gonna get you, man.
Fuck you. Fuck yourself.
Why? Because I got the tender meat.
He's gonna. Oh.
It's that delicious dark meat. What are you gonna do?
It's flavorful.
It's flavorful and holds the juices back.
It's all the pernil I
You're
eat.
gonna start singing Japanese anime opening.
No, I'm
It's
not.
gonna be amazing.
I fast forward the Death Note.
You're gonna.
It's
What?
like a minute and a half.
But duh, that's part of the. You skipped the. Come on.
No,
man.
I actually like the beginning of that. No,
Yeah, but
Hey,
come on.
hey, nigga, fucker, I'm on a nigga side. Hey, come on,
Well,
man.
you know,
Hey,
high school
don't
level.
say nigga. Come on.
It's Ninga.
I know.
It's WS.
You said nigga now. But that's not nice.
It sounded like it too. When I
It
first
did.
said, I'm
You
like,
nigga?
hey, nigga, fucker,
Right.
I'm on a human side. I'm like, did this
I
shit
was like,
just say
oh
nigga?
no, they didn't
And
just say
I had to
that.
look up the
Did
word.
you
Like,
just say nigga
oh,
motherfucker?
it's Ninga. All right.
I
you
thought
win.
I actually thought it too. I thought it said nigga.
Yeah, the way
Nigga
it is.
fucker, and I was like, oh, that's not
And
nice.
then spell it close.
Yeah, it's Ninga. I was like, okay, it's still
But
hype.
I
though.
feel you, but
I get what you're trying, but be careful.
that's not nice.
I mean, you're in Japan, so I can't really do nothing. But we'll
High
get it.
school of the dead. Because they love the Walking
just
Dead.
bouncy.
Well, either way,
titties,
we're
yeah.
definitely gonna start talking a lot more anime.
No, we're not.
Yes.
so sorry.
What the fuck, Tommy?
So sorry.
This is what happens when you leave.
Yes.
Why are?
Don't
what
worry.
the fuck?
I'm
We know why
Ashley.
you're leaving.
Take care of him.
Take care of
He's
him.
gonna probably end up worse because they're big
I
down
don't
there in
remember if
Florida.
Ashley likes.
They're big in
anime.
Florida. The anime community is big.
I don't remember if Ashley.
They're big in
Ashley, if you
Florida.
like, I think I asked her. I think she said not really.
Put it this way: at least we're not making you watch Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, I wouldn't do it.
Yu-Gi-Oh's amazing. But, you know,
I mean, I watched Digimon. I thought Digimon was
Digimon
awesome.
That was anime.
amazing. That's anime.
I liked it. I like
Yeah.
Digimon.
No, just Pokemon.
What?
I like
Well,
Pokemon.
let's not have this debate.
Let's move on.
No. This Digimon is better than Pokemon.
I don't know about.
I have to agree.
Digimon is
I
better.
have to
than
agree.
Pokemon.
Digimon as
Story-wise.
as a show itself is
Digimon
definitely
is-
better than Pokemon.
Like, I got
Story-wise,
that.
and they grow up.
Yes, I mean Ash is still 10 years old. I don't
Yeah, that's
understand.
what I never understood
It doesn't
either.
make any
But
sense.
I
Oh, he
enjoyed
went up a year?
No, he's 11.
He was always
been
11?
Oh, he grew up. That's
Oh,
nice.
no.
There's a fan theory as to why he never grew up though. It's because
That
in the
money?
beginning of the theme in the beginning of the theme you see that mythical bird that flies by.
That kept him for
That's
times.
Ho-Oh.
But no one else grew up.
Ho-Oh
Everyone
is
is
the
the same
mythical bird
age.
of time.
And he's,
So he saw it and he gets to make a wish. And what was his wish when he saw that
to catch
bird? I
Pokemon
want
for-
to be able to travel the world and catch Pokemon forever.
So they kept him the
Ho-Oh
same age.
granted his wish, kept him at 11, so now he's on the ultimate Pokemon adventure for the rest of time.
but what about everyone else? Everyone else
Why
stayed
do you
the
think
same
Brock
age.
and Misty left?
No, they come back.
And they leave again.
But they're still the same age.
No.
Yes.
They get older.
No, they're the same
Oh, they
age.
age.
Brock is the same age.
Yeah, he just looks the same.
Did you not? The Hawaii one
No, I
that
think
they're
Brock
doing.
is taller.
Yeah.
No.
He's taller.
Taller, but they're the same
And
age.
Misty's hair is different.
All right, they get different
taller.
hairstyles.
That
They're the
was
same
their
age.
age.
Taller.
Compare age.
That's why anime
Because
is
I'm
fucking
watching it now.
bullshit.
No,
He's watching
Pokemon's
it.
different.
Blowjob.
Pokemon wants to sell toys.
L7 win.
See, no. None of this camaraderie. All right, this is. Oh, I can't wait.
Brock
No
used to
cheers. We're
Cheers,
gonna
Alex.
we're gonna
Cheers,
break
Alex.
this
We're gonna
camaraderie
got
up. Anime's gonna take over.
Brock
It's
used to be
You bitch.
Anyway.
It's okay, Matt. I'll have you guest star on our
All
episode
right.
down in Florida.
Thank God. I might just be like, I'm just gonna go on Tommy's show. Yeah.
And that's how the war.
I'm
That's
No
how.
like,
webcast
I'm like, yo,
in.
dude, we talking Goonies tonight. Yo, guys, I can't talk on Thursday. I'm gonna talk
Thursday's
Monday.
not good for me now.
Yeah,
yo.
okay.
Sorry.
That's how the war starts.
Yeah.
It all started with
That's how it
anime.
goes. Like next thing you know, there'll be like the second round fights. Like which anime is better?
It ends in a Who You Got challenge.
Anime versus. Oh yeah.
Did I just like?
I gave him a
help you?
brainstorm.
Did I just
Calm
alley
down.
oop you or something?
You alley-ooped him hardcore. Look at his face!
Calm down,
Yes, yes.
Calm down, Mr. Asa.
Excellent.
Marvin, right here. Right here.
Fuck you guys in the anime.
You're just mad because you can't keep up.
Anime
Hey,
versus.
Danny, you're
We
still
can't have
here.
an anime challenge.
Yeah, that would've
but
worked, but,
you can throw as many anime characters as you
no,
want.
I think
No,
it's
but
anime
we can
versus
have an anime versus movies and video game challenge.
Anime versus
Yes, we
Marvel
could do
and
that.
DC.
That is 100%.
Ironically, there is a Marvel anime from Japan.
Yes, there is.
But
There
they
is.
treat them like little Pokemon.
Yes, I know. I fucking watched one. I was confused. I was like, what the fuck?
Wait,
what?
They treat Marvel
It-
characters
as
like
Pokemon, where the
Pokemon.
kids catch, like one kid has an Iron Man, little Iron Man Pokemon
Yeah.
type guy. One kid has the Hulk. One hand
Yeah.
has Hawkeye. Deadpool came on and made a joke about Japanese anime and Marvel in America. Yeah, it was.
They
I
have
never watched
Wolverine
it.
too.
Yeah, they
Actually,
have.
from what
They
I
did.
see,
They did have an anime Wolverine.
Yeah,
anime.
I seen that one.
Anime
I bet
X
you
Men.
Marvel's
Anime
just like, I'll
Iron
take the
Man.
check.
I actually was interested in watching it.
It was very good. It was well done.
But I wasn't sure if it was going to be done. the
Marvel's
right
just
way.
it
like,
was.
I'll
It was
take it.
bloody as hell. It
Speaking
was
of
crazy.
Marvel,
That's the only
who's
thing I was
gearing
worried
up
about.
for these fall shows that Marvel's been churning out?
The Punisher. That's it. Everything
That's it.
else seems
Well,
whack.
Inhumans got canceled.
Already?
Yeah.
Because
I
that
didn't-
first
I didn't even watch it.
episode
Really?
banged.
That's
They
not
got
even
it
now
canceled.
yet.
That's not
Yeah,
even
they
out yet.
got
IMAX?
episode tanked.
They canceled. They
They
tanked
like-
it before it even came
But
out.
you know what? That's because it was bad writing.
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
writing.
You-
I have to
Sorry.
agree.
And
They
budget-
misrepresented the Inhumans.
Not only that,
so
they were
bad.
cutting. They were trying to cut. They actually had it where when she came to Earth, because I saw the
They
clip.
cut her hair!
She didn't have the hair
'Cause
Medusa?
on Earth.
Mike Medusa didn't have the hair.
on Earth.
Because that doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
no,
she-
because Ramsay fucking Bolton, the same guy that was on Game of Thrones,
Okay.
he's the
Misfits.
he's the evil
Yeah,
guy
Misfits
that's
too.
over the that's the evil guy.
Maximus, the brother.
Thank you. He's Maximus in Inhumans.
Yeah.
So he's got a thing for cutting shit off. So what does he do? He cuts off her hair.
Oh, that's stupid.
And kicks up.
And kicks
AKA, look, man, we can't be doing that CGI hair thing every episode. That's money. That's the problem when you
Yeah,
cut.
but
can't
that's what
afford it.
Medusa does, though. You can't just take that
Exactly.
away
That's
from
It's
her.
her
like
power.
cutting off one of her limbs.
It's like
And
telling
guess
Black
what?
Bolt you can never speak again or ever cut his throat off. Like,
And
that
guess
doesn't
what?
make sense.
Yeah.
What's the point of his character?
They
then?
cut
And
off
then
her
you wanna
hair,
know
they
what
cut their
people-
budget, and now it's not running.
One guy actually pointed out, he's like, how do you have a superhuman society and not have texting?
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The scene is that because she calls him and she's like, "I'm here on Earth. Talk to me. Let me know you think." And it's. I thought he was gonna like beep beep beep. he puts the community to his heart, so she gave his heart. He's like, oh, thank you. I'm like, after you've lived this long, you really have no other way to communicate to her. Really, that's it. Just
no.
I'm like, I'm fine.
That's sad because I do like the Inhumans.
I was really looking forward to
I'm
that.
a big fan of Black Bolt. Like, I really like Black Bolt, and I was really excited that we were going to have an opportunity to finally see him. And I didn't watch it, but I heard so much. And now that it's canceled, I was like, "Are you fucking serious?"
Before the whole season
but they
even
also
aired.
have The Gifted coming out, and
Gifted
that looks
looks good.
really
The
good.
Gifted looks good.
The Gifted does look okay. The sad thing, it's on Fox.
Yeah.
Fox does not.
Yeah,
get
you know,
chance.
Fox is not gonna.
I mean,
Because they have Blink from
the
Days of
movie.
Futures Past.
Yeah.
She's in. This is gonna be before the future. Because I was like, I see what you're trying to connect, but again, because of what Logan did, I need a legitimate X-Men continuity.
Yeah.
And we have not gotten that yet, so I don't care about extras until you establish your core continuity. I don't forgive
About
anything
that time.
Fox. I'm against Fox's X-Men.
It's like hurting.
'Cause
inside.
Anything hopefully they're done sucking Hugh Jackman's dick.
Yeah.
So
it's done.
maybe
After
they
Wolverine,
can
might show in
he's
Deadpool.
done.
He might come.
maybe
Those are the rumors. Chase the rumors.
Chase the rumors.
Rumors, Tommy.
Chase.
We got to give the rumor story why we chase the
Oh my
rumors now.
God.
Yes.
All right,
so-
wait. Do we wait till you get back?
Yeah, I was involved.
Okay.
Wait. Yeah, but-
In the meantime, we'll wait on that
so
story.
until Fox gets their X-Men shit under control, where we get, I know they're doing the next one with the Phoenix and
That's just gonna be
going
so
out of
bad,
space.
yo.
I'm
If
like,
they fuck up my Phoenix, I'll
again,
kill them.
we've
you
never
know
talked
what?
about the Logan movie.
No.
I want to address that right
We'll
now.
diagnose the. You guys.
I don't. It's just that you sacrifice your entire history of movies just to give Hugh Jackman a great movie. Is it a good movie? Yes. Do I love it? I can't love it because of what was sacrificed. What was the point of Days of Future Past saving that horrible future if the horrible future happens anyway? People want to say,
Yeah,
but
how many times in the original 90s show that we watched religiously did they stop that future from happening and then it just happens anyway?
Yeah, but you see, I'd forgive it if you had an established timeline. You constantly getting in your own way. The whole point of Days of Future Past was to fix things and give us a good timeline. If you wanted to do that later on, fine.
It's like
but you make
have the
this.
Flash fucking up the
but it's the
timeline. That's
future.
decent.
Yeah,
But it is the future, so what?
but
Shit
we don't even have a present. We don't have a present.
Who cares?
You do care because the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Deadpool's coming and he's gonna bring Cable.
And yet you don't see. Oh, they could only afford 2 X-Men. We don't know what's going on with everyone else.
Still Colossal.
Colossus and
It's
Negasonic.
like- So what?
There's no one in else. We don't know
Change
what's going
everything.
on. The same way the MCU has an established present where they could do, if the MCU decide to do like tragic future, that's fine because at least we know we have an established present. Usually when
We'll
they
see
do
the
those
future
stories,
and we'll still
they
have
have a present continuity of things that how it's supposed to be. As far as we know, we don't even know how. So we don't know if that's canon right as of right now.
don't.
As far as we know, that's what happens in all of X-Men.
We have to go, all of us here, I mean, Tommy obviously isn't going to be able to go, but we need to go to Ace Comic-Con. It's a new Comic-Con. It's happening out in Nassau Coliseum. Do you know who's going to be there? The Undertaker, Gal Gadot, Chris Evans. Most of the DC Cinematic Universe is going to be at this con right in time for Justice League. I think we need to go second round. I think we do. Because
Okay, we're gonna go.
yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go. And then that's gonna be amazing. And then my friend, one of my Sailor Scouts is setting up another little con slash charity event for Puerto Rico and everybody affected by the hurricane. She wants us there too. That's gonna be end of October. And then we have
It's a lot of shit.
got a lot of shit. Then we got WinterCon coming up in December.
Winter is coming.
So winter is coming. I mean, and obviously most of our good friends run that. Billy works for WinterCon. I'm involved. I don't work for them yet, but you know, like WinterCon. Feel better?
No, it hurt when I lifted my leg up.
But either way, like we gotta guys, don't think that just because our main man, Mr. Oh So Smooth, is expanding us to Florida, that the New York crew is gonna stop doing what we do. We're not. We're not.
So Tommy. You
What
do
about
know,
rumors?
You do know Hurricane Irma just went through Florida, right?
I did.
Why the fuck are you going to Florida?
It didn't affect the area that I was going to.
Okay. Why the fuck you going to Florida?
Hurricanes don't scare me.
Why the fuck
He's
you going
from
to
New York.
Florida?
He doesn't know yet. You don't know.
Bro,
My
the
house got
only thing-
flooded.
Yo, let me tell you, man.
Alright.
Wind and rain don't scare me.
Okay.
Earthquakes, tornadoes.
The ground moved, baby. The ground moved. Do you know what that
that'll
came
fuck
from?
with me.
Yeah, but now that we're having earthquakes in Mexico, what makes you think that we're not
winds,
going to have
yes,
earthquakes
yes,
in
yes.
Florida?
I hope not. I don't like earthquakes.
And
That would scare me. That would
Florida,
scare me.
and
That would
with the
scare
way
me.
the weather patterns are, Florida's only below the tornado belt.
Well, just so you know, so what about rumors?
What about rumors?
You're a bitch. Cheers to rumors.
Cheers
to rumors.
Can you
And
guys
why
explain
did
that
you?
to me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Why?
I wasn't present for that.
What,
I would like
and
to know.
do you remember what the rumor was? That
No, because there wasn't one specific quote unquote rumor.
Yeah. Okay.
It actually it started with Omega Underground. It's an inside joke between us and Omega Underground.
Yes.
And so pretty much anytime we ever did our topics for Omega Underground,
Train.
Right.
if it wasn't, I personally think we always mentioned that it was a rumor.
Yes,
we always
yeah.
mentioned it was a rumor.
That's
However,
why I think it was one thing that was said that this.
I
person-
don't see. That's the thing. I don't remember what
Yeah.
exactly it was. However, one of the guys from Omega Underground contacted Caleb, the main guy from Omega, who then contacted me and was stating like, "Yo, it seems that you guys are actually saying something that's a rumor. You're saying that it's true." And I was really confused at that because I was like, I don't remember ever doing that. If it was a rumor or any type of just a thought, we would mention that this is what they're saying. This doesn't mean it's actually true.
We always put disclaimers, though.
We that's the thing. That's why I was confused
Yeah.
about it. But the guy that originally was saying this about us and going after us on that was always shitting on us.
Hater.
So we decided
Fuck with him.
to fuck with them and fuck with him out of all of them. And anytime we said the word rumor, we would cheers.
It's a rumor.
And
Santi!
and we would cheers to it to pretty much push the fact that yes, we know we know it's a rumor.
Allegedly.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
I heard this on the wind, though.
I heard this on the wind.
You know, and I know when we started too. It was a Supergirl episode.
It was.
Yes, it
It
was.
was the Supergirl episode.
And the best part about it was, I thought after we did that, we would be in some little bit of trouble. Caleb loved it.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, keep doing that. I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, because we turned it around. We didn't do it.
Okay,
It was
so
just-
that's the origin of rumors. Tell me why you guys cheer to the messenger.
Oh, come on.
Cheers to the
Wait a
messenger!
minute. How do you not know why you
You
cheers?
motherfucking stop cheersing? That's what it is?
You guys
Y'all
never-
motherfucking stop cheersing?
You never-
Y'all know how to cheers to the fuck messenger?
Cheers to the messenger. Well, that would be because of
Dare
the
you.
great,
How dare you?
greatest Jamaican. No, it's not the greatest Jamaican movie. Sorry, it isn't.
It's the.
It's one
I'm
of the
sorry.
great Jamaican
I'm sorry.
movies.
To me, it is the
Is that
best
Cool
movie.
Runnings?
It is cool.
Cool Runnings.
I haven't watched
This-
it in a long time.
The scene where they won the time trial. They just painted their bobsled and they were happy.
Yeah.
So they were like, cheers to.
They were cheersing all this
All the
stuff, and then the
accomplishments,
messenger showed up, and it
Yeah.
was
To the messenger! To the messenger!
I do remember that scene.
To the man in the yellow hat! Wait, what's it?
to the man in the to the man in the orange coat.
The man in the orange coat!
Okay, I get it.
How about Tallulah? It sounds like a $2.
It sounds like that was my mother's name.
Tallulah. Yeah, Tallulah. I like that.
It's
Tallulah.
Aw,
Yo, we never did a review for Cool Runnings.
That's where you don't want to
don't
do a
have
review. You don't want to do a review for Cool
Those are
Runnings
legendary. That's like
because I wouldn't allow any of you to speak.
Danny, you're right.
Because the second you start saying one negative thing, I'd be like, I know where you're going with this, but I need you to stop.
Steal my
Like the
beer opener today.
Come on,
I like
this-
it.
Cool Runnings is my all-time favorite movie.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that movie from front to back.
Really? It's more than Jaws?
Yes.
Wow.
Jaws is number 2.
Oh, okay.
Cool Runnings is number 1.
So what? Okay, I want to know. What's your top 5?
Well, if you go and check out our Instagram page, you will get a top 5.
Well,
I'm
no,
just
no,
so
I know,
sorry.
That's too
but
much.
see, that's why I was
I can't do a top
tying it
5.
in.
That's a good way
I
to
do
put
top
it in
five
because I have
TV.
been doing a lot of
That's
top
a good way to
5s.
put it in. Giggity, giggity, goo.
So you know what? Let's try that right now.
Luggage.
Let's
Yeah,
talk about
I would like to plug that in.
let's talk about our tops.
Well, no orders though.
I have
Alex
no
is
orders.
definitely
Just
a top.
top movies.
How about we try
I
this
can't-
instead of 5 because 5 is a lot? Let's try 3.
Okay, and then
Three's
just
a
like
good
3
number,
that we
too.
love.
3's a good number. I
top
like
3
three.
of
It's good.
anything.
Avengers.
Let's start with the movies. What would you say top three
Well,
favorite
see, now,
movies?
if-
I
In
mean,
no
I
particular
know
order.
mine. I know
Alright.
mine. So.
Alright.
Okay, but again, if you guys want to see what Mr. Oh So Smooth's top 5 are,
I don't
go
know. I
to
gotta
our
think about
Instagram
this. This
page.
is hard.
It's
It's
the
got to be
second
films
round,
I could watch over
2
and over.
ND rounds on Instagram,
Bitch.
and you can find Mr. Oh So Smooth's top 5.
Yeah, and I thought my top 5 was pretty good.
It was great.
My
I
no-
wanted to copy you, but I wasn't gonna
I was waiting for it
I
actually.
know.
My number 5 though was Con Air. I will say that it was Con Air because it's a guy's movie, man. I love that movie. Nicolas Cage.
Oh, I'm thinking Air Force One. sorry.
Yeah, let's go. That's the president.
Shit.
Con Air was
I'm
great.
tired. I've been up
But
since
you know
5
what?
a.m.
was
It's
good?
a really stupid movie.
You know what
but
was
it's
good too?
phenomenal.
The Rock.
It's a guy's
You ever seen
movie.
The Rock movie?
Okay, so
The movie The
let's
Rock?
go
with
into Alex's
Nicolas
top
Cage
Yeah,
and
three.
Sean
yeah.
I wanna
Connery.
hear
Like
Alex's
escaping
top three.
Alcatraz and shit.
So I want to hear Alex's top
Alright,
3
well,
movies.
Top 3.
Of all time.
Damn, this is hard. though.
Armageddon.
All right, that's a good one.
I'm trying to think of what I can watch. Oh, Armageddon.
Top 3. Top 3.
Mr. Nobody.
Okay, that's 2. What's number 1? What's that movie?
The one
Chucky.
that you see it and you're just like, yeah.
Child's
Definitely
Play.
Chucky.
Child's
Definitely
Play.
Chucky. Definitely Child's Play. 1, 2, and 3.
It's that movie
so
where
many
as soon
kids.
as you think of it, you're like, yes. Every time.
A Goofy movie.
A Goofy movie?
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Good pick. Good pick.
I got to be honest. I get chills every time Powerline. That
Oh, so good.
I know.
So good.
yeah, it's a Goofy
It's
movie.
really good.
Oh, man. Okay,
Miss
what about
Malave.
you?
Well, I gotta go with Scarface.
That's number 3?
I love Scarface. That's like,
Spanish, go ahead.
yo, fuck you, man. Okay? You motherfucker.
In
There's
Italian,
nothing that you
playing
can do
a
for me
Cuban, I gotta love
that
it.
Castro has not already done. Okay? So
more
say the
Spanish
night
than
to the
Matthew.
bad guy.
More Spanish than Matthew. It's awesome.
Yo, Marvin, why don't you shut the fuck up?
Danny's dead.
All
Danny
right.
is dead.
You
Marvin
killed Danny.
has killed
You
Danny.
killed Danny.
He needs to go home and watch VR Troopers.
I don't give a shit. I don't
You need
give a shit.
All right, so Scarface is your number 3.
I guess. Yeah,
Okay,
number
what's
3.
your number 2?
This one's hard. This one's really hard. I gotta say, I don't know. I really don't know.
Holy
I've never
shit!
seen
How
the
did I
movie,
forget?
don't know.
See, there's so
Maybe-
many. I just thought like 5 more off the top of my
Well,
head.
of course,
saying.
it's
But
hard.
yeah,
It's
you
really
can
hard.
on Instagram.
It's really
Top
hard.
three. There's gotta be
You got to know
top
about the
3.
movies that always
Gotta
will
do
hit
top
you,
3.
regardless. I will
gotta
always
do-
know my favorite.
I know
movies.
the next one. I have to say The Sandlot. I love The Sandlot.
Ah.
I love The Sandlot. That
Good
has to be
movie.
number 2. And number 1, I'm actually wearing the shirt right now.
Goonies!
Goonies is that
Yeah.
definitely one of those
Phenomenal
movies that every time it's on, you leave it on.
Yeah.
You leave it on
I
and you I love you, Chuck. I love you too, Sloth. Like, it was great. It was just great, you know. Just every moment of it. You know, I love when he finds just all the ice cream in there. It's like they got Rocky Road and Rocky Road.
So good.
Jade.
Okay, my top 3. Number 3 for me it's The Little Mermaid. Hands down, Disney movie.
I feel like Disney has to be by because Disney
And
is
Disney,
so.
like, honestly,
I did
I
do
could
a top
I
5
could do a
Disney
top
needs to
5
be by
Disney.
itself.
I did do a top 5
It's so
Disney.
hard, man.
That's
You
right.
did.
Disney
I
is its
was thinking
own.
of- you guys asked me top
Yeah.
3 of all time.
Yeah.
Top
I
3 of all
could do
time.
my top 5 favorite Disneys, but top 3 of all time, The Little Mermaid's on there. Okay. My second favorite movie of all time is The Fifth Element,
Wow.
That was
and my first, ultimate movie I can literally sit there and watch this movie over and over and over and over again. The Craft.
The Craft.
Phenomenal movie.
Light is feather,
Phenomenal
stiff as a board.
movie.
Light is feather, stiff as a board.
You know, it's funny
Phenomenal
because
movie.
I love that movie.
I was raised a witch. My family, we're all witches. We all practice. We still have our sacraments. We still go to
Why is
church.
she looking at me though?
Because I felt your eyes. No,
She's
I don't
gonna
practice.
like.
I don't
It's like
practice.
hocus pocus. You know how they go and they suck your soul? That's the same thing.
I am not.
Smoke.
Really, Alex? Really, Alex?
That don't mean shit. She can still get your ass.
Even,
Santi
yeah,
started
Santi
crying.
knows.
Oh my
When a baby starts doing that,
Santi-
that means
Santi started
there's
crying.
some evil.
Holy shit.
Evil
guys.
is necessary.
Fuck you guys.
Evil.
You know what the funny thing is? This is why my people were burned at the stake.
Well,
Damn
well,
right.
you're over there like I practice. I have my spell book. I do this. I do that.
No, you guys, it's not what everybody
Light as a feather,
believes.
stiff as a board.
It's not what
Light as
everybody
feather,
believes
stiff as
because
a board. Light as
originally
feather,
when I
stiff as
saw
a
the
board.
craft, I got mad because that's not what we do.
Yeah, right.
It's not.
That Vicky Valancourt, that girl.
My bottle cap.
Oh my God, Vicky Valancourt.
She
She
was
was
in
in
that
the
movie.
crab.
She was the
in
evil
crab.
one.
And so was Mary Jane.
Mary Jane. Oh, I got
And
some
Nev Campbell.
pussy.
Nev
I got
Campbell
some
was in it.
pussy.
All right.
Nev Campbell was in it
Campbell,
too.
top three.
I don't use.
But it's a great movie.
I don't use
though.
black magic.
Wait. It's not what you do,
Really?
but it's your favorite movie.
Can't even see him on camera now.
How is it your favorite movie? It's not what you do. Though.
It's brujeria,
You
man.
love the fact that it contradicts.
It's brujeria, man.
I am not brujeria. No, I don't practice
Yo.
Santero.
Yo,
I was
first of
about to
all,
say
I don't
Puerto
practice
Rican, fucking
Santeria.
I don't do that shit.
No,
My
the
mom
craft,
does.
the problem is with
You
the
don't remember
craft
the Santeria? Never heard
is
that
it gave
Sublime
actual
Santeria?
practicing witches
Oh yeah.
a bad name. Like, because everybody thought that's what we did. That's not what we do.
Why are you saying we?
Because there's more than one. You were in my mother's house.
I know.
You didn't know she was a witch.
I know.
This is great.
They will
Shit
never
is
be.
interesting.
You know what? Marvin, what's your top three?
So I can't. I'm trying to think really hard. I can't remember, but two. I would have to say Batman
guys.
Rises.
Batman.
Rises.
Oh,
Batman Rises.
The
I don't think I heard of that
Rises?
movie.
Dark Knight Rises.
No,
Okay.
oh wait, I
That's
forgot all
the-
about
wait,
the Dark
That's
Knight.
the one with
Sorry,
Joker, right?
Sandlot.
Nah,
The
that's
Dark
Dark
Knight
Knight.
is
Get
my
out.
number two.
Fine, let me move up because
Dark
you
Knight's
can't
my
hear
number
me.
No, you
two.
can't change it.
I'm only moving close because you couldn't hear
No,
me.
Dark Knight is with the Joker.
No, that's the Rises one.
No, that's the Dark Knight.
Alright,
Dark Knight
whatever.
Rises
That's the
is
one
with
I
Bane.
meant. The Joker one. It's one-
The Dark
I
Knight.
said it first. Fuck
The
it.
Dark Knight.
He's gonna come wearing a cross and shit.
I was baptized. I have all of my
Did it burn? How much
sacraments.
did
And she
it
does
burn?
it, and she doesn't burn
How much
from
did
it.
it
so
burn?
that is-
That's why the hair changes color.
Yeah, that's why my hair changes.
It's trying to like fight back.
No, because all I did was the glamour, bro.
She has a seal on. That's what the tattoos are. They're a seal against the good forces.
It's
To
technically a
protect-
sin.
Yeah.
These are sins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really? That's why this is a tat against the good force?
Oh man,
This one?
it goes against the good forces. That's what I mean.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We believe in God, just not yours.
I'm gonna put this right here.
Ow!
Ah, tell me not to do something.
You know what? Let me remind. I'm never gonna tell you who I'm actually. I'm never ever gonna tell this man who I'm related to.
No.
I'm never gonna tell him.
Not.
I'm never gonna tell him.
That's not a teaser. I'm not gonna
It's one of the
ask.
sailor sisters.
No.
Fuck.
You wanna know why?
One of the
You wanna know what makes
Sandersons.
it hilarious? Do you guys remember the former Cardinal of New York who could have became Pope?
Yes.
That was my cousin.
Oh.
Oh, that's even worse. So it's in the family. Damn, son. Someone should warn that guy.
Okay, and well, he's dead now. And then if you want on the other side
not
of the
good.
spectrum, one of the guys that originally wrote the Satanic Bible is also my cousin.
Well, top three.
Top three, Marvin. Top three, Marvin. Marvin, top three, Marvin.
Dark Knight number 2. Number 3, it's a debate, but number 1 has to be for me, Inception.
Ooh, good one.
Inception.
That's the mind
Yeah,
fucker.
that is
I will
a good
watch
movie.
that shit regardless.
You know what's also a good movie? Like Prestige. The Prestige is a good movie too.
That is a very good movie.
Very
It
good.
is,
But
it
it's
is.
not your turn. So good name calling. What was number 3 though?
That was
I
number
don't know. Like,
What's your debate?
Yeah, give us 2.
no,
that's
this
debate.
is too many. I mean, if I
There's a
if
lot.
I could move over to TV shows though,
TV
No,
shows.
this is movies. Why are we
No,
talking about
just
TV?
movies.
We're talking about movies.
wow,
You bitch.
so fuck
Why you
it,
gotta be that guy?
'cause I
He's
got
that
it.
guy. It's
I am.
Marvin.
I am.
It's Marvin.
Danny. Top 3.
Well, Armageddon's up there. I can watch that movie whenever it's on.
Yeah.
The
It's
the
like-
channel staying on there.
That's 3.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, it's a great movie.
Bad Boys 2.
2 would have to be.
Get a
Damn,
bunch of them.
it's hard.
We all do Instagram videos about it.
That shit is tough, right?
It's hard
There's
to pick
so
your top
many.
3 of all time.
All
I
right.
don't know. It's pretty easy for me.
Shut up.
Trust me, it took me mad long to get that
Let,
list.
let the boy think. He's thinking of VR Troopers.
Well, we're not talking about TV shows.
Nah, I know. But they did
Movie,
have a movie. They
movie.
did
Yeah,
have
hurry
a
up.
movie.
You had all
My
these
bad.
people.
Did you brain fart?
That old
Yeah, it
something.
just went out of my head.
I stole it.
She was like,
Oh my god!
All right. I don't care.
I am not!
You put it out there. It's over.
Come to mommy!
I put a spell on
You know
you.
what? Maybe that's why I have a black cat.
And now you're mine.
Come, little children, I'll take thee away.
Why isn't that on Netflix? I was trying to watch
Hocus
it the
Pocus.
other day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's
Cody.
on.
Just put it
You know what else isn't on?
You guys don't even know
Ernest
how well I
Scared
can
Stupid.
sing that.
Halloween
I
is
love
coming up.
Ernest
Why
Scared
isn't that on?
Well, you gotta wait till
They're gonna
October.
show him like
Ernest
classic.
Scared
With the
Stupid
milk?
is hilarious.
With the fucking milk?
That
Yes,
is
that
so
was a great
good.
movie.
Why isn't it?
Oh, what am I doing? Rounders? This is
Rounders
top,
is a
top
great
5
movie.
of mine personally.
That's on Netflix.
Rounders, that's a great
That's
movie.
on Netflix, actually.
And I'm gonna just throw in a swordfish.
That's a good movie.
Oh.
It's a good movie.
I like it.
Halle Berry, hashtag Halle Berry boots.
Yeah,
No, you know what's an
No,
honorable
Spencer
mention?
Does-
Face Off.
Oh, of course.
yeah.
That's why I got the
Bad
Hollywood
Boys
Studios
If you
and
like
stuff.
Con Air,
I'm
you like
over those.
Face Off.
Yeah, and-
Bad Boys 2.
A stupid movie that's really pretty awesome.
That's
But in all actuality, is there really any bad Nicolas Cage movies?
Yeah.
Shut up! I know there are, but I love Nick Cage.
Can I just mention one?
Porn.
Wicker Man.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that fucking movie.
Fuck that movie.
Oh my god, the bees! The bees! Oh my god, I hated that part.
And he's just yelling.
And that's a remake. That's a fucking remake.
Yeah,
I know. Of an old,
It doesn't make sense.
makes perfect sense.
No, the movie doesn't make sense.
It's Burning Man with bees.
It doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense.
That whole movie made zero sense, and Nick Cage is just
You know what was a
Psycho.
good
so
Nick Cage
over the
movie?
top. It's ridiculous.
Oh, what about
National
Gone
Treasure.
in 60 Seconds? Is
I'm
that
gonna
the
sue
movie?
No, that was a
Declarations
good
of
movie.
Independence.
I like that
Okay,
movie.
it was enjoyable, but it is get another stupid movie. It's
Right,
a
but
stupid concept.
I
Yeah,
didn't
to
So
see
steal
my
all those
brothers,
cars.
we got to get them, so we're gonna just steal some cars.
fuck is this shit?
Fast and Furious.
Oh, gone. Yeah. Well, it was fast.
Before-
Fast and
Out?
Furious
Before
before
Fast
Fast and Furious.
That's what they saw. That was like
Angelina
this
Jolie
works.
was in it. It was pretty odd.
Yeah, she is pretty sexy.
All right, so let's try something different. You want to try another one?
IP Man. IP
I
Man.
haven't seen him.
Say it right, please. It's
One,
it's Ip
Ip
Man.
Man.
Ip,
It is.
Ip
IP Man.
IP Man. 1, 2, 3.
IP Man. It was
Really?
IP,
You don't like the
get it.
Candyman movies?
Wait, like
Can
the
I
black
tell you something?
Candy-
Hold on,
Candyman?
time out.
Like the black
I was terrified
killer?
of that movie
Yeah?
growing up. My sisters
Candyman?
terrified me with that movie.
Pretty sure
I still can't watch that.
Wow, Candyman.
You know what? That's a good one. What movie actually terrified you while you were a child?
Candyman.
Do we have to get into mine?
Yeah, why not?
You already know. Child's Play.
Yeah, of course it was.
Fuck that movie. You know what it is too?
As a child,
It's the same as
movie
is
got
that
you?
yeah, because back then we didn't have CGI and stuff, so a lot of the effects were very practical.
And puppets.
Yeah, and so those shits
And a
are
lot
really
of corn syrup blood.
those are things
Lot
a
of
lot of things you can like these days. It's very CGI, so you can say, oh, okay, that's fake. That's why I could probably watch a Chucky movie now. It's not gonna get me as much
You
as
can't
back
watch
then.
a Saw movie.
I've seen the Saw movies.
But that's just gore. That's not real horror.
Like that shit
No,
is
that's
like
considered gore
it's
fest.
something that's
Yeah.
supposed to be innocent,
Gore porn.
especially at that age. It's something that's supposed to be so innocent for us
Like a toy,
as a
right?
toy,
Yeah.
That's a toy, yeah.
and just
Well, those
killing
I
you.
wasn't able to
But
watch.
then Nightmare on Elm Street, you couldn't go to sleep.
Killings.
I never watched that.
That shit.
Chucky once Chucky
Actually,
did it for me.
I think
I
you
wasn't
would
delving.
actually like Nightmare on Elm
No,
Street.
you would.
No, you
It's
wouldn't.
funny.
You
It's
couldn't.
As I'm older now, yeah,
No,
but
you
at
know
the
why?
time.
But as a
Because-
kid, I
he
watched
would like
Freddy
it.
isn't really
maybe
scary.
More, like at not one. He's not gonna like one.
You know the movies I did
2
see
or
was the
3.
Halloween.
No,
Like,
he'll
better
like
if they get
one.
campy.
He'll
What?
like
Yeah,
the
it's
series.
very-
It gets
I've
campy.
seen the Halloween films. That I used to watch.
Well,
Mike
how many
Myers.
of them? Though?
Halloween's okay.
Halloween's okay.
You
'cause
can't
it's-
even count Halloween
No.
3 as part of the trilogy. Fuck
Well,
that.
No,
No,
you cannot
the-
count
no, the witch
Halloween
one, right?
Resurrection.
Yeah, it's Night
Res-
of the
That
Living
That
one
was
was that
stupid.
wasn't that H2O?
H2O,
No,
no,
H2O
H2O was
good.
really
H2O
good.
was
Hello,
good.
Busta
Jerry.
Rhymes.
No,
Busta
Busta Rhymes
Rhymes
Resurrection. That
That
doesn't count.
one, horrible.
They like filming a TV show.
Yeah, when they're in the
horrible.
house.
That was stupid.
She said she's coming back, Jamie.
Yeah,
Lee.
she
This
is.
year, I can't wait.
And the guy, I
can't
guess, who
wait.
originally everyone's coming back to them. Linda Hamilton is coming back
Yeah,
to
she's coming
Terminator.
back to
I was
Terminator.
like, what? Like
Linda
that
Hamilton's
was
coming back
that
to
I thought was
They all
amazing.
need a check. That's
I get,
why.
or maybe they just before it
Motherfucking
goes
movie
out, like
Motherfucking movie check.
you know what it is. I think it's because of the
Terminator
success of
2.
it. They're saying, okay,
Terminator 2.
maybe these can actually do
I can
good.
watch that every
Terminator
day.
2,
I
yeah.
could watch that.
Well, Terminator 2, yeah, that is.
That was number one in my top 5 sequels.
So okay, what scared you as a child? What was the movie that scared you? Couldn't sleep for days after.
Candyman.
Is it good?
Candyman. Oh right, you did say Candyman. What about you, Tommy?
Wow.
Can't even
The
go to the
movie
bathroom.
that really scared me as a child, I would have to say, was Silence of the Lambs,
Really?
because it felt more realistic.
Right.
it was though.
Okay.
It was also based on
It was based on actual
truth.
events.
Actual events, and it wasn't Anthony Hopkins that freaked me out.
What was it?
It was fucking Buffalo Bill.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
It was the lotion. It's the lotion. Fucking freaked me the fuck out.
Puts the lotion
What about you?
on the skin. Oh man. I gotta go with Puppet Master.
Good movie.
Really?
Yes, because
The puppets, right?
Yeah, they came
Yeah.
to light with this
No.
demonic.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
it's called
No,
Puppet Master.
no,
you
there's a
dick.
movie called Puppet Master that has nothing to do with puppets.
Really?
Yeah.
We're talking about Stephen King, bro.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's not Stephen King.
Puppet
Puppet
Master,
Master,
the original
that's
Puppet
Stephen
Master
King.
was based on a Stephen King
You
book.
leave
it's
now.
not.
That's
You
Stephen
leave
King.
now.
No,
bro.
it's not.
Google it.
You leave now.
Yeah, you
No,
don't
you
speak.
leave now.
You don't speak. It's Puppet
How
Master.
dare
It's,
you.
it's
You know what's
Stephen
pretty
King.
scary?
It's a
Jake.
Stephen King book.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space is pretty scary.
That movie was so retarded. That's like the Killer
guy
Tomatoes.
candy, the
It's like a
woman
Killer
candy.
Tomatoes.
The
What the fuck? That's like saying
the
They made that
Blob.
into a cartoon.
I saw the
did,
cartoon
they did.
first,
Yeah.
and then when I was like, hold up, this was a movie first. I saw the
was.
cartoon.
That's like being afraid of Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, oh my
You
God.
could just be Little Shop.
That was so
Little
cute.
Shop of Horrors. Little Shop. Little Shop of Terror. Nothing is better than when Christian will sit there and out of nowhere he looks at me and he goes like this. I'm like, what are you doing? He goes, feed me. Feed me, Seymour. And I'm like, oh.
Feed me all night.
And he knows the movie, and I'm like, how are you watching this? And Jen just looks at me and she's like,
Gina and Pam are in the movie.
they are, yes.
From
Yes,
Mars.
they are.
They're the
Simmons.
yeah,
They're the
they
trio.
are. They are the trio.
What are you talking
great.
about? Puppet Master, film written by Charles Band.
Yeah,
But
the film
it's a
is
Stephen
based
King
on a
movie.
It's based on a
Stephen King
book.
I mean, a
novel.
book. Stephen King novel.
Why is it not there? Like in the first paragraph, it should be there.
Based on. It doesn't
So
mean
go
that
to
it is.
description or go to like origin
go
or
to
something.
Origin or something. It
So
should be
yes, that was the movie that scared the shit out of me. Something about like just like regular toys, like and not just like it got possessed and it's talking to you. It's more like these regular old puppets and shit just going around killing people, and they all had their different like ways of killing you. And it freaked me the fuck out. I thought like. I was a kid. We were kids when it came out, so I thought like shit would be moving during the night. Forget about it. Scared the shit out of me.
Jade?
Showgirls.
Absolutely frightening.
What?
Thank you for getting that reference.
Scream!
Thank you
So
for getting
Scream
that
2,
Thank
when
you.
Jamie Kennedy's on the phone, and this is when he dies.
guys are
He goes, "So what's your favorite scary movie?" And he's like, "Showgirls." Absolutely frightening.
I was about to say, what did Jesse Spano have to do to you?
That movie's horrible.
That movie sucks. The only fact that we see her titties all the time in that
A lot of
movie.
titties.
Lot of titties. I love
But
the pool scene.
actually,
I like the
um,
pool scene when she's like,
Actually, believe it or not, my stepfather was sadistic when we were growing up, and he made us watch every
got
single
the camera.
horror movie that was ever made as children. Honestly, none of them ever fazed me. Not one. I mean, there was only one that I got
"You're
nightmare.
a goddamn liar."
No, there was only one
You're
that
a
made me
witch, so
slightly
what could
freaked
scare
out.
you?
Yeah, right.
And it wasn't scared, it was freaked out.
Okay, freaked out. What was it?
Exorcist.
Dawn of the Dead.
Wait, the remake?
No, the original.
The original was really good.
Yeah, the Dawn of the Dead, the original, was the only one that actually freaked me out.
You know what?
Because I thought even
You're
as a
right.
child that could actually happen.
And thinking about that one, no, the original, I remember because I, as Tommy knows, because he helped me move a lot of my shit from Brighton Beach. I love DVD. I used to collect a lot of DVDs,
Was that
right?
George R. R.
So,
Yes.
Yes.
so I had the original Night of the Living Dead. Black and white version DVD. And when I never saw that. I haven't seen that movie until I bought the DVD. I used to work at Best Buy and it was on sale for like $5. So I bought it and I saw it for the first time. Can I tell you, when that first zombie stood up really fast and then looked
Nope.
and started walking, I was like, oh fuck this shit.
Nope.
I'm done.
Like you know Scary Movie 2 when they showed The Exorcist and she turned her head and he goes, fuck this, and he walks out. That's what I did with the DVD, bro. I had to stop it.
Fuck
Fuck this.
I mean, honestly, like it has nothing to do with me being a witch. Honestly, because my stepfather exposed me to those movies early, I think it just numbed me to it. It really did. I mean, I'm like 5-6 years old. I'm watching
you
movies
were in
that.
training, so you know that.
Yeah, you're in training. And, no, she went like this, remember?
Look it.
No,
Watch
actually,
it.
he really did do that.
You will be
My
ready.
stepfather really did do that to us. He would sit us down and he'd be like, if any of you fucking look away, you're not getting any dessert tonight. You're going to bed early. I'm like,
Her
Oh
fat
my
ass
god,
wanted
that's
dessert.
horrible.
Her fat ass
yeah, but
wanted
he's
dessert.
also the reason why I like roller coasters, you know,
Alright,
all
so
that. He
no
taught
lunches,
us, he taught us about facing fear.
Well, that's a good thing.
It was his way of teaching us to face fear, because you got to understand, my stepfather's only 20 years older than me.
Only.
You know, so when I met him at 5, he was only 25 years old. So he was a kid. You know?
35 when she's 10.
Yeah. But
You
that's.
can do math, bro.
Oh my
It's
god,
amazing.
amazing.
Your math is amazing.
Yeah, but think about it. I mean, like
Yes.
you're 30 and you're teaching your 3-year-old son now all about this stuff. So what's the difference?
He actually now walks up to people. It's the greatest thing ever. He walks up to people and he goes, "Hey, Georgie, you want a balloon?" And I'm sitting
Oh
there
my
like,
God.
and I'm like, yeah. Now grab her arm and bite it. I'm like, grab it and bite it.
And then go like that.
I mean, like.
But I haven't shown
hello,
him. But
Mr. Terlecki,
I haven't
this is,
shown him the
Mrs.
movie yet. I
Smith
don't want to
at
do that. But
Miss
I
Christian
hint to
school.
it.
Yeah, but here's
he's
the
been.
thing.
He'll do that.
He's been
That's
giving
why.
Why
red
is it
balloons to
different?
kids
Because
and
he did it in
buying
the 90s as opposed to now? Is that why it's different?
I
And
mean,
horror was
I don't
better
think so
back
because
then.
It
my
was,
my
it was.
dad actually sat me down to watch Jaws, and that's why I love Jaws so much. I've seen it from front to back, and I was a child. Main reason why I love sharks, and I wanted to learn about sharks. And that movie.
And now you're going to Florida where you pee around sharks.
I love it. I love it so much. I love sharks. But that movie, to me, it never really frightened me, but it was always a very enjoyable movie. It's honestly, I still consider it, even though Cool Runnings is number one, Jaws is the best movie ever made in cinematic history. I will say that, and I can say for years. I can explain why. I'm not going to do it now. I did it on one of the episodes.
On the Jaws episode.
But truly everything that went wrong with that movie made that movie great.
Okay.
So to this Meg movie that's coming out, and I read the book, it scares me.
Train!
So I got a question for all of you now. What's the first movie you can ever remember watching?
Oh my god.
No, like ever.
Jaws.
Okay, so Jaws for Tommy, Marvin?
All dogs go to heaven.
Oh, that was a good one.
I love that movie.
That was a very sad
That
Oh
was
movie.
my
sad
god, I
movie.
love
God,
that
and the-
movie.
When you finally realize and shit starts clicking,
my
it's not just a
God.
cartoon. You're like, holy shit.
Yeah,
I love that
Like, you know
movie.
when you watch shit and you watch it again as an adult.
And
you're
it was
like,
a Don Bluth film.
Bro.
Don Bluth was one of the greatest animators of all time. He
Wow.
brought us Land Before Time.
Oh,
I
that's
gotta
another,
play
that's
it.
another
Oh
one.
my
Come
God.
on.
He brought
Littlefoot.
us,
You know what they
Littlefoot's
just put on,
mama
on
died. Oh my
Netflix?
God.
Homeward Bound.
I still
Homeward
cry. I
Homeward
still
Bound.
fucking cry.
Jen
Homeward
cried during
Bound.
Homeward Bound. It was the
I
greatest
love
thing ever.
Homeward Bound.
Don Bluth
Sassy
also
and
brought
Shadow.
us.
When he goes
that
home,
movie with the
I was
mouse?
like, "Why are you crying?"
Mouse
He
Hunt?
said
no,
home.
the movie with
Ben.
No.
Oh, An American Tale.
Yeah, that too.
An American
He
Tale.
brought- He
That
brought
was
us
the
an
sequel.
American Tale.
American
no,
Tale was the original.
No, the one with the mouse that has the special with the rats. They have to move. The Secret of Nim. There we go. He brought us the Secret of Nim.
That,
Oh,
no, that's
you know
not
what
the-
movie
the-
us?
okay, no,
You know what
no, no.
movie I remember watching as a kid? Witches. You
Yeah.
ever seen Witches?
Angelica
When
Houston?
they turned them into a rat.
I read the book first.
With
and-
Angelica
and I
They turned
was
them
in
into a
fourth
rat,
grade.
and they were running around trying to like get their parents' attention and shit.
I didn't know about the movie. I read the book
Disney
first.
Channel.
The
Such
mouse
a
that
great
rides the motorcycle.
movie.
What's that one?
That's Stuart Little.
Stuart
No,
Little.
that was
Yeah,
gay.
No,
that
it
was
wasn't
pretty
like-
gay.
It was if that's in the Witches, that's because they put it on a little
No,
toy.
no, it was around the same time. It was like a mouse, like Ralph or some shit. And he would ride a motorcycle. Like this kid had this.
Biker Mice from Mars. What are you talking about?
That was a
It
good
was-
TV
it was
show.
live
That
action.
was a good one. That was a good
All
one.
right,
It
so
might have been.
all right, so he remembers All Dogs Go to Heaven. What about you, Alex?
Back
Was
to
it
the Future.
the first movie you ever remember watching?
It was the third one I remember seeing because I remember the train.
Okay.
Because I wanted that toy. I was like, is that a toy?
Yeah.
But then I remember, but that, I think it
Damn,
was
I
a
don't know if I
trilogy.
can remember the
I remember
first
seeing Back to the
Danny?
Future first.
The Land Before Time.
I love that movie too.
one. That was good.
It
Which
was
one's that
great
one?
movie.
That was very good.
You've never seen The Land
I've never
Before
seen it.
There's
Time?
so many. Which one's that one?
The
The
dinosaurs.
original, the original.
The original.
Littlefoot
Yeah,
and
Little
Ducky.
After
Oh,
they-
that one. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
After
okay,
the
okay.
what,
And
9
I was about to
sequels?
say Get Out.
And Petrie.
No,
And Petrie.
the other one is
And Sarah,
Puppet
for
Master
some
is
reason,
not
it was
Stephen
Sarah.
King.
Not Sarah.
Bro,
Sarah.
we're still on Puppet Master.
Sarah.
We're talking
Yeah,
about the
not
first
Sarah,
movies we ever
Sarah.
saw,
It's
like as a
C-E-R-A.
kid.
They
Remember?
was letting it
Sarah.
go.
No, try
You guys don't know
Sarah
young crap.
Tops. Get it?
Mind blown.
Your mind just blew. You never knew that?
No, I thought it was Sarah.
C-E-R-A. Sarah for
I thought
try
it-
Sarah
I thought it was
Tops.
Sarah. I
What
thought
you
it-
talking about?
Oh,
you didn't
that
get it?
makes
Her
so
name was
much
Sarah.
I didn't get that
sense.
either.
Oh my god.
That makes so
I knew
Sarah.
that at the time.
No, I thought her name was
Oh
Sarah.
my
What's
god.
wrong with you?
I was
Do you
her name
know
was
why she's
Sarah.
called Ducky? Because she's a duck
Well, that I know.
dinosaur.
Yeah.
That's pretty
That I
cool.
know. That I know.
All right, and Petrie was short for pterodactyl.
Petrie, yeah, I like Petrie.
You didn't.
Oh my
No,
god.
shut the fuck up. No, I didn't know.
You know what? You didn't do good in elementary school. Cause
What are you talking about? I used to be really good at it.
It's okay.
Ugh.
Damn.
I don't know, man. Like my favorite. Like I don't know. I can't
first
really
movie?
remember because I used to be around it a lot. Like my mom always.
Well, the
like
one that stuck out.
I don't know. I really. It's kind of weird. Like I can't remember like My first movie ever like binging and wanted to watch over and over and over.
That videotape that eventually broke because you put it in so much.
I know mine.
Basic Instinct.
Sharon Stone.
You too.
That's the movie you want to watch.
Some boost.
Sir, Sharon Stone.
You were like,
Cross.
Oh, Wild Things.
oh god.
Oh my God.
No, just that
yes.
scene.
That's-
No. Before that, Cruel Intentions.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Yes.
The first,
First dirty
Cruel
movie.
Intention. That was my first.
So
Cruel
young.
Intention was good, but I'd rather
It was a
watch
bad
Basic
movie. It was
Instinct.
Yeah. It was a bad movie, but the fact that you
Yeah, but
had
as a
Selma
kid, where
Blair
else have you
and
seen that?
no, it was a
Dude,
good
that was a
movie.
good-
It was a good movie.
Cruel
I
Intentions
love
was a
Cruel
very good
Intentions.
movie.
The whole story
It
and
was
shit.
well
That was
done.
fun.
Well
You guys
done.
remember?
Very good acting in
Which
it.
one?
Yeah.
Do you guys remember Ghost? Patrick Swayze.
Oh, that.
What's
So
the-
yes, I
that
remember
scared the
white
shit out of me.
The white cassette.
Yo,
Love
Yeah.
story.
It's a
Yo,
love
the
story,
fucking
but the
demons
Oh, the
coming.
demons,
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
That's good.
With
I
the
thought that's what
shadows-
happens when you
with the
die.
shadows, yeah.
I thought
So,
that was
what I remember too. I remember my mom like putting a whole bunch of Disney movies on, and I remember the channel 11 movies on Saturday. You
Yes.
can watch
That used
movies
to be
all
one of them.
Saturday
Same one.
That was
and
one of them,
Sunday,
yeah.
and then of course Christmas comes. You get all the Christmas movies.
And
Oh,
Christmas in July.
Yes,
I'm getting
and then you get the October. You get all the scary movies,
Yes.
right? And
that's how I saw Ernest.
Yeah.
They did a lot of Ernest movies.
a lot of
Yeah.
Ernest.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of Ernest. And Family Vacations.
Yes.
National Lampoon.
National
They were all over that.
Vegas Vacation.
Vegas
made me
Vacation.
want to go to Vegas. I
Yes.
was like, I gotta go to
Revenge of the
Vegas.
Nerds was always on.
Bro.
Short
Conan.
Circuit.
Oh my God, what just happened?
Short Circuit 1 and 2.
Short Circuit.
No, my God, they fight. You know that guy's
Gremlins.
not Indian.
Gremlins.
I just,
Yo, the dude's not Indian.
It's off. It's off.
yeah, no,
Gremlins.
Oh no, we got to Gremlins
something
was
just
amazing.
Oh
happened.
my
I just
God.
lost my camera.
Guys,
Short
Conan.
Circuit.
Conan
Conan the
and
Barbarian.
Conan.
I've got
Oh,
the
it's on.
power.
Hold on.
That was all WV11. No,
That's the
Pix 11.
Pix 11. No,
And
it was
now.
W. It was
To the-
it wasn't
no, that was
Pix.
Pix.
They called
not
it-
included.
First it was
Remember
Pix.
that?
Yes.
They called it
Oh,
Pix.
And then
batteries
it
not
was
included.
batteries
That
not
was always
included.
on.
That was TV show.
always
Oh.
on.
No, it wasn't. It was a
No,
movie.
that was a
No, no,
movie.
Oh, I'm
yeah.
thinking of Small Wonder.
Wait. Ready?
the
Swamp Thing.
Guys, I have to do another broadcast.
Swamp
For some
Thing.
reason, I lost the camera.
So
That's
Swamp
right.
Thing was a comic,
Oh,
but I
the
didn't
other
know that. But there
Yeah.
was movies. There's
Yeah.
two or
The
three
other
of them.
one, the
I had
Toxic
I had the toys. Toxic Crusader.
I got
same
one
time.
for you. The one movie when I was a kid that used to freak me out. It's not the movie itself. It was the one scene in the beginning. Used to scare the shit out of me. E.T. In the beginning.
With the heart,
I saw it like two
No.
times.
or with the
In
part with the in the garage with the Reese's
No,
Pieces.
no, not that part. It was the
Too long for
beginning of the movie when it would zoom into the darkness of the forest and it would really I'm getting goosebumps. It would it always freaked me out. It would zoom in very slowly to the fucking forest and then you would see the I don't know where and you would see the fucking spaceship and ET's walking around. That part used to freak me the fuck out. Till this day, when I watch that movie, as I'm talking about it, I get goosebumps from seeing that part because it used to scare the shit out of me.
Damn.
Scare the shit. I used to be like, what the fuck is in there?
Joe and the Volcano.
What?
Joe and the Volcano.
Tom Hanks.
Wow.
No, I never saw
Toys.
that movie, no.
Toys.
Oh,
Fly to the
Robin
Navigator.
Williams.
Toys was great. Toys was great.
Fly to the
Cheers to Robin
Navigator.
Williams.
LL Cool J was in Toys.
was in Toys.
I remember videotaping all those movies on Channel 11 and stopping them,
That was the
pausing
original
them,
bootleg. Like, that's how you had
pausing
to-
them every
original
time the
bootleg.
commercial came. So you had to be alert.
Yeah.
And there's sometimes in your recordings that you'll get
catch
like, "We'll be right back."
Exactly, after these messages.
And you have to, no, and then you would like once you got a little skilled at it, right? Your dad was like, "Yo, you know you can play it, rewind it a little, and get it back to it, so you can amp it up right there." And I'm like, "Okay," and I got a little better at it growing up.
You got
But
better
yo,
at
I used to have videotapes. So before my big DVD collection, I used to
I have no idea
record
why we lost
videos. And I used
It
to
just
just
turned
have
off.
3 or 4 movies on an
Technically,
8-hour
I
tape.
know,
Like, you know what I mean?
It was my
Because
turn.
with
Yeah,
with
right. I went
commercials,
down, you went down.
they cut the movie. Remember when they couldn't like afford to like
Yeah,
play the
these
whole
movies
movie?
used to get-
So they used to
chop the
cut
shit out
things
of
that
them.
weren't important.
And then when you finally see the full thing, it's like,
So then when I got
I don't-
DVDs and I saw the movie again, I was like, they never showed this 30 minutes.
They did
There
shit
was
with
all
Ghost. They
collectively
did it with
30
Ghost. They did
minutes
a lot
left.
of those
Like
movies.
a 3 and a
because
half
they had
hour
to split
movie,
it to
it's
that
like 2
2-hour.
Yeah, because this
span.
is your slot.
And
That's
it's
it.
worse when they did like real big movies.
Right.
Titanic, forget about it.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
Still to this day, if you watch Titanic now, they don't cut it. So they
Yeah.
play the 3-hour movie with an hour of commercial, so it's a 4-hour event.
Okay, so here's the
It's an
thing
event.
that kind of pisses me off. Going back, taking our favorite movies and adding in scenes that they said they never could later. Remember that?
Yeah, that always.
Like they
kinda
did that
irked
with
me.
Beauty and the Beast. In the original Beauty and the Beast, if you have the VHS, you have the original uncut movie. But when they re-released it on DVD for the anniversary, they added in a scene that they
Right.
have from the musical,
Right.
which is Human Again.
Right.
You cannot find the original movie on DVD without that scene.
See?
You have to
See?
have the VHS.
Same thing with Aladdin.
Aladdin.
They added that one
scene.
song with his like talking about his dad
Yeah.
and shit.
They put
They-
that in the
they
Broadway.
did?
Actually.
Yeah.
In the
When they
When they
re-released it,
re-released
you
it.
know
I
when
still
they
haven't seen
take it out of the
Aladdin.
vault?
Well, you know,
Remember when
yeah,
they took it out of the
removed
vault?
it
But
from
you
the
can still see it without it.
No,
No,
but,
to this day, I've
but
never
that
seen it.
reminds
You
me
have
of
to
the
have
Wi-
the original
of the Wizard of
release.
Oz.
Right. When
Yes.
the guy that
The
died,
Wizard of Oz.
when you
It's
can
still
see all those
there.
bodies,
That's still there. You can still see it. I watched it recently, and,
And
it freaked
you
me
can
out.
still see it.
But
It's
the
freaky.
one part is with the jitterbugs.
Oh,
There's a scene where they sing like the jitterbug song, and if you watch the original movie, it's not on there.
It's not, yeah.
But if you watch the DVD that came out, it's on there.
Yeah, because I have an original VHS. I kept all my VHSs too because I'm a psycho. And I still have a working VCR. For all you people.
I don't know about it.
It's probably somewhere.
What on the original tape, my grandfather actually taped it for me. They were doing this special telethon while showing The Wizard of Oz, and they were selling the ruby red slippers.
Ooh.
So they cut during the movie sometimes to their little telethon thing, saying this is they explain the history of the movie. They had the props there for sale. They were giving it to charity or something. But you see everything. It's the original movie, full and uncut.
They did the same thing with Lion King. They added the morning report
The
song.
morning
Yeah.
report.
This
It's
is
the morning report.
Give you the long
Yeah.
And
and
it's all
the
from the
short.
musical.
Not a tale. I didn't know, but like the Lion King sequel, I didn't know all those songs were from the musical.
Right.
Like He Lives in You.
Okay.
I didn't know that. I was like, yo, this song is amazing. Then I
Yeah.
find out, no, it was part of it and they chose to add it
Well,
to the
actually,
second.
He Lives in You was
Simba's
from
Pride,
the
right? That was
Lion
two.
King, Simba's Pride.
Simba's
No,
Pride.
but then they added to
And
the
They
no,
added
but
it
the
to
Broadway show
Broadway
happened
show.
after the trilogy, the three.
Yeah.
No,
Because-
did it?
Yes,
did.
yes,
Well,
it did.
They released The Lion King, then they had The Lion King 2,
Simba's Pride,
then The
and then
Lion
the third
King
one,
1.5 with
one and a
Timon
half
and
with
Pumbaa.
Simone and Pumbaa.
Yeah, where they came out and they explained how everybody got
Yeah,
involved.
yeah.
And you kind of see they
The
gave like,
in between
with
of
how
like,
Simba grows up.
yeah. So you know how they do the montage in the original movie?
Oh, yeah, I've seen-
So,
oh,
but
really?
one and
You're
a
telling me
half-
this?
Yeah, one
Yeah.
and a
You're
half.
preaching to the
shows you-
choir.
Sorry, yeah, you're right.
So look, we're getting to the end of this episode. I think
I don't want it to end.
we don't want it to end, but I think the only correct way to end this episode is let's go around and discuss how we came here, how we started, how
My
we
mother.
truly started.
Yeah.
Not literally how you came to Earth. How you started on the second round. I want to hear your quick
No,
stories.
see, I knew it. The Broadway was first before it.
First of all, don't yell at me,
The
Alex.
Broadway,
right.
it was on the Broadway first.
Before Simba 2?
Yes, Simba 2 came out in 98. The Broadway
Really?
was 97.
Wow.
Oh,
That's
they
been
must have
running
put
that
the-
long.
yeah, okay,
That's why
okay,
I'm
okay.
like, 'cause,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
they
gotta
added-
see
they
it.
took
I
the
gotta
song
see it.
from
Sorry.
the Broadway, then added
So-
it. Trying to test my
I
liking
want to
now.
know.
First of all,
Hold on, I
did.
bet you knew that. I want to know. We'll start with Mr. A-Town Ryan.
Yes.
How did you come to this show?
The show?
What brought you here?
In the grand scheme of life or specific?
In general,
Everything.
I love
what made you accept
Come and
the
stick
role
along
of coming
for-
on to the second round and sticking with the second round?
Oh, I listened to an episode and I got pissed. I even called. I was like, "What the fuck are y'all talking about?" I was like, "All right, you want to come on? You goddamn right, I want to come on." But on overall though, I grew up on this stuff, man. When you don't have a lot, oldest of 6, don't have a lot of toys and stuff to try, and all you have is TV. That's how you escape. So fell in love with movies, fell in love with comics, video games. My first video game was Super Nintendo, a game nobody probably remember called Super Bonk.
I remember that.
It was up. I remember at the time I got it, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? I wanted Mario. Give me this bootleg Mario, even though the game is really fun because I beat the shit out of it. It's all I had. So
Right.
it's
Yeah,
like again,
right.
like my first toy that I really got that I wanted was the Falcon Zord.
Ah, yes!
It was the original Falcon Zord.
Beep, beep, beep,
with the
beep,
shooting
beep, beep,
guns.
beep, beep.
No Megazords could afford it, but I loved the hell out
I
of
got
that
it.
one Falcon Zord.
I have that.
And I also had the red servo from Superhuman
Okay.
Samurai. Those two was my life.
Nice.
And I used
I
to
have that,
imagine everything. my imagination exploded. That's why I'm able to
course.
think of all that. That's why I was able to go to Bay Academy under writing, because I could write like
Yes,
nobody's
Bay
fucking
Academy alums.
Like I used to develop stories, so if you notice, the one thing I like about movies and things is the story.
Yeah.
As long as the story's good,
Then it's
and
gonna be good.
then I'm there. Because why? It reminds me of my past.
Yeah.
When you don't have a lot, there was escape. I love television. You know why I know every 90s theme song? Because that was my welcome into happy times.
Everything, yeah.
TGIF, the one when you heard the theme songs, I was like, all right,
Yeah.
show me life. Like, you know what I mean. So that's basically, yeah. So an opportunity, like I went to school for broadcasting. I originally went to college for business and money. Stupid. Let me tell you something. And advice to all the young people, whoever's listening. I even told this to my brother because he started Kingsborough. And I told him, because he was thinking about what he wants to start his major, I was like, do what you love.
Yeah.
All right. I said you could cook good and like sports and stuff. Like get into that. Do something that you can love. Therefore, it doesn't become work. So that's what I went to school for. Went for broadcasting, management. Got a degree. I'm gonna finish. That's a whole other thing with
Me
Brooklyn
too.
College.
Me
Like,
too.
fuck
Fuck that.
Fuck, yeah.
Fuck, that's a different topic.
Yeah, that's a different topic.
Because Brooklyn College
Different
fucked me up too.
Yeah, but
Fuck 'em.
but I'm gonna finish
Fuck 'em.
my degree and I'm.
Relax.
But this is an outlet. This is now the sideways to circumvent, because in this new age, this is the way people rise up now. This is
Yeah.
how you create something for yourself. You invest in your money, your time in
Right.
something else. It grows. Next thing you know, then you made it to the big stuff. So
Yep.
I
true,
I have
bro.
ideas to do other stuff, get into the directing, sketches, all that good stuff. But
Oh, in due time, bro.
Yeah, of course.
In
So
due
Where do
time.
you
It's
see the
coming.
future of you on the second round? Where do you see your future?
creating stories. I already have a bunch of them too. I actually have them on a whole bunch of things. I want the stories I have ideas for, series, plot lines. I want to create, because I feel like those are the things that live on forever.
Yep.
Because like no one remembers who did what on this day in the news. They remember like what's his name? Not Ben Affleck. Alec Baldwin gave a speech at the Emmys the other night. He's like, at the end of the day, nobody remembers who was president, what president did what politicians did what. They remember the stories that, like you said, you remember Jaws, you remember all the little things that we've seen. This is what people will remember. So no matter what, and it unites people. That's the one thing that unites people. So at the end of the day, I want to have a hand in that. Because you're creating worlds. It's almost close to being a god as possible.
Hell yeah.
George Lucas will die, yet Star Wars has lived
Will always
beyond,
live on.
has
Stan
lived
Lee.
past
Longer
it.
than-
All Stephen
Stan
King,
Lee.
Stan Lee. Cheers to Stan Lee. Right?
Cheers to
Cheers.
Stan.
Cheers to what you're saying, man. Amen to
Because
that.
like
Hell yeah.
that's man. The point that we want him to live on forever, but we know he won't.
Bendis.
Brian Bendis. All
Bendis brought together all
yeah,
that shit, the
all
story arcs.
exactly.
That no one was
He's
doing.
gonna be
Tied
known.
it
All
together.
these people are gonna be known because they create worlds and they give it to the people, and the people want these worlds, and they
Yeah.
get involved in it,
And they get emotionally
and they get
involved. It becomes part of
invested
their
like
life.
crazy.
Everyone.
So and like I must like amazing how these guys must feel when they go to these things where these people celebrate their work. Mark Hamill can go in there like, you are Luke Skywalker. You live this person. This person will live on beyond you. You will die years from now. 100 years from now, these stories will be known
what happened
because of
with
what's
our
put
Leia.
out. Exactly.
Rest in peace.
Forever. So
Rest in peace.
that is how you become immortal. Having kids and creating great works.
Yep.
I
Right.
mean,
that's how I wanna
look
be.
what
Stephen
happened.
King, happy birthday. He turned 70.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Cheers to that.
Yeah.
One of
And
the
the
greatest
success
authors
for
of
it.
our
That's why I'm
time.
here. I want to build worlds.
Yep.
No, I like that answer.
That's a
That's
great
why.
answer.
That's why I asked that question. I wanted to see really how you would go with that. Danny, what brought you here? What makes you want to be here? And where do you see your future with the second round? Because you're technically a second rounder. You're technically part of us. You're part of our family.
Gotta
Sure.
speak up.
It's true.
What brought me here is
That
you know,
loser next to you, right?
I go back as a child, and I try to think about my fondest memories when I was younger. The youngest possible memory I could think of was probably like video games, right?
But
Keep going.
And the first video game I remember
Why
that I
is he
played
dying?
was Nintendo.
why is he dying?
Right.
What happened?
Hang on. Go
Time
ahead.
out.
No, don't stop.
Yeah, continue. I'll tell you after.
Yeah, just going back to my childhood, I remember playing video games. I remember watching movies, reading comics. So basically, all that knowledge that I still remember, like Eitan was saying, that stuff never dies. Like, you'll always remember those memories when you're a child, all those games you played, all those TV shows you watched. I can go on and on about all the different kind of TV shows. Like, Space Ghost to Coast.
Oh.
You know, everybody's seen Popeye. Everybody's seen Looney Tunes.
Liquid MTV.
MTV when it was out.
When it was actually cartoons on MTV.
I didn't watch those, but yeah, I remember that.
You watched Beavis and
Daria.
Nah.
Daria.
I think
love
Beavis and
Beavis
Butthead.
and Butthead.
Let's get back.
Sorry.
It's alright. You know, video games, Nintendo, Sega, when they first came out, I pleaded with my parents to buy me the Sega Genesis. I cried my ass off. You know, they bought it for me.
Yep.
So the Super Nintendo came out. I settled for some Power Ranger toy. A big Power Ranger fan.
Settled.
Yeah, my sisters wanted the Super
Just
Nintendo.
keep going. Shut up about
My
that.
sisters wanted the Super
Fucking
Nintendo. I wanted the Power Ranger toy. They got so mad at me because they could have got a damn Super Nintendo at the time. So going on, you know, I think of my days in like Catholic school. You know, I was a big Power Ranger fan back then. You know, Power Rangers first came out. The Red Ranger, of course, was the leader. But as soon as Tommy came out, dude, it was green and he had Godzilla for the Zord. Basically.
Yeah.
That's basically what it was.
It wasn't no damn Dragon Zord. It was Godzilla. He had the flute. He was green. He had a fucking shield. He was awesome.
Fucking badass.
Exactly. And you know what? He's still, to this day, he's still awesome. Tommy.
Thank you.
Yeah, basically this show just, you know, things I like, topics and characters that I like to discuss. You know, maybe I don't discuss it all the time because I don't keep up with it too much. You know, most of the stuff I bring up is through childhood stuff I can remember. Memories.
Nostalgia.
Yeah.
Well, I see going forward, maybe what Tommy was talking about, maybe bring some, you know, you want to make some not like fictional. What were you saying before? You want to make some fictional like stories,
Like skits and stuff?
yeah,
Word.
Skits.
people playing
What
their
about
role,
Alex said?
characters. You know, there's a lot of ideas that this group of people can come up with. That'd be great. So, you know, I haven't been here too long, so you know that's what I see.
Awesome.
That was nice.
I love it.
That was nice.
Loved
Shout
hearing that.
That
That was true. That was
You got a
real.
little choked up. You didn't
That
know
was
what to
real,
say,
though. That was
but
real.
I
And
like
this is
it.
kind of why I'm
That's
asking
what
this
100's
question.
about.
This is what I'm
Yeah.
asking this question for.
Yeah,
I want to hear the
definitely.
realness. That's why I don't want you guys interrupting each other. Let the
Yeah,
person
stop
talk
fucking
and talk.
interrupting people.
Shut
yeah.
up, man.
Mr. Malave.
He's next.
Well, I mean, everyone knows here that like I'm a musician, right? And I kind of took my music and ran with it as a kid. But what a lot of people don't know is the fact that simultaneously I act as well. You know, and those were 1 and 2 growing up. I've always had this dream since I was a kid. I always loved the movies. I always loved the music. And I've always loved that kind of culture. So the fact that I took the music and I ran with it and I became that as main priority, I always had my other stuff, you know, with the acting and the movies and the TV and the video games and everything else that made me a kid, made me like a boy just growing up in the 90s and in the early 2000s. You know what I mean? I loved my video games. My first system was a Super Nintendo. No, actually, it was the regular Nintendo that I shared with all my cousins. I remember that. And one Christmas, I was begging my mom to get Super Mario 3. We got it. You know what I mean? And then my first system that I claimed for myself was the Super Nintendo. And it came with the Killer Instinct game that was black. It was the first black game that, you know, hey, A-Town. We came along for a long time. It had to be a killing game with all the death. Yeah. But hey, it's fine. The black cartridge, boom. And honestly, like you said, we couldn't afford much, right? So I played that galore. But that kept with me, you know, all the nights that I stood up with all my boys growing up when I was a teenager and just playing Need for Speed or playing GoldenEye. And then just being in that shit, you know, sneaking in the video store and like knowing that person, they gave us Cruel Intentions and we secretly watched Cruel Intentions in like, just like without us knowing, or any other rated R movie, just being involved in all those stories, they kind of helped us grow up. You know what I mean? We lived in a world where, you know, our parents was like our main influence, of course, but we had all these stories, all these video games that became part of us, became the way we talked, the way we act, the way we think, you know? And that was the untouched area in my life when I was, you know, when Tommy came around. And Tommy and I knew each other for a while, but we never really hung out, you know. And finally, I remember he posted something on Facebook, and he goes, I mean, because we talked about being on a song and everything. Yeah. And he posted something on Facebook. He goes, selling my PlayStation 4 with 2 controllers, the camera, and a bunch of games. hit me up if you're interested. So I hit him up because I had an Xbox for so long, and I was always a PlayStation guy, and I was like, if I can get it for cheap, I'll get it. Long story short, I got it from him. We met, and he talked to me about the second round show. You know, I listened to a few episodes. I was cracking up, just dying galore, and I was like, damn, I worked at Best Buy with all these movies and video games, and that was the only thing I had of my pop culture, of everything that was good still, you know, that I grew up with. And I was like, you know what, I would love to be on the show. And then he was like, well, honestly, we love your voice. You should think about being on the show. I came for one episode, and I remember as soon as I got off air, it was with you two guys. Yeah. It was with Alex and Tommy, and we were at JP's, and we talked, and I didn't know what the fuck I was getting into. And at first, I even told him too, can I curse? What can we do? I was scared when I let out my first curse. I was like, oh, this is great. You know, and yeah, after the show aired, after the show got recorded, I remember we were outside JP's, and I said, you know what, I like this. Tommy and I talked for hours that night. I remember we were in front of your house, still drinking, and we were talking till like 2 a.m. And I said, dude, I'm with it, you know. I talked about everything that I just said, and we just all clicked, you know. And right away, I didn't know you. I met you that day, and we were talking like we knew each other for years. You know, and now I'm happy to call you guys my brother, and you're my sister. You know why? Because we're a family. It became a part of me, you know. And from episode 37 to 100 now, as much as I heard myself grow here, you know, and got wiser as well. And just known, shut the fuck up, man.
Yo, I had a little thing.
Yeah, whatever. You know, and yeah, man, I'm just happy to keep this alive, and I will keep it alive. You know, Tommy's leaving, but that doesn't mean we're expanding. That's what it is. Our family is expanding, you know, and for the next 100 episodes, it's going to be a crazy roller coaster ride. We're going to experiment with a lot of things, a lot of different topics. You know what I mean? We're going to probably get deeper into topics that we might get parts to them. You know, we're gonna talk a lot. I wanna expand, and yes, once we get the videography, we are gonna produce a lot of stuff, because as you know, guys know, I'm a writer as well. Alex is a writer. I love all this visual stuff. I love all the audio stuff. So we will act. We will come up with skits, as long as our second round keeps growing, and our second rounders is up to you. We will keep pumping out material, and ultimately, like you all said, I love to do what I do. I love every week talking to you guys and talking about what we talk about. I love singing. So do what you do and love what you do. I feel like our generation is the one that actually took that and ran with it. And that's what this show is about. And that's why I ultimately said yes. Right as soon as we hit that space bar and you said it's done, I was in love. And it's still an addiction to this day.
That was great.
I like that.
Thanks.
That was great.
Thanks.
That was great. Again, this is why I asked that question. That was great. That was awesome. I'm really excited for this next one. Jade?
Me? Oh boy. Alright. Well, I'm the newest one. Well, I'm not newest. I'm not. Ashley's the newest, so we're gonna have to get Ashley's opinions too. But, you know, because we can't forget about our new girl. But for me, honestly, I did it on a whim. Joining you guys, it was literally a whim. I did not know any of you from a hole in the wall, like I said before. I never met any of you from any of the cons, believe it or not. Like, I've seen you, and I'm sure you've all seen me, but I never interacted with you guys. And if I did, it was probably briefly, very, very briefly. Mm-hmm. So, in actuality, for me, I came on this show when you guys invited me as a joke. It was a joke. I did not think that you guys were for real. And then we did the Malave roulette, and I was actually able, for like the first time in the longest time, to converse with people that I consider my peers. Like, that are on my own intellectual and nerd and geek level. And I was sitting there and I'm like, oh my god, I like these guys. They're fun. I can actually speak with them, and I don't want to eat their souls.
Please don't eat my soul. Poor unfortunate soul.
Let
Is
her
it pleasure
continue.
though, at least?
Let her
I thought that we
Let her
weren't gonna
finish.
interrupt.
let her continue, please.
Okay.
Let her continue, please.
All right.
Let her continue, please.
So, after that one episode, I was like, this could be fun. Like, I could do this for fun. Like, this could be a lot of fun for me. So I decided to come back. And you guys actually invited me to stay. And as a child growing up, I did not have a lot of friends. I was one of those people that I was the tomboy. So you'd always see me, like, I would never play with the girls growing up. I never did. I hated dolls. I hated dress up. I hated all those stupid games that girls would play. I wanted to play football. I wanted to play basketball. I wanted to play handball. I played with the boys. Like, you'd always see me running around in the little, when we had recess. Do you guys remember recess?
Yeah.
Recess.
I would always be the only girl that hung out with the guys. And as a kid, I didn't think that was a bad thing. But it basically, the boys never really accepted me because I was a girl, and the girls hated me because I didn't like them. So, plus I was always bigger than everybody else. So I just never fit in as a kid. And then I found the cosplay community in high school, and I finally found somewhere that I could be a part of. But again, I was shunned. You know, I'm not the easiest of persons to get along with. I have a mental disorder that, you know, it happens. I have borderline personality disorder. It makes it very hard for me to see the world in shades of gray. I can only see black and white. So because of that, I'm not very easy to get along with, because people will say something to me and I'll take it the wrong way, even that wasn't how it's intended. You know, and then me, I come over as very in your face, very abrasive, very aggressive, and honestly, I'm actually really not a mean person. I'm sweet, until you piss me off. But I've had so much shit happen to me growing up that to be accepted by you guys, just for that one episode, just to be accepted, I sat there, I was like, holy shit, I could do this. Because you guys don't even know. My entire life, people that I called my best friends, people that I called family, always betray me. Always. There's not been a single goddamn person that I called brother or sister that didn't betray me in the end. I call you brothers. And a lot of the times, people don't realize, I can say I love you to a lot of people, but to say I trust you, that's huge. And I trust all of you. I would trust you, if God forbid I was having a medical emergency, I would trust you guys to say, you know, call 911 and save my life. I would go out of my way above and beyond, and you know this, to help you. You know, I put my entire reputation on the line that I built up for 14 years in the cosplay community for this show. And for me, that was huge. So I fell in love with this show, and, you know, with you guys as my family. I was like, oh my God, I'm being accepted. And it's not because I have tits. And it was great. I was like, oh my God, they actually want me around, and it's not because I have boobies. And it felt so good, and I can't, we had a rough ride there for a little while. Thanks, asshole. I'm gonna get you when you get home. But I'm here to stay. You ain't getting rid of me. You ain't getting rid of me. And between me, Mista Malave, A-Town Ryan, Oh So Smooth, and Ashley Smashbox, this show. Stashbox. Sorry.
Smashbox.
Sorry, Ash.
Ashley, we're not saying that you smash.
No, Stash
I'm
Box.
a little twisted right now. I've been up since 5 a.m. because I was working today and I took my state final. But whatever.
And pass.
I got a perfect 100.
And pass.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Well, dude, if I don't know it after 16 years of doing it, then I don't fucking deserve my state certification.
Yeah.
But honestly, I see us becoming like, we're gonna be famous. I can feel it in my bones. We're gonna be those people that, like, I remember when they were doing it in freaking cars and in the backyard, and we're gonna be one of those people that we're the ones that people come to see at cons. Yep. That's how I feel.
We're broadcast live. Who do you got?
That's what I feel.
Who
this
you
is
got?
Become. Between us, we are powerhouses. We are amazing. I mean, we have so much creativity just bursting from us. We are gonna be huge. Huge. I think it's going to be great. And
eyes on the prize.
Eyes on the prize. I mean, it's not, and you know what? Honestly, it's not about the popularity. It's not about the celebrity status. It's about doing what we love because we love to do it.
Yeah.
And that's what I want for this show. That's what I think we're gonna go.
Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. That was great. That was awesome.
Thank you.
One more cheers.
One more cheers.
One more cheers. That was really good. That was great.
Clink, clink.
Hell yeah.
That was great. That hit the heart.
That did. That was good.
Did you get a little misty eyed there?
A little bit.
I got a little
little bit.
choked up. I don't know if I can
usually
finish.
get all choked up. I'm not that
Well,
kind of
you
person.
know,
but-
like I said, you guys don't know a lot about me because I am new. But you learn.
But we learn, and that's
Learn.
the point of the show is to learn.
That's the point.
Not
of
just
100.
in general of learning. We're learning about each other.
Steal one now because I choked up myself.
Marvin, good throw.
It would be your turn, sir.
Yeah, Marvin.
All right, so
Wait.
We should save it, bro.
Plane.
So yeah, so like Matthew had talked about like these
You
group
were
of
gonna
guys that
steal
were
them.
talking and doing the podcast, and at the time I was like, cool, because I watch Comic Book Men, and I was like, yo, Matt, like I'll come through and just like sit in the back and listen.
Yeah.
He couldn't.
And
That's true. You didn't
He
talk
couldn't.
to
I
us 2
wasn't
times
talking-
I was
He
here.
was trying.
When he was here, yeah.
No, before,
No,
when
before.
I started, he came on.
I would
and
just listen, because honestly, that's what I wanted to do, just listen. Because then what Matthew was like about, yo, they're talking about the one dude likes anime. They talk about comic books, and I was like, what? I was like, you don't know shit, Matt. I was like, we was watching like the MCU, and then I was like, yo, you heard Guardians is coming out? He's like, what's that? I was like, you don't know what that is? I let Matthew borrow like Guardians. I let him borrow Civil War, and I was like, yo, know your shit. What the fuck? So then when I found out about Who You Got Challenge, I was like, oh, I gotta be there to listen. He's like, yeah. He's like, give me some pointers. I was like, yeah, I got you.
No.
What?
I didn't say give me some pointers. I didn't say that.
So
You're a liar.
So I was there,
It's his time.
and I was like listening. So that's what pissed me off with this whole Dean Phoenix shit. I was like, no. I was like, if you're gonna fuck this shit up all the time, I gotta be here to represent for MCU because we got.
And so
was
I hit
thinking-
you up about it.
I was thinking we got these fucking DC fanboys that love Batman and shit. I was like, fuck that. I gotta represent for my peoples. Like, I read this shit. I read Stephen King. I read comic books. I read anime. I was like, I gotta be there to at least voice some part of my opinion. And that's why I was here. And basically, I'll still be here to fuck Batman. And I'll continue being
Your
here.
first time actually talking was the Who You Got Challenge for me, right?
I think it was,
Yeah.
It's his time.
No, it's fine. Go ahead. Like,
No.
I'm just saying that was the
It's your
reason.
time.
Like I wasn't into like the video games as much, but at least for the comic book like portion and like the anime portion, I was like, I'm gonna be there. And that's it. Short and simple, guys.
Right. Well, I mean, you have to keep going. There's the second part to the question.
What do you see?
Where do you see it going?
Yeah, like you're involved now, and you're a regular.
You're part of the family.
You're a
part of the
regular.
family.
So what do you see in the next 100 episodes?
1,000.
Same shit. I'll sit in the background. I don't really care.
You don't really care where we
Well,
go?
then. Well,
No, I mean
thanks.
wherever you guys get to, but I'm just saying like I'll just.
There has to be a reason why you come every week or every
told
other
you.
week whenever you can.
Enjoys it.
I just enjoy it. I really do. I like listening, and when you guys fuck up, well, not you guys, mostly Matthew. I'm there to voice my opinion.
This was the biggest mistake ever.
Yeah.
The best. It's the best.
The best, biggest mistake I've ever made in my life.
All
I'm here
right.
to call you bullshit.
He's short and simple. I like it. The man has one goal, and he will devote himself to that goal.
That's it.
And
To the next 1,000
High five, Marvin, right here.
episodes. Yeah.
High five.
All
Can't
right.
be mad
All
at
right,
that.
so you know what?
That's
you know
why no
what
one
it
saw you on
comes
the
down
camera, you fucking shit.
I don't care.
to? You know what this comes down to? This comes down to you,
Yeah,
the
man.
creator, the mind
does
behind
come
this
down.
whole
Let's go,
insanity.
bro.
Don't make me
It
Let's go.
comes
And
down
I'm
to
gonna
you,
grab.
and I really wish that Adam
Cheers to
could've been
Marvin's.
here.
Cheers to Marvin.
Cheers to
Cheers to
Marvin.
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 For his
Yeah, bitch.
single-mindedness. But I really, we'll
Now.
have
And with a
Ashley do
plan.
a separate thing, come
Yeah,
on and
yeah.
say everything.
We'll-
But I
we'll
want to
definitely
hear
have
what
that.
you have to say.
See, my story is pretty insane. Because just like you guys, like I was really into all this stuff when I was a kid. It's just how I was raised, just how I always found, like Alex, like what you were saying, there's always a way to get away from everything.
Yep.
And I was the same way. Movies, television. Now I really wasn't into the comics though. I hated to read.
Yeah, me
I
too.
always
That's
hated
why I
to
never
read.
really
It was
did.
always one thing I hated was reading, but I loved movies. I loved television. It was something to me that I just was so into, and I would always talk about it when I was going to school and all this stuff. And honestly, I used to get made fun of for it for many, many years, just because I liked this movie. Get shitted on for that stuff, and I started to shun that part of me. I took it away. I didn't want nothing to do with it because I wanted to be one of the cool kids.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be that guy. I was an athlete, so I used to always play, baseball, football, hockey, all this shit. So I stuck away from all that shit. But as time went on and high school came on, that's where I met Mr. A-Town Ryan.
Yeah.
And I still remember in fucking English class, he sadly used to get kind of picked on. Don't ask me how. The fucking size of him, a little bit. You know how fucking kids are. We're stupid.
Yeah.
And I always looked, and I was always like, but that's not how it should be. He's a good guy. And you remember, it's Six Flags. I had to invite anybody I wanted to go to Six Flags for my graduation. I invited fucking Alex. And we had a fucking ball.
I don't know why. To this day, I'm like, what
my
the
uncle was there, rest in peace, and he was there. We had a
Yes.
fucking great ass fucking time. And my family accepted him like their son. And
They love me more.
they do. They love him. And
Well,
they
that's the
love
reason why
and
he's
they
your
love
son's
you.
godfather.
They love him. Like they love Alex as the son. He's the adopted son. It is nuts how my mom talks about him.
They haven't even met
It's a
me
little
yet.
scary how my mom fucking keeps mentioning fucking Matt. She's always like, I saw the music video. It's really nice. Ma, shut the fuck up. And they haven't even met Jade yet.
No, and
They haven't
my
even
mother-
met Jade yet.
My
So,
mother loves you guys. She's like, you guys can come over anytime you want.
which is great. And yeah, we love your mom. Your mom's fucking awesome.
Everyone knows.
Even though she's a witch, Alex.
She's a witch, Alex.
Hey, man, I loved it before. I'll get over it.
It's okay, right? We'll get over it, right?
I'll get over
No,
We're not
no.
black witches. It's okay.
But it was that moment that when we all used to hang out, we used to just chill and just talk, that I realized maybe we should try something different. Me and you always talked about things we wanted to do. I mean, since high school, we used to talk about this shit. Superpower Beatdown, we came up with that shit back in the fucking day. We never fucking pushed it, obviously, to a certain level that they have.
Yeah.
But we have spoken about
at the
this.
time. The world, like we would pre-social media.
Yeah. No, of course. That's what it was,
None of
just
that-
word of
none
mouth.
We didn't have
Everything
it out.
was word of
no
mouth.
one knew these outlets existed. The moment we graduated high school, social media, Facebook came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube and all that stuff.
Actually,
It was
my
a
senior year. No,
yeah.
junior year.
Sorry.
It came out, but it was
No,
only
we-
strictly for college people.
Yeah.
Senior
I
year
had it.
is when
I had
Facebook
one.
came out, but you
Senior
had
year.
to be in college.
Right.
I had it.
We were able to get it
Yeah,
because
I
we
was
were
able to
just
get it
going
too.
into college, so we were able to get
We
it
were just
too.
like, oh, we're like 2 blocks away from under college. Just say you're in
Yeah,
college. and
that's
come
how
on
that's
down,
how
I
it
got
worked.
Yeah.
But funny enough, like all of these little interests that we all have together really brought us together, and like it just all started with just fucking with Sirhan, just talking shit.
Sin City.
Then Vic and Dal came later on, just talking shit. And then eventually Alex comes along, just talking shit. Matt had the perfect story. It started with a PlayStation 4.
Yeah, it did.
And he said he was interested in the show. He liked the show. I was like, bro, you should come on.
Because
He
we played
came.
sports together.
Yeah, because I coached him in baseball. Fuck out of here, right? Coached you in baseball. But you came on the first show, literally just like Jade. Right after the first show, I went right to him, and I was like, we got to keep him. He went, yep.
Yep.
And just like Jade,
He was
right
keeping
after
up.
the first show, I went, once she left, I went, we got to keep her.
And we were
And-
talking right out
Yep,
here.
right over here. And he
Right
looked
here.
at me and he went, yep. What was it? The next fucking day, I hit you up.
You hit me up. You're like, join us.
Do you want to be on the show
Why do you
full
think I
time?
always say it every single time in any of the video promos I do is join us? That's why.
That's what it was.
The first thing you said to me after that show was, Jade, I want you to join us.
Yeah. And she accepted. And it was great because we wanted the female presence. The second you showed up on that first episode that you came on for the Malave Roulette,
She was keeping
you felt, well, not you felt, I'm sorry. I felt as if you were already part of the show.
Right.
You flowed with us perfectly. Even though Alex wasn't there with us two, it was like you were already there. You were replacing Alex at that moment because he wasn't there. So it worked.
replace Alex.
No, you can never
Never
replace
replace
Mr. A-Town
Alex.
Ryan. You can never replace Mr.
I
A-Town
missed you
Ryan.
at my conference,
But the
man.
fact
I really
is
tried.
that Alex
I
wasn't
tried.
Alex wasn't there. You were the third voice, and it was like you always were there. So to me, this show literally grew. It was like a fucking plant, man. It started with a fucking seed, and eventually just grew up into a fucking tree. And we're gonna keep growing.
And then I say that
gotta be the mother
when
tree
we were
for,
early on, when we had
All the issues.
all the issues.
It's Idrisil.
All the fucking
just-
issues we've had, and a lot of, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
A lot of the listeners don't realize the issues we've
have a
had
lot of
behind the
issues
scenes.
behind the scenes. Like,
We have had fucking issues. We have had fucking people with egos
Yep.
that have been up the fucking ass.
wanted us
We-
to move at a pace that I'm like,
Yeah,
yo,
a move at a
you
pace.
gotta relax.
The first ever episode I did about superheroes, I was shunned on by one of our previous fucking hosts because we didn't know about the comics. But I wasn't talking about the comics. I just wanted to talk about the heroes that you personally
general.
liked.
Right.
In general, it was an in general
Matthew,
topic.
yes.
It was in general. Yeah.
No shit.
It was an in general. It was a general topic. And the best part about that was, but this is what the best part about it was, and I've told you many times, that was our best episode at that time.
Because of controversy.
No,
No one knew. It was just us talking
because
about,
we were just talking about superheroes and what we liked
because
and
these
what we
guys
did.
ascend beyond just
Right.
comics.
And that's what
Most-
became, but not now. It's obviously we have more popular episodes, but at that time we were trying to find our knack. We found our knack right after that episode. Now, I don't want to be that guy that said, oh, I came up with this, I came up with that. Yeah, obviously I came up with this show. Originally the show was called the Oh So Smooth Show. It was. I ended up changing it after one episode because I didn't want it to be about me. I wanted it to be about other people that was a part of the show. At that point, it was Sirhan. Second round is because it was two of us. That's why it became the second round. On us because we're telling you this shit.
Right.
It's on us. Our knowledge is on you. Well, is on us for telling you this shit.
Right.
You'll always see that if you look at our old school shit. That's what it says. It's all about knowledge and geekiness, but we're just telling you, we're just repeating shit.
Right.
We're just doing it in our own way. You already know it, but I'm just telling you a different way.
You're giving your
Perspective.
A different perspective. That's the best way to put it. Plus, there's no filter involved. Plus, we're all
love that.
we're assholes.
Without
Okay.
a doubt.
Our personalities blend so well because we're all pieces of shit in the long run.
Speak for yourself. I'm a good guy.
You're a piece of shit too.
I'm a good guy.
You could be a piece of shit.
I like to take moments. There's a difference.
This is on me.
Yeah,
That means you're a piece of shit. You utilize it to your advantage,
I like
and we
it.
always do it. But in the long run, we always come back and revolt back to the show.
Yeah.
That's
Found our tribe.
that's what it became. We became a tribe, a family.
cult.
It took a long time to gain it, and it's really what matters to me. I am proud to say you guys are part of this show. As somebody that started it, you're my fucking best friend. You're the godfather of my child. When you came on and stuck on, I was like, this is great.
No way.
Because we weren't really hanging out as much
Yeah.
because of that. I see him every single week
Say
because of this.
hi.
Say hi.
Say hi, Santi. Hi.
Yes.
Hi.
Say cheers.
Say cheers.
Yeah. Cheers. So she
Christian's
said
gonna get
cheers.
jealous.
Kristen's gonna be.
Me too. Santi said
Chrissy's like
cheers.
cheers. I said cheers too.
He said Mr. Malave.
Yeah.
We've had fucking Christian say your name on fucking
Yeah.
live.
He wears your shirt.
He wears your shirt,
He takes it out.
and he knows what it is too.
Yeah,
The fucking
that's
kid's nuts.
amazing. That's amazing.
But that's what, like I said, this show brought us together as a family, but as friends.
Yeah.
We all gained more of a friendship. I mean, me and you were really close for a long time, but like I said, we wouldn't hang out that much. You're in Canarsie, I'm over here. We see each other every single week.
Every week.
Okay? Me and Matt, we only knew each other from baseball and from Facebook. And we see each other every single week. We hang out. We go to Fridays.
We go to Fridays.
We go to Fridays.
Tuesdays.
We go to Fridays on
The only reason
Tuesday.
I'm not
Beers.
around as much because of where I live.
Well, you're further than us.
Right, right.
Took me an hour to get here.
And it is, we always try to set up stuff where we have an opportunity for you to come down. It's harder because of your job, because of just the fact that, you live further.
Yeah.
It's tough, but you make your way
This
here
is
all
our
the time.
meetup.
Yeah.
The thing that makes it so great is the fact that it's just all of us talking shit.
That's what it
Shooting
is.
shit. And
We're
that's
just shooting shit. We're just
And
chilling.
you want to know what the
At the
best
end
part
of the
about
day-
it is? People who join us from the internet, they join us on Instagram, they now have the ability to join in and shoot the shit.
Shoot the shit.
That's true.
They
That's
shoot
what
the shit with
that's
us.
how the show started. It was just us talking to each other as me and you were talking was like, hey, let's just put a microphone on and see what happens.
Oh, Bobby's here. Hi, Bobby.
Bobby!
Says, hey, second round's on.
Bobby!
Cheers to you, Bobby. You should have been here.
And that's another thing. Then I'm glad that you mentioned that because all of our people that we've actually spoke to that have come on our show, I have personally hit these people up and I spoke to them. Jade is one of them. And Bobby was another one where I was just like, yo, I've seen what the stuff you do. You want to do something? That's where the Nerd Off came into play. And all of a sudden we started talking, we started realizing we all of a sudden became really good friends. I think Bobby's a great person. I love Bobby. We are friends.
Word.
I can't wait till when I'm in Florida, he comes down, he's going to go to a con with me. I'm excited for all that type of stuff. That's what this show is about. It's not about trying to make us top. We're just trying to have a good time.
Because you know
And
what?
they'll-
That comes after.
Yeah,
That
we've
comes-
said that for since day one.
I said that. Yep. I was like, relax. Let us do our thing. Look, we have 700 and thing files. That's a lot. That's a lot to
I
gain.
mean, and then that's not even adding on our personal Instagram.
Right.
That's what it is too.
Yeah,
I mean, we
so
have personal
people are
pages.
coming,
Right.
people are flocking, people are watching, people love us. Not rarely do some. You guys,
There's only one
Rare.
that I know of, and we
Really?
all hate her.
rarely does
Shun.
that person doesn't exist. But other than that, everyone that's seen us, what we do, they love us.
Yep.
They are fans. I put people at my job like, yo, check us out. You guys say, yo, I listen to you guys. You guys are amazing. You guys are nerds. Like, yes.
How
You know why?
many
'Cause in
people
this
are
age,
hitting us up during cosplay month alone? I want to be on your show. I want to be
Yep.
interviewed for your show. Let me come on the show. I mean, shit. One of those other guys that we don't need. Shun.
Sean, blacklisted.
Blacklisted.
He's definitely
He's
blacklisted.
He's blacklisted. And there's another bitch that's blacklisted. Whatever. But they were. How many times would they bitch, moan, and complain about coming on the show?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I loved it also because we always had that open door policy.
Yes.
You can
that
always
was
come.
always the deal.
You can always come either when we were at JP's. You can always come to the bar and fucking talk to us.
You knew the time,
right?
you knew the place. Show
Same
up.
thing here. That's why today, if you guys followed us on Instagram, you would see that I said everyone's invited to come and chill. DM us for all the information because I'm not giving my address
Oh,
out
hell
to
no.
the world. But you're all allowed to come through. You're all allowed to come through, and if you're there, you can talk. You know what I mean?
Bobby-
And you can hang out.
Bobby says the second round's on us is awesome. I love what you guys do.
Cheers to you,
you,
Bobby.
Bobby.
And cheers to a lot of future work with GMP.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep. And Geek and Nerd Proportions, he's doing an amazing
Yes,
thing.
you are doing a
And-
phenomenal job.
and-
Bobby.
Strength in numbers. That's what we
I
always
mean,
say,
seriously,
right?
guys, think
that's
about
what
all
it
the
is.
connections we've made in just 100 rounds.
Yeah.
We have Bobby with the Geek Nerdy Proportions. We have the Black Cosplay Connection. We have Billy and the Painted Black Cosplay
Yeah,
out all
yes.
the way out in Suffolk, Long Island. We have
Vanessa.
We have Vanessa in North
Vanessa.
Carolina.
Yeah, North
right,
Carolina.
Right.
I mean, and not to mention
We
all
have Nick and Francis.
Francis
and Billy
and
and,
Philly.
they're
Wow.
This-
Trap music by Asian people. Look at that.
There you
That's
go.
different.
2017, baby.
Wow.
I love it. I love
On
it.
that note, where the fuck is the times going?
Oh my god.
Listen, man.
Anyways, but like all these connections that we have, I mean, even the people that we've individually interviewed and had on our show as guests. Harold B. Gibson. Harold, I love what you've been doing with The Zone and now all your other new stuff. I
Tommy
mean,
motherfucking Dreamer.
Tommy Dreamer. You know, I
We've
mean,
interviewed Tommy.
And he loved the second round.
And he fucking liked it. That
we
was to me,
did.
was
I mean,
amazing.
and the only way to go for us is up.
Yeah.
The only way to go for us is up. I mean, literally between all of our connections, you know we're going to be getting those celebrity interviews more.
It's coming.
It's coming. You guys,
coming.
you guys need to catch the wave, ride
But
the wave.
all
with
of this
us.
wouldn't be possible without who? The
Our
people who are
people.
watching.
Fans.
All the people
Yeah.
who have
Thank
kept
you.
us alive. Cheers
Yeah,
to the
cheers
second
to you.
rounders.
To quote,
And like I said earlier in this recording and in this podcast show, that it was up to you guys that made us get to 100 episodes, and it's up to you to keep us going for 1,000 more. Share if you like it. That means you have friends and they like your personality. If you like it, someone else is gonna like it. So that means share it. Post it, like it, spread the word of the second round. If you want us to do more things and be more involved in everything, then share. It's up to you guys.
We're all
It's
very
up to you.
responsive.
Now, before I let you finish, 'cause I'm going to let you finish with that, what you want to say. The one thing I want to say that makes our show different, better, and the reason why people should always follow and love us, we're not scripted.
Yeah.
No.
This is
It's
a
all freestyle, baby.
non-scripted show.
Off
This
the
is
dome.
off the fucking head, and we learn from each other.
Yep.
Which is probably why it seems so chaotic.
And that's what makes it better.
Yeah,
We argue.
We go on
We
tangents.
fucking fight with each other.
We
but
interrupt each other.
This is how
We
how
go
it
off
is.
topic.
We've gone off topic
Many
times.
times.
Every time we go off topic. But that's the whole point. Every show out there that I have heard is a scripted show. This is how
Or
we're
they
gonna
have a
do it.
guideline.
This is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna
Boring.
end. Guess what? That's not how it's gonna work with us. You talk about whatever the fuck you want. This microphone's on. Talk.
Talk.
Fuck with talk. Holla. You know. fucking
Holla,
talk.
holla, motherfucker.
Talk.
Holla, holla, holla.
So-
Except if you're Marvin, you're gonna talk some bullshit.
But you know what? He's talking. That's the whole
Yo, the
point.
truth hurts, bro.
See?
I guess.
When you come on this show, do not be afraid. Speak your fucking mind. You have the floor is to you. speak. We
Don't
all
be
do
afraid
it.
to get rebutted.
Yeah.
'Cause
And you will
Oh,
get
trust me, that mic
shit
is on, and if you are sitting here, you're in the hot seat.
Yes, you will
because
get shit.
Bring
nothing is off limits here.
Yes.
And if you say something, get ready to get called on your shit. I do. I get called on my shit all the time. All the time.
all the time. So it's time to say goodnight.
Yes.
It's time to say goodbye. It is the 100th
be back
episode.
up in 5
We
minutes.
have, by the way, beaten our record. We have surpassed.
Damn right.
Hours?
We have surpassed the 3-hour mark.
Wow. But you
And
went
again,
for 100.
you have to keep in mind there was a break.
Yes.
That was still being recorded.
That break was
Okay.
like a good
I
45
recorded
minutes.
Yes,
it.
yes,
I
yes,
recorded
that
it.
It has a
And
recording.
the only,
We have
and even
surpassed.
then, when I
Yeah.
had my 5-minute break, when I had to restart the fucking video,
This was being
that's
recorded.
still
Yes.
being recorded.
So we have surpassed. We have broken records.
Breaking
Yes!
records.
On episode 100,
Bitches.
we have done it, and it's worth.
It's only right.
It's only right that
only right.
we surpassed
Yes.
that. So now it is time to say goodbye. But I'm going to save you for last, Mr. H-Town Ryan, because I know you have something really important to say. So we're going to start with Danny.
Danny.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
Don't you hate that shit? They put you in a hot seat all the time.
Welcome
all
to the
these
second
Well,
round.
he was over there in the
Honors.
middle of the fucking camera texting and not paying attention.
It's
only
your
one
turn
that
to say
doesn't do
bye.
that-
You're in the
Say
table.
goodbye.
Just
Were
say
you
bye.
watching the game?
No, he
No,
wasn't.
no,
He was
Yeah,
texting.
who's the only one that doesn't do that? Jade's the only one that doesn't do that to us.
Yes, I do.
No,
Not really.
who
Not
cares?
too
Who
often.
cares?
You pick on these assholes better.
Not yet.
All right, guys.
I'm
This is
still
Danny
stretching my
saying
legs.
good night, goodbye, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Short and
That was
sweet, I
short
love
and
it.
sweet. What's up, guys? This is Matthew Malave, aka Mr. Malave, and for the 100th episode, for I don't know, maybe like 75 times, 70 times, 75 times. You like that one, right? Since I came, I bid you
You
guys
do
to
horrible
do.
math.
It's
Yeah,
bad.
I'm
It's,
like,
it's like
wait,
60
wait,
something.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
You can add
This
10,
is
but
Matthew
you can't add
Malave,
the other
aka
one.
Mr. Malave, and 100 episodes in the book. Can't wait for 1,000 more, and can't wait to see what the future's in store for us. Cheers to
Cheers
that.
to that.
And I love you
Jade.
guys.
We love you
Alright.
too. Cheers.
We love you. We do. Alright, so for the 20th time for me, because I can add,
Well, it was like 60. What was it?
you're
63.
37.
What?
37 minus
37
100.
minus 1. Whatever. So, for the 20th time, and again, thank you, gentlemen, for including me and making me the first lady of the second round.
Cheers.
And cheers to
Cheers
that.
to the first day.
Cheers to that. I just want to say, guys. Oh, hi, Nandy. You're getting it when I get home.
Ooh.
He says the 100 Club.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we are a century. But I want to say thank you. You guys are fucking stuck with me. I'm not going anywhere.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Yeah, you're fucked. But yeah, it's gonna be an amazing ride. I can't wait to see where it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, buddy.
Marvin.
Clink.
Clink.
So I just want to
Yeah, that's
thank
what
you
I
guys
just-
for inviting me here. Like, I like coming here. I love hearing you guys talk all this shit. Most of the time, it's true. Some of the times, I mean, I could smell bullshit in that direction. But I love it. And, you know, I don't have to talk all the time. I just sit back and chill. Which, like, he laughs at me. He's like, yo, you're not in the video. But I don't care. I don't want to be in the video. I just
Good.
want to
Don't
chill
be in the
back.
video.
I just want to chill. So I'll continue being here. Thank you guys for inviting me. And just, you know, just continue inviting me and I'll come.
Cheers.
Cheers to that, Marvin. Thanks for always coming, man.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And Tommy James was so smooth, and I can't wait for this expansion to happen. We're growing, and that's what matters. If you remember, I said from day one, I want to grow, I want to expand, and it's finally happening. So I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud of you guys for doing this with me. Because
Just a quick interruption. Bobby said, cheers, guys. 100 episodes is a great milestone. Congrats.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Clank.
So we're growing. That was one of the main things I wanted to do since starting the show, and we're finally doing it. Sadly, yes, I am leaving, but
You're not leaving.
yeah, I'm never going anywhere.
Yo, with social media, it's like you're right here.
I'm not going anywhere, guys. I'm
World's
not going
small.
anywhere. We're growing, and just to me, that's what mattered. I wanted to see us grow, and we're fucking doing it. There's nothing better than that.
Hell yeah.
Eventually, this show's gonna take over the fucking world.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
We said
we're
it. We
already
said it since
international.
day one. Remember the one thing I used to preach: patience, patience. Well, we've been patient, and look where it got us. 100 fucking episodes. Thank you guys for being a part of this fucking
And
show.
thank you for believing in us,
on.
Tommy.
Thank
You guys
for
fucking did it.
Thank you for
Thank
believing
you
in us.
so much for being here.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for
You did it. You made my dream possible. And now let's continue this. Let's make this shit the best thing ever.
Yep.
Mr. A-Town Ryan, you are going to finish this shit off.
Well, to quote the immortal wordsmith Future, what a time to be alive, folks.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers.
What a time to
Because-
be alive.
There was a time like I was talking to this chick at work, trying to do my thing.
Do that.
So I was like, yeah, I do a podcast. She said, all right, I'm gonna check it. I didn't believe she was. She did listen. The Spider-Man review episode, she listened.
Oh, the one that I
And she
there.
came up to me and was like, it's really good. You're a nerd. And mind you, it wasn't like a nigga. And I was like, yes.
It's not.
Yes,
you know,
I am.
You realize, I don't mean to
It's
cut you
not-
off,
it's
but
not
you
a
do
diss
realize that
anymore.
as time has progressed, being a geek or a nerd.
Oh, I'm getting to that. I'm
is-
getting to
yeah,
that.
it's no
Yeah,
longer
I'm getting
cool.
it. Like when she said it, I was like, you're damn right I am. Do you not see the age we live in? It's 2017. Back then, like in the early days, it was considered. They made fun of it. It was
Yes.
considered, you're a geek. You like
You
you
are
like Star
Star Wars.
Wars and
You
all
like
that shit.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, when Moment Studios and everyone people find out this shit makes money and that if you make it, we will come. We will criticize the hell out of you, but we will come.
Yep.
This blew up.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why we are here today and why we've sustained is because there's an audience for this. There are people that are not afraid to let their geek flag fly high. They come out of the geek closet, so to speak, and they don't care. And we shouldn't either. You see what Comic-Con looks like. We've had the thing where we asked about people that have been there before. I was like, was it ever like this? They're like, no. You know how bad it is that my coworkers have been asking me about Comic-Con because I didn't know that I could get it through my job. I could have got all 4 days for free. I'm still pissed because this is the second year
now you know for
I
next
forgot
year.
about it, and
I know.
I'm making a
Marvin
note of
did
it. I have at least 5 coworkers that I convinced to come
That's fucked up.
to New York City Comic Con.
That's great.
Because even my one of the administrators like, so about this, I was like, I don't know, you gotta look for tickets. Like
You
people
guys
are
don't even
interested
realize
because that's how
it was.
that's how
You
big
can
it
buy
has
it the day
gotten.
of.
Yeah.
So like, our people are here. We are here. We're here. We're proud. Get used to it. We're not going anywhere. Because guess what? We have content for another 500 episodes and beyond. It's every day something new's coming out, something new to talk about. We're never going to be like, oh, well, there's nothing to talk. No, there will be. And that's why I like this, because we are the culture of that'll live on. We are the same way like Shakespeare lives on, and Dickens and the great
King.
Stephen. Well, he's considered art, but I mean like ancient times, Plato, Aristotle. Those were there. This is our time. The words of Stan Lee will ring on for hundreds of years to come if America and the world doesn't destroy itself. Crossing my fingers, but we will live on for years to come. Stan Lee will be treated as big as Shakespeare. And I hope I live long enough. Hopefully I'm in my 80s and my grandson comes to me, Grandpa, who is Spider-Man? And I will sit there with the biggest smile on my face. And I will say, come here, young lad, and let me tell you a story. So that is what I'm looking forward to, that this thing will live on. The second rounds will be a part of that history, motherfuckers.
When the aliens
All right.
come to dissect our dead planet.
Yes, they will find these recordings and they will know. And the epic Mr. Malave will live on 1,000 light years away. Jade Phoenix will be 1,000 light years from here. Mr. A-Town Ryan, statues will be put up in his name, and the cult of A-Town will live on in some lost civilization. They will completely misrepresent everything I stood for, but that's cool. Wars will be fought in my name, but I'm good with that. Just remember the main thing, that there's a lot of things that are just straight bullshit. Your actions affect other people.
Yeah.
And be sure to remember all the 90s theme songs. Right? I want hymns to be sung in churches for the Family Matters theme song. All right? Lost Civilization, take care. Mr. Oh So Smooth will be heralded as the great thinker of this generation and what he started, sir. So here's to the second rounds, people.
Cheers. The second round.
All right?
Cheers.
Put your motherfucking glasses
Clink,
up.
clink.
And can you just give me 1 second round all around? The second round gets a second round all around.